Hey, the word of the day, man, is respect. If you don't got respect, you don't have nothing in this game, man. Respect, you can't buy it. I can't assign you respect. You gotta earn it. You gotta earn it. You want your name on the back of this jersey to mean something, you gotta earn that respect.
90.5, this is In the Huddle. We got Lil, we got Clever Steve. Clever Trevor, excuse me. He just made
Clever
me blank.
Trevor.
Clever
Steve just walked by, that's why.
Clever Steve just walked by. I'm joking.
We got all
Kenny,
four
of course.
guys.
We're here, we got 4 on the table right now. This is record pace right here. The thing about the huddle, In the Huddle, is we can make subs. We can bring in guys.
The NFL draft from 8 to 12. In the Huddle, the full In the Huddle cast will be there live, broadcasting it as it's going on, getting you ready, announcing the picks as it's going on. And the first pick of the NFL draft, the Cardinals will select Kyler Murray. My prediction. We gonna be giving that.
Hot takes.
Hot takes to start up the show.
That night's gonna be huge. We got players on deck in that studio.
10 teams wanted the guy.
Youngish.
Use him for trade value and get something out of it. Maybe get some picks for this draft. Stupid move, in my opinion, for the Ravens. I don't know. I don't know what's going on.
Hey, we gon' party like it's your birthday. Hey, a nice new freezer. Can I hear that beat? He does stuff that doesn't appear in the stat sheet. He doesn't do the glamorous things that pop out like Mary Poppins, pop. You know, he doesn't do all that. You know, but he blocks. You know, in that running system that they got with Lamar Jackson, when they run the ball and they set up Lamar Jackson, Cliff Kingsbury is allowing cell phone breaks during team meetings. And this is a little bit controversial. I mean, Cliff Kingsbury, I know you're young. I know, you know, you're quote unquote from other people's terms here, good looking, not from my terms, from other people's terms, because I don't go that route. But a lot of people saying the brother is good looking, and I understand you probably got girls in your DM, probably why you need the cell phone break and why you wanted to get the cell phone break. But come on, man. You can't treat the NFL players like they're kids, man. What are you doing? You cannot treat these guys like they babies. At the end of the day, business is business. You got to turn off your phone. I mean, these guys, it's bad enough these guys be on Instagram and social media every day. Don't give them a reason to want to be on it every day. Let them focus on the team. I mean, imagine if that rule applied to everybody.
I was just about to say, we can't even sit in class with our phones.
Exactly.
These guys are in NFL meetings.
Exactly.
And you need to get these guys ready for the season, Lil. What are you guys doing? Get off your phones and pay attention to film.
He's going to implement the nap time rule. Like in kindergarten, nap time, okay? You get to sleep on the floor.
They're going to be at practice. All right, guys, it's nap time.
All right.
DK Metcalf was outstanding at the combine. This man showed up. He's 6'3", 228, 1.9% body fat. He had 27 reps at 225 on the bench, 40.5-inch vertical, 4.3, 340 time. I mean, come on. In the combine, this man looked like the ideal phenom out of Ole Miss. He was solid in college as well. I think he's a first rounder in my mind.
I don't think he's retiring.
You think Gronk isn't retiring?
So we're switching it up.
I think after the amount of championships he's won in New England, you talk about Gronk. He's been injured every year. You could talk about an injury he's had. He's wearing that arm brace for a little while.
His back.
Yeah, I think Gronk. I disagree. I think he is. I think the guy's got a personality that's infectious. I think he's making a career move right now to go into something else. A huge thing that has been talked about him is WWE wrestling. And the guy's got a supermodel girlfriend right now. He's about to propose to.
I won't come back either.
Yeah, I just don't see. I think right now he's made the decision. I don't think he's sticking with it.
I don't know.
Back, see how everything flows when you're in the huddle?
You flow right in.
Flow right into the next topic. Who will be that quarterback? All right, that is going to go first. Will it be Kyler Murray or Dwayne Haskins out of Ohio State?
Who will it be?
Who will be drafted? And I'm just over here ready to get this show on the road.
Yes,
Robert.
Welcome to the Huddle with the real Lil, Kenny C.
Let's get it.
And today we also have a guest,
Robert, we in the
Robert,
building.
baby. We are here live looking at the NFL draft, and it's going to
And you
start
see,
up momentarily.
I think it's about that time. I think it's about that time that we get this show on the road.
Yes, sir.
You already know. I mean, we waiting for the Cardinals. They on deck right now.
Mhm.
They have the number 1 pick, and we pretty much assume that it possibly may be Kyler Murray. My prediction.
I mean, that's what all the analysts are saying, Lil. And based off, Mel Kiper and all those guys, CBS Sports had a bunch of mock drafts. It's looking like Kyler's the number 1.
But you never know. The
Look,
NFL
Robert,
draft is based on
We got to get
surprises.
Robert in this talk right now.
Robert, how you feeling, Robert?
Listen, man. When you look at Kyler Murray compared to the other QBs in this draft, man, he's far and away the best talent you've got on the table.
Mhm.
And you look at him compared to someone like Josh Rosen, you have to feel like he's the better player. So a move for the Cardinals could be taking Rosen for another pick later in the draft and running with Murray, because if not, you have to take Nick Bosa if that's not your play.
I was the first one to say it. Probably in this school, Kenny C. You remember me on the show when I said before all the hype was Kyler Murray.
You said that a
I've
couple
been
weeks.
said that since the
Few
caveman
weeks
time.
ago.
Okay, I've been said it. I said Kyler Murray will be the first pick. Why? Because of the way how he fits in Cliff Kingsbury's system. You clean house, you get yourself a new coach. So guess what? You got to get yourself a new system, and with that brings you a new quarterback. So I believe because he fits in that system, polished passer, very accurate. You saw him in Oklahoma. A lot of people compare him to Russell Wilson. I won't go there. I'll compare him more to Pat Mahomes because of his athleticism, being able to throw like a curveball, at that, same speed, and more also like a Baker Mayfield. The person that was in competition with that Oklahoma that got drafted number 1 the year before. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go.
He definitely, I believe that Murray, he definitely is obviously a very mobile quarterback, and he's shown that he has great accuracy. So going off what Rob said, he definitely is the best available quarterback in the draft. And I honestly would not be surprised if Mr. Gruden from the Raiders didn't make a move to try to trade up and try to get Murray.
Now, one thing is to be said: if Kyler Murray does not go number 1, it's going to shake up a lot of things in this draft.
Oh yeah, the whole draft board's going to change.
Exactly.
So is what's his name, Garoppolo coming back for the Niners?
Yes.
Yeah,
he'll be
he
back.
should be back off the ACL. So
Okay.
in terms of the Niners,
The Niners are set. I believe they got
They
Joey
need-
Bosa. That's it. I mean, unless
Yeah,
that's the
Bosa,
first
yeah.
pick. Yeah.
But I mean, in terms of that, like, yes, they're probably going to get Bosa, but further down the line in the draft, I think they need to start looking at maybe better O linemen or some more wide receivers. When George Kittle, a tight end, is your leading, receiving yards and receptions receiver as a tight end, like that's obviously an issue that they need to address. They're definitely going to have to get a receiver.
No, for sure. You got Pierre Garcon. I don't even know
Yeah,
who the receivers on that team.
He's washed up.
There's
Yeah,
no.
it's a bunch of no-name players out here on the 49ers. But, I do believe in Jimmy G. Obviously, he had the injury last year, was out for the rest of the season. So, Joey Bosa is more than likely, if the Cardinals do the unthinkable,
Mhm.
which is not draft Kyler Murray, because that has been getting a lot of buzz. So, if they go Joey Bosa at 1, that's going to shake up the draft. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have a lot of shuffling into it. We're going to be playing Uno. All right?
Oh, the wild card is definitely going to be thrown because
Exactly. You know what, Kenny? See, I just feel so good because I was sick for the last couple of days, and I believe the pick is in.
and the pick is in.
Hold on. We got to get that laptop more, facing this way. So let me check that out.
I got
The
it.
pick is in, ladies and gentlemen. The first pick in the NFL draft. Okay. We're going to see in a few minutes.
The 2019 NFL Draft first pick is in.
Or are they talking? It look like,
I believe it is in.
Yeah,
He's
it's
about
in the
to.
card,
He's
yeah.
about to announce who's going to say the pick.
ladies and gentlemen, it's about to go down. And the first pick in the 2019 NFL Draft will be Do 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 do. Any day now.
Still waiting for Goodell, who's probably getting booed full force right now.
But anyway, like I was saying, while they do, their family reunion on the drive, what I was gonna say is I've been out sick for a couple weeks, and it feels good to be back. I didn't do no shows. I normally have 2 shows, and it's really good to be back. Honestly, right here, I'm ready to go. I'm pumped.
Oh,
I'm pumped.
definitely, Lil.
And
This can shake up the whole draft
yeah,
right here.
right here.
This is like the most pivotal moment of the entire draft, and it's the first pick, because that really does shape the way everybody's going to draft in this one.
And if they draft Kyler Murray, that will be Oklahoma 2 straight years, first pick of the draft, 2 quarterbacks.
Here it is. Hall of Famer Tim Brown is announcing the pick.
Let's hear it. I'm expecting Kyler Murray. If it's not Kyler Murray, I will be in complete shock.
And we have slight buffering right now with the stream, so hopefully we're going to get a quick alert if we can't see it right now.
With all this social media going on, shoot, they probably already announced the pick before the pick.
Yeah.
And they're having everybody talk on this podium right now. The hype and the anxiety is building up for Cardinal fans.
I could just imagine how these players feel. I'm already in my anxiety moment right now, and I'm not even being drafted tonight.
I mean, if you're a Cardinals fan, you look at Kyler Murray, you look at a power player really, and he could really shake up that team. But you do have Josh Rosen, and given an offensive line, he could be a good player.
Oh, and I personally believe with all due respect to the Cardinals organization, I kind of feel like they're dogging Josh Rosen because they're letting this man, hang on by a thread, and they're not telling him anything about what they're trying to do.
I mean,
so it is a business. I understand that, but you gotta let your starting guy know.
Business is dirty. Business is sometimes corruption and sometimes greatness. Remember that famous line in the huddle. So it's a business. And one thing I would say though, with the point about you saying that Josh Rosen has been dogged, he's been dogged. When you thought about the draft last year, I was on here on the Danny Booth Booth Review show when he was here broadcasting the draft, and we had about 5 guys on the panel, and we each of us was sitting here pick after pick, like, yo, Josh Rosen is still on the board, right? We were shocked. He went all the way down to I believe it was 15 or something like that. We was like, do these teams still really know that Josh Rosen is available? We were shocked.
Oh yeah.
So he's always been getting
watching
overlooked.
that.
He's always been getting dogged. So if Kyler Murray gets drafted, we're gonna see what kind of field that
here it is. It seems, we can't hear any audio obviously right now, but from what we're seeing, it looks like Goodell's about to say it.
This dude, man, this dude.
I hope he's probably getting an earful right now from 100,000+ fans.
It's going to be a big deal because if it goes Bosa number 1, the 49ers whole draft is turned on its head. So
that's very true.
Super important.
They got to go to.
Honestly, they definitely have their backup, options in case stuff goes crazy because it is the NFL draft and anything can happen. But
yeah, for sure.
I would say this: you always have to have a backup plan. So for the 49ers, for sure,
they definitely do.
They have to have a backup plan. So yes, if Nick Bosa goes first, they have to have a backup plan.
Let's make predictions right now. If Murray doesn't get picked 1, and they get Bosa, who you guys taking? Who do you think the Niners will take?
Well, the 49ers have their QB. They got Jimmy G. They don't have to worry about a QB.
Exactly.
So if Joey Bosa goes number 1, they take the next best available defensive player, which for me is Quinnen Williams or Ed Oliver. You take one of those defensive tackles.
I definitely agree with that.
You buff up your defensive line. You get.
We have 8 minutes.
Get it going.
We have 8 minutes till the pick is in. So we still got some time. 8 minutes till the pick is in. 8 minutes. So, like you say, Quinnen Williams, I believe, is the best player in this draft from Alabama.
You think so?
I believe so. I could strongly have a case. If we talking campaigns, I mean, we already had Joe Biden today coming with his campaign running for president 2020. 2020.
My man threw the politics into the draft.
We bring the politics into the draft. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I would say this. I could make a strong campaign on why Quinnen Williams is the best player in the draft. I mean, This guy is big. He has everything that you want in a draft
Oh, yeah.
prospect. I mean, Alabama, historically, we already know what they have produced in the NFL, what they continue to produce in the NFL. And this guy has been playing on that franchise with a lot of talent, has been starting for most of his career.
I mean,
That tells you a lot.
Leo's 6'3", 303 pounds. Like, this is a big boy right here. And that's why they say he is the best defensive tackle in the draft. 45 tackles, 8 sacks last year. He was back up to Deron Payne, who went first round last year as well. So he definitely had, you know, a lot to learn from Deron Payne, and it ultimately resulted in his production being very good for the Crimson Tide. So I could see him going second when it comes down to it.
It's possible too. You think about how good someone like Aaron Donald is. He's clearly the best defensive tackle in the in the NFL right now. He 20.5 sacks
Oh, yeah.
in last year's season. So you look at someone like him. You look at Quentin Williams. You look at somebody who can have the same impact as an Aaron Donald and really bring something to the table that not a lot of teams have, which is super important for a defense to get rolling.
Think about the offensive line of the Arizona Cardinals. And this is why I think Kyler Murray is a no-brainer. That offensive line was terrible. All right? Josh Rosen and Bradford was on suicide alert throughout the whole year. I mean, they were on life alert the whole year. The offensive line couldn't block a nosebleed.
Oh, they were
Terrible. Historically. So, Josh Rosen probably is getting a little bad rap because of that offensive line. Nobody can produce with an offensive line like that, especially when you're a rookie quarterback. So, yeah, he may be getting a bad rap, but now you have Cliff Kingsbury in there. And you have a mobile quarterback in Kyler Murray that can help that offensive line because he's going to be able to extend plays and get out the pocket.
They did bulk up their offensive line a little bit in the offseason by getting tackle Marcus Gilbert for a 6th-round pick that they traded to the Steelers. They also got Max Garcia, another offensive lineman, 2-year deal for him, and a guard, J.R. Sweezy. So all veteran guys that could definitely help to build a line. And under Kingsbury, I think he knows what he's doing. If he's getting Murray, he knows how to build around Murray at this point because they made some good offseason moves.
He tried to recruit Murray when he was in Texas A&M.
Yeah.
He tried to recruit Murray. So, you know, there's familiarity. And I just believe that it's a perfect fit. You know, when you get married, you meet your woman, you meet your man, whoever, you know, interests you, and sometimes it's just perfect. You just connect, like Connect 4. But in this case, Connect 2.
It's got to be a match. It has to be.
Tinder!
It's got to be Murray.
Tinder! It's going to be a match. All right.
Where do we think that Rosen will end up if Murray does go to the Cardinals first overall? Because he could go. Now, for me, I'm a big Giants fan, and I'm not a big fan of Daniel Jones personally. And a lot of mock drafts are saying that's who the Giants are going with at 17 if he's available. And I'm not a
That'd be
huge
a
fan.
terrible pick.
Yeah,
terrible pick.
I don't like it.
I also saw that there was potential that the Giants could trade for Allen, which
For Josh Allen and the Bills. Right?
yeah,
Okay.
to get him as quarterback, but
Okay.
obviously they'd have to give a pick for that probably. So they have
Right.
17 and they have what, 6 or 7? Is their first pick?
Yeah, they have
Seventh,
6.
right?
6,
6 to 17.
pick,
And
yeah.
then 17th, exactly.
Yeah.
So, you know, in terms of Allen, you can't scrutinize this man because he's had barely any opportunity to prove what he's worth in the league.
Right.
So if they got Allen, it's not necessarily a bad move.
I
you
would
know
like
what I
Josh
mean?
Allen over Daniel Jones any day of the week.
Yeah.
Especially when-
any day of the week,
Yeah.
any day of the month, any day of the year,
Especially-
any day of the hour, any day of the minute.
Especially what Leo said before about the I'm drawing a blank. Somebody help me out.
Want something going blank over here.
I drew a blank about what you were saying about Josh Allen with the Cardinals.
Right.
And, you know, obviously he didn't have the line, but the Giants don't really have much
Josh-
better of
Josh
a
Rosen-
line.
Yeah, Josh Rosen didn't have
You know
any
what I
type of
mean?
line. But the Giants don't have a line either. The Giants.
That's what I'm saying.
The Giants, Personally,
Saquon Barkley helped a lot.
So that's a team.
But I understand exactly what you said.
Yeah, exactly.
the
They
season
don't.
Saquon Barkley had with how bad that line was incredible. Like, there's
I was ready to award him the MVP.
He was,
just
Barry,
for- I
he,
ain't
was,
winning.
he was literally Barry Sanders of 2018.
Yeah, he had no right to have as good of a season as he did. So whoever the Giants get as at QB this season, to follow up Eli, is just, you have to build a line over a couple of years. It's not going to happen overnight. You're not going to draft a line that's like the Cowboys or these playoff teams with one draft, right? You can't do it in these next 3 days. You can get a start for sure. They have 12 picks overall. They're definitely going to make some offensive line picks at some point in the draft, but for right now, they don't need to prioritize a QB based on their performance with a bad line, because
Exactly.
once they have that good line, then you can see how well a potential of a QB can really be. So
Well, we about to see what Arizona's going to do. They have 2 minutes left on the clock.
These fans are anxiously waiting in the crowd.
I'm anxious waiting,
They
too.
just want to see who their team's going to get already, and it's taking a
Forever.
little long.
Exactly.
for
These
me,
guys.
I wish the Giants didn't play to win every game those second half, because you're 1-7. I mean, the division wasn't good at the half. Like, there wasn't like anybody pulling away.
Oh,
in
yeah.
NFC East, but
And it's been like that for a few years, where it's
Right.
been very close between all the teams.
yeah. So I would have liked to see them play for a higher draft pick over trying to make a crazy outside chance playoff run, because they would have had to win every game in the second half, and
I mean,
it would have had to be perfect for that to happen. So,
as true as that is, technically, as an organization, you're obviously trying to win every game. That's the goal every week. You're trying to win every game. But you definitely have teams like the Browns. I don't even know if those guys 2 years ago were trying to lose or if they were just losing, because obviously each year they've had first round picks, top 5 picks multiple years, if not a couple years in a row at one time, where they had the first overall pick. So I definitely agree with you. Maybe they could have, got their draft stock better by losing more games. But
yeah.
I feel like the goal is definitely to try to win as many as you can.
Let's just you think about someone like Kyler Murray compared to like a Dwayne Haskins or a Drew Lock in this draft. Like, you really, Kyler Murray is like I said before, the best quarterback in this draft. It's not.
Yeah.
It's not really close at all.
Oh, nah, that's a
No,
hot
it isn't.
take. That's a hot take.
I don't. Think,
I like Dwayne Haskins.
50 touchdown season.
I like Dwayne
Haskins was
Haskins.
solid.
Strong arm, very polished passer.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think
6'3",
I think Kyler Murray has
so-
a huge upside. I do believe he will have more success, probably, as far as his individual stats, because of how friendly that offense under Kingsbury is going to be for him. But as an overall quarterback, mechanic-wise, I believe Haskins is the better. But I do believe for individual success, it will be Kyler Murray because of that system that's going to be able to bring out what he does best. And the pick is in, ladies and gentlemen.
Here it is.
The pick is in. All right, the Cardinals.
Let's
They
see
got
this
their
pick
man.
already.
They got their man. It's about time. The pick is in. The pick is in, ladies and gentlemen.
this is big.
We got
Big.
pom-poms waving in here, waiting
Whoop,
for
whoop,
this
whoop,
pick.
whoop. Can I get a C? Can I get an A? Can I get an R? Can I get a D? Can I get an I? Can I get an NALS?
These are the breaks.
You already know.
This
You
man
know.
had a red pom-pom, almost destined, because the
You got your
Cardinals
blue pom-pom
for
too,
the
bro.
Cardinals.
You own it. That's
I'm
the
saying
perfect
that
color.
representing the color for the first pick.
They represent right now. There's a lot of Cardinals fans out there right now.
And
as
here
far
it
as I can
is.
see.
I wish I could hear the amount of boos going on right now, because nobody's a fan of Goodell.
Facts. I think Goodell will Goodell sometimes.
Here it is.
All right.
The first pick,
in the 2019.
NFL draft. The Arizona Cardinals select.
Kyler Murray.
Let's
Kyler
see.
Murray. It's Kyler Murray. I got the update.
Yeah.
Kyler
There
Murray.
it is. Kyler Murray, first overall.
I mean, are we surprised?
We
ladies
talked
and
about
gentlemen?
this for months. I mean, come on.
You people on Instagram, are we surprised that Kyler Murray is number one? Are we surprised?
You can't.
0%
you can't be
chance.
surprised. You can't be
Zero.
surprised.
I mean, like I said, I
The
was the
only
first
thing,
one.
the only thing that threw me off was the fact that they took this long to choose Murray.
Exactly.
Like, I feel like maybe a little bit by stalling out, they tried to use that as
I
a
think-
tactic.
To improve Josh Rosen's trade stop.
True.
Because at the end of the day, business is business. And I'm not going to demote my product and sell you my product. I'm not going to go up to you and be like, this is the wackest product ever. But here you go.
I
No,
mean,
that wouldn't work.
The
That
thing
wouldn't
is,
work.
now the questions
What kind of
arise.
advertisement is that?
But now the questions arise for Allen because the Cardinals chose Murray.
So,
Obviously,
Rosen, yeah.
Or no, I'm saying they chose Murray now,
Yeah.
and obviously they feel Kingsbury feels that Murray's a better fit than Allen is in his offense. That doesn't necessarily mean that Allen's a bad quarterback, which other teams could perceive. Oh, you guys have a young QB in Josh Allen. Why'd they get Murray? You know what I mean?
Yeah, Josh Rosen.
Rosen.
Yeah,
I don't know
yeah.
why I keep saying it. But yeah, Rosen, like they have Rosen already, and then they go out and get Murray. Obviously, yes, he could fit the system better, but that could make other teams potentially think that Allen is
We'll be
not
back in the,
as good as
we'll be
a
back in the,
quarterback.
we'll be back from commercial in like the next 2 minutes. We're gonna go to a quick commercial break. The San Francisco 49ers is on the clock. And
On the clock.
We'll be back with the
Stay
pick.
tuned.
We in the huddle.
Word.
That was good.
Why'd you take the sudden break? You just needed food or whatever?
That and because like
We gotta discuss.
it's like 6 minutes. So when it gets to like 2 minutes, we'll talk about who we think.
Oh, like the pick you
Yeah.
mean?
And who we think is yeah.
I think he was saying I was too loud in the mic. I don't know how sensitive the mic is. Yo, bro, I was too loud
What?
in the mic. Was that too loud?
Well, when you grabbed it, it sounded
Oh,
like.
my fault. I was trying to
yo,
fix it.
Julio, try to stop sitting back and then going like this, because it sounds like you're like in the mic and then you're like.
I got
really?
you. Gotta keep still, no answer.
And eventually, hide the food. Dr. K will be watching your live stream.
Oh,
and she
okay.
already texted me, get the food out. So
Should we do it now?
Yeah.
whenever.
Okay. We got people on deck.
Yo, is that live stream paused?
No.
Oh, he's talking about the live stream here, right? She's watching yours?
I don't know.
Is this from WSUC?
I don't know. Either way, watching.
I was gonna put this back in the bag. We gotta get rid of this.
The more I see it, the more we want to be.
Nah, bro, I gotta get this out of here.
Whoever brings us back when we put them on the
Well, shout out to the delivery, no napkins.
Right. No napkins, no today.
Good thing my hands didn't get dirty.
I just found the longest song I could for this right now.
It's a
So you
fact.
tell
Yeah,
me
we
when
gonna
to
be
take
back in like 1 minute. 1 minute.
1 minute?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I was just giving
Nah,
you
just
so like you guys.
2 minutes, right?
It's
Just
just
do
2 minutes
two,
left,
right?
so we can kind of like preview it real quick.
Alright. What do
Like
you
1
want?
minute.
All right. Well, I mean, give me like a cue, and then I'll
Alright.
fade out the song and go to WSCID,
Alright,
and
gotcha.
you're on.
Yo, does it sound weird like when I turn to him and talk?
Yeah, you will.
It's like I wanna
just
be
so that
facing
you
the
guys
mic the whole
know,
time.
this is what you'll learn in that class. The reason why John said take it is these are called cardioid mics. That means they're very directional. That means they only pick up from here. They don't pick up from the sides.
Okay.
You don't know how many times when I do the broadcast for Dr. K's class, and literally kids will like look at their notes to the left and right, and I'm like,
And they can't hear you.
I literally just told you guys not to do that.
That's crazy.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Alright. We ready? Thank you.
Let's get it, baby.
Let's go. We back in the huddle.
Pick us in. Pick us in.
Yeah, the pick is in?
Yeah.
Oh, the pick is in. Yeah, we good. Perfect timing. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back in the huddle.
You hear the
And,
sound of pom
You
poms?
hear the pom-poms, you know what that means. The pick is in, the 49ers picks are in, and it's time
Here
to
it
see
is.
who they draft.
Real quick. I'm pretty sure everybody picked the same guy, but who'd you guys pick? I took Bosa.
Bosa.
I'd take Bosa. No question here.
Hands down, the three guys in the huddle right now with the mock draft.
Facts.
We chose Bosa from Ohio State. Let's
Yeah,
see
I
what the
mean,
Niners have to say.
One of the best prospects in the draft.
Oh, yeah.
Straight up.
It's not. He's
I
great.
mean,
Joey Bosa is his brother on the Chargers?
Yeah, Nick,
Yes.
Nick Bosa.
And his brother already making impact, so got to keep the family ties.
Yeah,
going.
you see the Watts, how well they play. And,
Yeah.
they're a great family too.
Oh,
so
yeah.
It does appear the pick is Nick Bosa. But we got it. It's updated here.
Oh, Joey
And it's
Bosa.
in.
Yeah.
Ohio State picks defensive end Nick Bosa.
All right.
Just looking at this man's stats, 29 games, he had 29 tackles for loss, 17 and a half sacks. And in his final 3 games, because he only played 3 last season, 6 tackles for loss and 4 sacks. So his athleticism is talked about, his pass rush, his size, and with the size comes his speed. This man is a phenomenal edge rusher, and
Yes, he can
he's
get
going
around
to be
the
a
corner.
force.
He can get around the corner.
Oh, yeah.
Very fast. And you
Mhm.
need a guy that can apply pressure, especially dealing with Russell Wilson twice
Oh,
a
yeah.
year.
That division is hard.
We already know about the emerging Rams.
Mm-hmm.
Goff. Who's
You
not
gotta
going
get
golf?
you got,
Who's actually playing
you
football
gotta get
this
to
year.
Goff quick.
So you definitely need a guy like that. I think this is a no-brainer. Perfect fit.
Yeah.
49ers improve that defensive line.
I like that mention of Russell Wilson because when you have a mobile quarterback, you really especially you talk about Russell Wilson, you talk about Lamar Jackson, you look at Cam Newton. Those 3 guys in particular. You look at a scrambler style quarterback. The way to avoid to stop them from getting those runs off is to blitz them and have that.
You need the
constant
containment.
You
Yeah.
need
Keep them in the
constant
pocket.
You need to have that constant QB pressure. So I really like that pick for the 49ers. That,
Mhm.
and if he turns out the way that he's been playing, if he's half the player he is in college, he's going to be an asset for the 49ers. So should be a good pick for them.
And you can compare the duo that they now have with D Ford,
Oh,
similar
absolutely.
to Chubb and Von Miller over in Denver. And obviously we haven't seen Bosa play yet, but judging from the man that he was in college and just how incredibly talented he is, and then obviously we all know about D Ford, who they got from the Chiefs in a trade. These 2 guys could be a force, and going off what both of you said, they're going to be huge for the 49ers defense in containing those mobile quarterbacks.
The Jets are on the clock right now.
The New York Jets.
Who do we think the Jets is going to take now? This is the question here. We
This
might
is big.
differ.
This is big.
We might differ to differ.
Right.
Because we knew the first 2 picks guaranteed.
Yeah.
more
Bosa and Murray.
Those 2 picks are pretty cut and dry. I would say.
Cut and dry.
But now you look at the Jets. You've got 2 solid defensive tackles in Ed Oliver and Quentin Williams available.
Exactly.
Mhm.
You've got Devin Bush. You've got
Josh Allen.
You've got
Josh
Josh Allen.
Allen.
You've got Rashawn Gary. You've got Devin White. You have some options here.
We have a lot of options.
And
All right.
the Jets don't have to look at a QB at all, so they can look for the best player available.
Is there any possibility of the Jets moving down? Because they were taught that they were listening to offers. And a team that's hungry for a quarterback, Dwayne Haskins,
A trade could
any
occur.
trade.
I mean, for
And
me,
this is the big thing too, because the team.
No, you go. You're
the
good.
teams that need a quarterback. There's 3 quarterbacks and one of them's gone. You look at you Kyler Murray's out, and you got Haskins, and you've got what's his name, Locke.
And Locke.
Drew
And then
Lock.
you've got Jones.
And then you got Jones.
Jones is, I would say, a
Done.
little bit of a step down. So you really,
I would disagree with that.
you would disagree.
Oh, we got another hot take here.
Only because Daniel Jones, judging from what a few analysts said, was coming out of the combine, he looked to be the most quote-unquote complete NFL quarterback.
I don't know about that.
According to
I don't know about that.
according to a few analysts, it was actually
I don't know what the matter
that's
is.
what they said.
Okay.
Because to me,
He's not a bad quarterback. He's very accurate with the short pass.
it's not that I think he's
a
a bad
mobile
quarterback.
guy.
It's not like I think he's a bad quarterback. I think he's a project that is going to take a longer time to develop than these other.
True. I
quarterbacks
mean, he
in
went to
the league.
Duke, so that's not known for football.
Exactly, and on top of that,
Mhm.
yes, we could argue that the offensive line for Duke, which was terrible. You all know that it's Duke. All right, you feel me? It's Duke.
Yeah.
So the offensive line was terrible. One thing I would say to compliment his game is that he was able to be mobile and make plays.
Exactly.
But then he also had stupid interceptions where, I mean, you could have thrown me on the football field. I
I
won't
mean,
make
but
those type
what,
of
what
plays.
quarterback doesn't? You know what I mean?
You know, I understand, but
From
still.
time to time, yeah.
Like the young
From time
guys
to
are gonna
time.
have their bad games, and
I just don't have enough to really have this guy in my mind.
No,
Like,
I'm
all right, he's the
not. I'm
one.
not saying he's the best remaining. I'm just saying making an argument for
I
him
think-
being a
I-
solid quarterback.
Right. I
Yeah.
think that's definitely fair. But there's not a lot of Q. So if you put him on the same level as Haskins and Locke, you have 3 more QBs in the first round that are projected. So you're really not leaving a whole lot of room for somebody to come in and take a quarterback. So if you need, I would argue Haskins is the best of the 3.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
yeah.
could agree with that.
And if you want to go for Haskins, you're going to have to make a move because in the event that he comes down to number 6, the Giants might take him. The Giants, I think, would take
I
him
mean,
at 6. I think he's a
2000
good player for that.
2,674 yards, 22 touchdowns, and 9 interceptions. I mean, it's not eye popping. It's
Who's
solid.
that, Haskins?
No, for Daniel Jones.
Oh, Daniel Jones.
You know, it's okay. It's not nothing to make me go crazy about, like having like this.
That's
you know,
true.
Like, I'm gonna lose my mind over. But at the same time, like I said, maybe best case scenario, he turns out to be like a Josh Allen quarterback for the Bills, who a lot of people said was a project.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, he exceeded those project expectations. He had a decent
Yeah,
year
and-
with that offensive line given to him.
Yeah, and Josh Allen was able to really impress. I was impressed
Athleticism.
with his running. His
Yes,
running game.
oh
Because
my gosh, this guy was out here, Michael Vick. This guy was stiff arming people in the air. I'm like, my gosh.
Yeah, but that's not the player you expected him to be. Like he made do with what he had, and that's really impressive for a young player, a rookie player to come in. He wasn't able to play the whole year due to injury, but he really was impressive, and I think he'll definitely tone up that passing game and be able to
Mm-hmm.
be a two-tool player.
Two-dimensional.
Yeah, two-dimensional for sure, and just be able to keep people on their toes.
And he had that one huge game. I forget what team they played, but he had like 140
The
rushing
Vikings,
yards.
the Vikings,
Yes,
I believe it was.
It was.
It was the Vikings.
That was a wild game for,
Yeah.
like you guys just said.
Yeah.
He was looking like the Barry Sanders of quarterbacks.
This guy was looking like Barry
Yeah,
Sanders,
no line.
Michael Vick. This guy was out here
Crazy.
stiffing arming people in the air. I mean, this guy was it's unbelievable.
The pick is in for
It's
the
in?
Jets. The pick is in.
Okay, pom-poms.
Big
Bitches
and
in for the
Jets.
Jets. We out here.
The best player available is Quinnen Williams.
I believe
I'm-
so.
and for me,
We'll see.
I'm upsetting it. I'm going outside linebacker Josh Allen from Kentucky. I'm
Okay.
taking Allen, and the reason is
I mean, it's
It's
debatable.
not a stretch.
the reason why I'm
It's
taking
not
this
a
man
stretch.
is because the Jets need a good edge rusher. They haven't had one in a while, and looking at Allen's 17 sacks in 2018, which was the most by an SEC player since the conference started recognizing sacks as a stat in 2000. He got 2 awards last season, the Bronco Nagurski and the Chuck Bednar. 6'5", 260. I mean, this guy's everything you want in an outside linebacker. He's got speed off the edge, and he's going to get to the quarterback
I
for
like
sure.
Creighton Williams more. I believe when you're going up in a division, playing Tom Brady twice a year, you want the best player on defense that can get to Tom Brady.
I feel
and harass.
that you could compare both of them to being close to the top or the best defender, because Josh Allen is more of a speed type of guy, but he's also going to hit you hard, and he can definitely get to Brady off the edge.
It's gonna
Quinnen
be-
Williams is going to have a little bit of trouble, I feel like, because the Pats line is usually pretty solid in the middle. You know what I mean?
Get
Yeah.
With their
Yeah,
center.
this year we've been solid. I'll give it that. We lost a couple people though.
Getting to Brady in the playoffs in general was tough. Even for someone like
Oh, yeah.
Aaron Donald. Aaron Donald didn't get to him. Like they weren't able to.
But just because you can't get to him, don't mean you can't pick him to get to him. You gotta improve your defensive line. You can't just say
I
like,
mean,
"Oh, we can't get
the
to
only
Brady."
reason-
His it was over. You gotta get to Brady.
I feel like he, with all due respect to Donald, he definitely got to quarterbacks the entire year.
Oh, absolutely.
But it was just, I feel like, and the Jets is in.
Yeah, the Jets
Quinnen
is-
Williams.
Creighton Williams, like I said,
third overall in the NFL draft. Quinnen Williams.
So now
Quinnen
this messes me up.
New York Jets. Right now I'm good. I'm 3-0 right now. I'm 3-0.
Yeah.
I'm 3-0 on my draft right
So
now.
I feel good about this for the Jets.
Yeah, me
I think
too.
it definitely gives them something to look forward to on that defense.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. The Jets do not have another first round pick, so for them, they drafted the best overall
Yeah,
player.
and that's what
left.
exactly. That's what you do.
So that's the play. And they didn't get a freebie Nick Bosa because there's no way Nick Bosa's dropping past 2.
Exactly.
So
So this kind of messes up my board a little bit, but
I mean, he's the
not
best.
too much. I'm gonna flip flop it. I'm gonna go Williams. Obviously, just got picked by the Jets, and then I'll put Josh Allen with the Raiders.
I'd say Kareem Williams, right? To piggyback off
Mhm.
the Jets real quick.
Yeah.
6'4", 280 pounds.
Look at this man.
He's got-
strolling up.
Look
there.
at him. Look at him looking
He's
like a
a
walking
beast.
Matumbo.
he's
I mean,
a
oh
tank.
my God.
He's a tank.
He's a tank.
Oh yeah.
There you go.
Look at him. I'm just watching this guy going up to the stage right now. I mean, I'll get out the way. I mean, excuse me, brother. Here you go. Walk.
He was-
absolutely.
He was definitely a huge contribution to the Crimson Tide's
Just
defense.
look at this guy. I mean,
He-
just watching this guy walking right now, it's scaring me from here
Him with the
Imagine
Tide defense,
on the
Leo.
football field.
He led them to the championship, the college football championship. He was a huge factor in that. So I'd love to see what he does with the Jets because obviously they lost Damian Harrison and Muhammad
They-
Wilkerson a while ago. Sheldon Richardson. Do they still have him? I don't think so, right?
Don't believe so.
I think he was on Green Bay last year.
Yeah.
Just think
Yeah.
about the
Don't quote me on that. He could have been Seattle.
Think
Yeah.
about the disruption, the havoc that this big guy can
Exactly.
cause on the offensive line.
For sure.
The only downside I would say is that he signed to Little Wayne agency. That's the only downside I would say. I'm playing with you, Little Wayne. You know I got love for you, Tunchi. You know I got love for Little Wayne. But
Did he actually sign with him?
yeah, dude
No
was supposed
way.
to, yeah, Little Wayne.
Yeah.
So, but at the same time, Kareem Williams, my opinion, the best player in the draft. The Jets, they're young. They got Sam Darnold. They got their quarterback already. They wasn't drafting no quarterback. No way in the world they was drafting a quarterback. They got their guy Sam Darnold. You know what else they got? They got themselves a running back. They just came via free agency. Le'Veon Bell. You know what else they got? Some uniforms.
Yeah, those uniforms are pretty fresh.
They were unique uniforms.
This is a new era for the
Definitely
Jets.
stood out.
This is a new era for the Jets, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Hey man,
They just got to keep building.
I will say real quick
Yeah, go ahead.
that I'm a diehard Green Bay Packers fan, but in terms of New York, I was always a Jets fan. Just I don't know why. I just started following them when I was young. I've been to a bunch of Jet games, and coming from being a partial Jet fan and seeing how they've been the past few years, I could definitely see big things coming forward. But I do believe they need to assess their lack of targets on offense. They got to get some more guys for Darnold, and they got to build that line. So I'm looking for them to get a big lineman in the second round.
Yeah, I mean, you look at someone like Le'Veon Bell. He's coming off a year he didn't play,
Mhm.
so he is as healthy and as fresh as
Exactly.
you can be going into a football season.
I just wish he would attend workouts, even though they're involuntary.
And stay off the weed.
And stay off the weed. You just gotta say like the weed. Stay
Stay
off
away.
it, please. All right, and just play football.
Mhm.
Show up. Even if it's involuntary or voluntary, show up. You already missed the whole year. What do you need to miss involuntary workouts for if you already missed a whole season in the part of the other season before that?
I mean, the man's whole
Come on.
campaign was a bust. He held out for more money
And got less money.
So it was
and
just
on top
very
of that,
stupid.
a lot of people came at me talking about, oh, what are you talking about? You don't know sports. I mean, he's not
Get
paying
at him,
taxes.
Leo. Get at him, Leo.
He's not paying taxes. All right, so you literally sat out a
Get
whole
at
year
these
just
haters.
because you didn't want to pay taxes. What are you, Wesley Snipes? Come on.
Man could be making bank if he played too. Like he
Oh my gosh.
He
Pay your taxes.
He would have made bank.
He would have, and it's just like the difference is a couple $1 million for him either way, right?
Yeah.
He's still making what is he making per year with the Jets? Like
52 million.
Yeah,
was
around
the
there.
total.
52 in 4 years.
Was the
Is that-
total? Yeah, I think
It was
the
around
total
there.
4 years.
So
So
he's making over $12 million a year.
Yeah.
So it's like 13 million.
yeah,
Something like that,
exactly.
Which is ridiculous.
I'll take
Like,
that. Give that to me.
Yeah,
Give
so
that to
right,
me. I'll
right,
be at
so-
every practice. Even when it isn't a practice, I'll be practicing. Okay,
Yeah.
thank you. But the
Yeah.
Raiders right now.
Yeah, you paying me $12 million, I'll be eating and sleeping.
Exactly.
Everything.
I'll
If
see
it- if it's
I'll
just
see
to
the
be-
practice field.
If it's just to read these pom poms and Jets, Jets all the way,
Yeah,
But
for sure.
the Raiders right now is on deck.
Boys, who you guys taking?
The
Take the
Raiders,
Raiders,
they
you
got
know,
a
take
lot
them.
of issues. They
They
have a
do.
lot. They can go quarterbacks.
See,
They can go offensive line. They can go defense. They can go a lot of places. Marshawn Lynch retired. Who's their running back?
yeah.
They need a running back, a tight end, a
See.
cornerback, a
What I'm saying?
linebacker. Like
It's
The
really
list is endless.
It's really a black hole in the black hole. If you know what I mean.
And the running backs I've seen in this draft, there is no Saquon Barkley in this draft.
Oh,
You know,
not
you know,
even
no,
close.
it's not right. So like the earliest one I've seen projected is like in the 20s for the first
Yeah,
round,
Josh Jackson.
which is
Josh
the
Jacobs.
Raiders. The Raiders have 3 first-round picks, so this is the one they take the
Oh,
most.
this is big.
I think this pick is the one you take the most premium player available.
So
right?
I'm going defense.
Yeah, I think you go defense. I
Yeah.
think you go Ed Oliver. You go. Who did you have? Josh Allen.
Yeah,
edge rusher?
that's my big guy. If somebody doesn't get him soon, they're going to be at a loss.
Fact.
He's gonna be gone.
Look at this.
You
I
very
wanted
high.
to
You
point
very
that
high
out.
on that guy.
13 sacks last season for the Oakland Raiders, a league low.
What about Devin White?
League low. Devin White, definitely a possibility.
LSU.
Great linebacker at LSU. I actually had him.
I got that. That's my.
You have him as put in. Who'd you have, Rob?
I had
Who
John White.
did I have? I had. Let me check real quick. I had. There's a lot of options there. You've got what's it, Devin Bush. You've got you've got Rashawn Gary, who's I believe is a defensive end, also, and then you have Josh Allen. So I got it could be any of those 3 for me. I don't have a definitive answer for you because it really could be any of them.
I have White going to the Bucks next pick. So I feel
Okay.
like he could be a better fit for them, especially
Don't
because
give me started with the
they
Bucks.
lost Kwame Alexander.
Oh.
So they're gonna need a linebacker.
The Bucks, we're gonna get to them in a minute.
calling it out.
They
Devin
need-
White.
They need to draft anybody they can draft. I mean,
Listen, man. The Bucks secondary leaves
Oh, it's
something to be
dismal.
desired at the very least.
And
It
don't get
is pretty rough.
and don't get me started with the offensive line and turnover himself, Mr. Jameis Winston. Please, no.
Yeah. Jameis Winston, it seemed like with both him and Ryan Fitzpatrick last year. I know Fitzpatrick's on the Dolphins now, but
Yeah.
you look at those 2 last year. It was just like they went back and forth, having bad games. One of them would come in at halftime and rake for half a game, and then 2 games later they'd have another terrible game and switch the other one back in. Just a grand old time over there in Tampa Bay.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Raiders pick is in.
What
That's
is
why
it?
you hear the pom poms.
Let's hear the pick.
All right, the pick is in. So like I
It
said,
has not been announced yet.
real quick,
Boys, I'm
KC,
taking Josh Allen.
Josh Allen.
What you got, Rob?
I'm gonna go Rashawn Gary. We'll see if Rashawn
Michigan?
Gary gets
Devin
back.
White. We
Devin White.
all got 3 different picks.
Yeah.
We got different picks
Let's
here.
see if I go 4 for
Hey,
4.
wait.
They need Khalil. They need to replace Khalil Mack. Bottom line, they gotta go with an edge rush.
Khalil Mack is not a replaceable player. You know,
That's very true. But they gotta do
Beyonce said
something.
it. Beyonce said
They need an edge rush.
irreplaceable. All right.
They need an edge rush, boss.
all right,
I'm
and
calling
with the 4th overall pick in the
Let's
NFL
see if I go
draft,
4
the
for
Raiders,
4.
the Raiders take Clelin Ferrell, defensive
Oh,
end from
switched
Cle-
it.
I thought you said Will Ferrell for a minute.
From
I'm like,
Clemson.
Well,
Great
this is-
pick overall.
This is a curveball.
Yeah, this is a curveball.
I had him going 22nd.
Yeah,
So-
I didn't even have him like in my top 20 yet.
So yet again, boys, this messes up everybody's draft board.
So now everybody's draft board has just flipped over,
Yeah.
upside down, side to side. Everything's wrong now. You know, all the mock drafts. Nobody had this guy number 4 from what I saw. So you know, this changes things. You did get your defensive end though.
Oh,
so
yeah,
it's
they
not
needed
Rashawn,
that.
It's not Rashawn Gary, but you have your defensive end.
Or Allen.
Right. It's not Allen. It's not Bush. It's not. Who'd you have?
I had Devin White.
Devin White. Yeah, none of those guys. So those guys are all still available. So now you move to the 5th pick, and the Bucks might have somebody that they didn't originally plan on having an opportunity to pick up. So
Hey,
Wow.
6'5", 260. I'll take Farrell on my defense. That man is a force.
I mean, he's
Yeah.
very big. Obviously, Clemson, we all know the history with the defensive line, excellent defensive line. That's part of the reason why they won the national championship last year. Producing a lot of NFL talent right now.
Oh, yeah.
Last couple of years. So hey,
Clemson's
I'm not going to argue with it.
A great program.
It's shocking to me. It's a curveball, but I'm not
Hey,
going to argue with it.
Lil, if you got a big man moving like that, and in 3 years he has 27 sacks, 11 and a half in his final season, with 166 total tackles, I'll take that.
That's an exciting player for the Raiders. I'd like to see him how he does because you know he's a defensive end, so he can play edge rush, right? Or he can be an interior rusher for a blitz, something like that.
Just stuff up a run as well.
Right, exactly. So you want to see him Raiders in the same division as the Chiefs. You know, see maybe he can get to Pat Mahomes. I don't know. Damian Williams is not the biggest threat at running back, but you know you're going to have to figure something out for that offense because Pat Mahomes seems unstoppable to me.
And
Crazy.
they need Farrell to get to Mahomes because
Yeah,
that division's going to be rough.
they got to get him. You know, Mahomes is the key because if Mahomes has time, Tyreek Hill is going to get open. It's pretty cut and dry. You know.
Boys, I hate to say it, but Hill seems to be in some
No,
trouble.
he's in a lot of trouble.
He is in a lot of trouble.
He's
I
in-
have seen that.
So I
He's
don't
in a
know
lot
if
of
this
trouble.
brother will ever play in the league again.
First of all, we already know about his. I don't know if y'all know, but I know about his domestic violence dispute in
Oh,
Oklahoma
yeah.
State.
Wasn't he
Badly.
abusing his child
He was
too?
abusing his child. This dude is
Yeah.
doing all sorts of
ridiculous.
things. I mean,
Yeah.
this dude is abusing his children. This dude
Yeah.
is abusing women. I mean, this type of character cannot be in the NFL. I don't care how good your talent is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Lil.
If Colin Kaepernick can take a knee, you cannot tell me this brother should be out here
No,
abusing
absolutely,
people.
absolutely
He should have
not.
a shot.
And you know, and you think about that for the Chiefs. Like,
Mhm.
if Tyreek Hill goes, if he's found guilty of all these things he's been accused of, which
They say the charges is
That
dropped.
folds their offense.
They said they know it's happened. I just saw a report today that they know it happened, but they I think people just dropped it. So
Yeah.
I think
you
he
know,
might.
I can't even imagine a Chiefs offense without Tyreek Hill right now.
Yeah, me
Because,
neither.
because that guy is.
You look at his
he's crazy.
lightning speed. He's gonna be lightning speeding into that jail cell if he gets caught.
He's gotta fix the road he's going down, man.
he's gonna be running from the inmates.
Yeah,
gonna
that's
be,
what I was just gonna say.
Hey, you there, boy? But like I said, good. I guess it, curveball pick for the Raiders.
Yeah,
But at the
nobody
same
saw
time,
that.
We'll see.
No.
I didn't think they were gonna go with Farrell.
No, we were 0 for 3 on that one.
Yeah.
As a huddle here, but
Yeah,
that's
I
how
like that.
that's how it goes sometimes, man.
Yeah.
It's an unpredictable thing. These guys in the room together, these scouts, the coaches,
Mm-hmm.
GMs, they're all in the room together, and they make these decisions over quite a bit of time. They have time to scout, they have time to watch these games, and see the tendencies, the scheme fits, that kind of thing with these players. So they see something to Farrell that most of the mock drafts didn't, but the people in the mock drafts aren't in the room either. So you're just going based off stats and what you can see, but you don't know the inner workings of these teams. So anything is possible.
And you always have that
Oh, yeah.
one player where a lot of guys are not looking at, but there's always that one team that they see something in that guy, and they know that that's their guy.
Mhm.
When you think about the Browns, even when it came to Baker Mayfield, not a lot of people thought he was going number 1. I didn't. I sure didn't.
No,
But the Browns
no, not
knew.
at all.
The Browns knew. They saw something in Baker Mayfield, and they was like, "That's our guy." So when everybody was saying,
It worked out.
when everybody was saying Donald, they went
Mhm.
Mayfield.
And
That's how it is.
How you think about it too, because now you look at the Browns. You look at the Browns now, and they went from a team that couldn't buy a win.
Couldn't buy it or sell it
now-
either.
And they, right, exactly. And then they make some serious moves this offseason.
Oh,
They
yeah.
traded the big trade with the Giants. Now that's the trade that tells you the Browns are all in.
That's
on
a
big-
trade of the year.
Yeah, absolutely. Now
That has
I'm a
to be.
Giants fan, and it hurts to see OBJ go because OBJ is.
I want to
is-
hear your opinion on that. Do you think
Listen,
it was a
Dennis,
good
you already
trade
know how
or
I
a
feel.
bad trade?
You
So,
already know how I
so
feel.
here's how
Me and
we
Lil
start.
had our voice.
So for those listening in that need a refresher on the trade, the Giants traded Odell Beckham for the 2019 first round pick, a third round pick, and
And Jabril
Jabril Peppers.
Peppers.
Mhm.
So Jabril Peppers is a solid player. He's a good
Yeah.
safety, and he's a replacement for Landon Collins,
Exactly.
who's no longer with the Giants.
Redskins now.
Yeah, he got paid quite a bit of money to play
Oh
for the
yeah,
Redskins.
70 million.
So, yeah, Jabril Peppers is a much cheaper option and probably still as effective. So that's fine for the Giants. But you look at the first and the third round pick, you got 17 overall. Now, for the Giants, you traded away. I don't think Odell's the best in the league, but he's one of the best.
Oh
Top
yeah,
three.
top three.
Top
three.
three or top
Top five.
five at the worst.
Yeah.
Right. So on his worst day, he's the 5th best receiver in the league.
Yeah.
Right. So that's what you traded away.
And on his best day, he could be number 1.
Absolutely. Like you could
Oh,
see
yeah.
Odell Beckham just go crazy, just beat everybody to every spot on the field, and just be unstoppable. It's absolutely possible, but
Mhm.
the Giants need to make these picks count. They signed Golden Tate to a 4-year deal.
Who's age 30 now?
Yeah, so he's an
You
older.
gotta think about that a
Right,
little
he's
bit.
an older guy, and
I see Golden Tate more on a veteran team that's already close to winning.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't have to do as much with that old age.
And that's true. He's going to be, mark my words, a big production. He's gonna have to be a big production a big workload for the Giants.
Yeah, absolutely.
The pom-poms is out.
The
pom-poms
pick is
out.
in?
The pick is in. The Buccaneers have their guy.
Who we taking,
I mean,
guys?
there's so much holes in the Buccaneers. It's not even funny. They got
The
the
Buccaneers,
offensive
the
line,
Buccaneers could take anyone.
Jameis Winston, defensive.
I'm going to continually say Allen.
Oh man.
I'm going to go with Allen until I'm blue in the
It
face.
could certainly be Allen. I
could
believe
certainly
it for sure.
Yeah,
I think it will be.
I can see it.
I could see it for sure.
I can see it.
If not your pick, Lil, Devin White. Could be linebacker Devin White.
I can see one.
Because
That's what a lot of mock
It could be
drafts were saying.
It could be Devin White. It could be Rashawn Gary. It could be any of these guys. It's really a toss up at this point. Colin Farrell went fourth, and he was projected 20 something for
Yeah.
most people. So it's anybody's guess at this point. We'll see. We'll see in just a second who it is. Let me get it up here. This is a big one because my Giants are on next, so we will certainly see what we got going on after this.
And the Buccaneers picks are in. We see the crowd, the people in the crowd, they dancing.
Hey,
they don't got a lot to
boys.
dance for. I mean, that team ain't gonna do nothing even with this pick. So you know, I guess they.
Unless Jameis Winston looks like he does on his best day playing quarterback.
Oh, he's got to step it up.
He's got to play like that 16 games out of 16 games for them to be a good team.
If you're letting Fitzmagic beat you out for the starting spot,
a couple times,
you got a problem,
It
man.
happened a couple
A
times.
huge problem.
They have issues in that team, but
And
overall, they don't have Kwan Alexander, like I said before, so they could very well go with White at linebacker.
okay, here we go.
And there they go. The 5th pick in the NFL draft, the Buccaneers take Devin White.
There
from
it is,
LSU.
Devin White.
There it is. So that's big. That's a
Yeah,
linebacker.
huge pick.
That's a huge pick.
Yeah.
One thing I would say about Devin White, I like this guy. He's a great leader. He was the leader of the LSU on defense. He makes an immediate impact, in my opinion, on the football field. Can play multiple positions.
For sure.
Fast. He gets to the ball. This guy is the real deal. That's what I got to say about Devin White. LSU, we all know about the defense over there, and let's not coach over there anymore. But you know how it is. So I like the pick. I think the Buccaneers could have been a lot of places here. Obviously, they have a lot of holes to fill.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you got to fix one hole at a time.
And hey, Lil, I'm gonna try to be the stat guy. 62 solo tackles, 3 sacks, 3 forced fumbles. He was being compared to Miles Jack, who I believe is still in the Jaguars, right?
Yeah.
Miles Jack.
Miles Jack, solid player. for sure.
So he's getting comparisons to him. You got a 240-pound linebacker that's going to hit you as hard as he can, and his sideline-to-sideline speed is ridiculous. He ran a 4.42 at the combine. So this man has speed, and he's going to be a tackling machine for the Bucs, and they need that.
No, this is big. This is big for sure.
You got to go up against Christian McCaffrey. You need somebody to tackle that man.
Oh.
Yeah. And listen, man. Here we go with the Giants, number 6 overall. For me, this is the pick right here.
Big move.
Now, this is pick 1 of 12 in this draft for the Giants. That they really need to make every pick count. I mean, I would say you want like 8 out of 12 picks to turn out great. Like you can't expect all 12 players to be NFL caliber talent, especially with 6th and 7th round picks, right? But you pull up with the Giants. My favorite QB left in this draft is Dwayne Haskins. I think he's got what it takes. I don't know what they would have to trade to get a Josh Rosen, and if they'd have to give up the 17th pick for Josh Rosen.
So be it.
It's debatable. It's debatable if you would trade that, because the Cardinals don't have any use for Josh Rosen right now. He would stay on their team purely as a backup, and that's not what his talents. Yeah. They can get a return for him.
Exactly.
So if I was the Giants, I would love to see them get. If they could get Rosen for a 2nd round pick, I would love it. But I think that's a stretch.
Yeah, I mean that's what I asked you before. Would you be mad with Allen? And I don't think I would.
No, I wouldn't. No, Josh Rosen. If we can build a line around him and get him set up.
Why do I keep saying Allen?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
I keep saying Allen.
No,
I'm thinking of the other quarterback.
Hey, man,
and I don't know what's going on with my laptop. Hillary Clinton just popped up like an ad of Hillary Clinton. I wonder if she
What
has
is going on
what's
right
going
now?
on right now?
Josh Rosen.
What is going on? There's a lot of Josh Allen.
I keep thinking of Allen with the Bills.
Yeah, there's a Josh Allen in the Bills, Josh Allen in the draft.
Yeah,
It's all
Kentucky.
a lot of Josh Allen.
I would say this: the Giants. All right, so we know about
the
Wilson.
pick is in for the Giants.
Oh baby, what are you saying? What are you saying?
They already knew that.
Oh man,
They have to go.
They're
with
going
Dwayne
Haskins.
They
They're going
have to.
Haskins.
if they don't, if it's not,
But I have a
Haskins,
feeling they're not.
If it's not
I have a
Haskins,
feeling.
it might be Gary. It might be Rashawn Gary.
If it's Daniel Jones,
Who do I have?
I just have a feeling.
I'm telling
See,
you
I
right
had-
now,
I
if it's
had-
Daniel Jones, that's
I had Devin White.
That's
and if
absurd.
you take Daniel Jones at 6, I'm just gonna sit here and cry. Just
That
to
is-
hear me crying on the air. It's gonna be unfortunate for me.
that'll definitely be in my opinion.
I think Ed Oliver.
a
Watch out for Ed
terrible
Oliver.
And Oliver is definitely. I would
Hey,
not be upset with that Oliver here.
Don't rule out the Kentucky Josh Allen either.
No,
I keep saying
you
this
want
man's
the John-
name.
you-
I'm a huge advocate for this
If they're
guy.
not,
He's a top edge rusher.
Absolutely. If they're not taking
This guy's been
Haskins
saying
here-
Josh Allen since we came into the booth today.
I have been.
I mean,
Yeah, he wants somebody to pick. He wants somebody to pick Josh Allen, and I respect it. He's going to go in the first round. There's no
Yeah, he's
question.
got to go within the
But-
top 10.
but wait,
Who do you
There's
have
no
going?
way.
Who do you have going for the? You have Dwayne Haskins going for the Giants.
I think they had to.
If they're going quarterback, I
gotta
want to
success
say
rate.
Haskins, but
I don't
You know.
know if they're going to do it.
I don't think they're
know.
going to do it. I don't
If they
think
go
they're going to
defensive player
Hey,
here, I think
but
they
they
try
should.
and trade for Rosen. I
if
think
I'm
they trade for Rosen.
if I'm you, Rob, and they get Locke, I'm not mad at all. I just looked at this man's
Locke?
stats. Yeah,
Locke
Drew
or
Lock, he
Haskins,
had
I'd be happy.
3,000 plus yards in 3 straight seasons.
It's about time they success
So-
Eli, man. You have to success Eli.
You have
man,
to.
it's
And
me.
Eli's
You
been
have to.
quoted saying like he's ready for somebody to come in. He's ready to
Yeah.
teach somebody, mentor.
Exactly.
somebody.
Not only that,
And
it
that's
can,
the stage that they're at.
Yeah.
and you know what else it could do? It could help Eli Manning get better knowing that there's a quarterback sitting beneath him, and that could up his play.
Brother. With
Oh, Lord.
the sixth,
Oh, my Lord.
the
Oh,
sixth
Lord.
overall pick in the draft, the Giants take Daniel Jones.
Daniel
Quarterback.
Jones. This may be
Oh,
one
Lord.
of the worst early round picks
I'm out.
Oh Lord.
I've
I
ever
can't.
seen.
I'm
I
gonna just
can't.
have to. I'm gonna just.
Are
have
you
to-
kidding me?
Gosh.
That is. I'm just gonna have to go tweet that I'm crying real quick.
You know, it's crazy
just
because
like-
these microphones is motion microphones, and I was literally about to just walk out and come back. You know, take a walk.
What
know,
is going on
what
with
is-
the New York Giants?
I knew it. I just knew it. I just said it to myself.
You know,
Hey, Lil,
I
when
just said
they,
it to myself.
real quick, Rob, I don't mean to cut you off, but really quick. From the Odell trade to now, downhill as an organization.
I mean,
What is
start off
going
with-
on, man?
Start off with the defensive. His name is slipping me. The move that they made.
Olivier
with it-
Vernon,
No, the other guy, the defensive guy, Landon Collins.
Lennon Collins,
Moving him with no explanation.
letting him slip.
You know, I know his
Yeah,
production went down a
They
little
let
bit.
him slip, but they got Peppers back, which is
True.
something. But
Yeah.
you lost Odell Beckham.
Oh, man.
And
Oh,
there was a
my
quote from
gosh.
Gettleman that he literally said, "We did not sign Odell Beckham to trade him." But
And they did.
you know, that's really funny, man, because it looks like you traded him to me, and now you've got, in my opinion, not the best quarterback available. It's just
And hey,
frustrating.
I picked
The
Daniel
Giants-
Jones before the draft. I was texting my uncle who's a big Giants fan. I told him, I have a feeling they're going Jones. And he said, nah, I don't think so. I'd rather Haskins, which every Giant fan would rather have had.
Exactly.
I don't know
So,
what
you know,
was going through
if-
Gettleman's
if-
mind.
It falls.
I don't know what is going on. They said they have a plan. But
What's
guess
the
what?
plan?
I don't know in the world what that plan is up to this day. I don't know it at all.
For me, if your plan is that if you have Daniel Jones stats like his build, like his like height, that kind of thing, like compared to Eli Manning,
Yeah.
because he might be like the similar build to Eli Manning.
That's what they were saying.
If that's the case, that's fair. Like you get a quarterback that kind of
Mhm.
very similar play style to Eli. That's the only reason I would be
Actually,
They
here's the
literally-
thing, though.
Yo, it didn't even hit me yet till now. They literally drafted Daniel Jones out of Duke. It just hit me.
Will, going off what he just said about fitting Eli Manning,
Ladies and gentlemen,
it wasn't a fit because
people on Instagram, what are the Giants doing?
Will
What are they doing?
Will is upset
What-
right now.
what are
He's
they
not
doing?
even a Giants fan.
I'm not even a Giants fan. I'm from New York, so I represent
Yeah,
sometimes.
that's
you
a
know what I'm
fact.
saying? But what are they doing?
It's so frustrating because
You know what?
I haven't been following football
Oh,
for really that
gosh.
many. I've been following football for a few years now, but
Mhm.
like really, man, like the Giants just really been upsetting for me, man. Like it's like it's
You look like you about to
upsetting.
cry.
It's
You-
upsetting,
You
man.
guys look like you ready to cry.
Before, oh, like you said about the comparison, okay, he's compared to Eli. From what I was looking at in terms of his combine report and how he played with Duke, he's a mobile quarterback. He's a mobile quarterback.
I'm about to put you in a hot seat, Casey.
So I don't know what's going
I gotta
on.
put you in a hot seat.
All right, let's hear it,
You know
man.
you're my guy, but I gotta put you in a hot seat.
All right, here it
Was
is.
you you just advocating for Daniel Jones in the beginning of the show? Why you not happy?
All right.
All right, because I seem to remember saying that he was the fourth best QB in the first round. There's 4 QBs.
Yeah.
He's the last QB I would take.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And
I
they
never
took-
said he was better than the others.
No,
I was an advocate for him because he was
that's fair.
he was known as a quote unquote complete NFL quarterback, according to analysts. That's not my words.
Gosh.
But he's not comparable to Eli.
I will give you that.
I don't know what's going on with him. Hands, great strength, really good with run blocking, and the thing that makes him stand out, he's mobile and he has good length. His arms are like 35 inches long, so
Yeah.
that would definitely be a solid pick.
Oh,
Rob. I agree.
For sure.
You need to get some blocking for Josh Allen.
That is.
The show? Why?
Hands, great strength, really good with run blocking, and the thing that makes him stand out, he's mobile and he has good length. His arms are like 35 inches long, so
Yeah.
that would definitely be a solid pick.
Oh,
Rob.
for
I
sure.
agree.
For sure.
You need to get some blocking for Josh Allen,
Man, you just
the correct quarterback this time,
The only
not Josh Rosen.
The only thing is, man, you look at an offensive lineman in the draft that you just think back to a name that I hate that I have to say, but Eric Flowers, man.
Oh,
Like
man.
you just don't want to take. It's just a little
Bust for the Giants.
It's a little sketchy to take an offensive tackle in the first round here, but you just if he's better than Eric Flowers,
Mhm.
that you know, like you
I
can
mean, hey.
you can only go up from Eric Flowers if we're being honest.
I just
You
think
need a lineman for Nick Foles, Will.
the pick is in, ladies and gentlemen. The pom-poms.
The pick is in.
I mean, I say this, man. I just think T.J. Hawkinson or Jawan Taylor is my 2 guys.
Yeah, after we see the pick, the Jaguars with the 7th overall pick in the NFL
It
draft
is.
take Josh Allen, edge rusher from Kentucky.
My guy, Josh Allen. I was
that
talking
guy.
this man up.
So this is the
Finally got picked.
So listen, man, this is huge for the Jaguars. They might not have thinking. That's not English. Thinking is not a word. They might not have thought that Josh Allen would have made it this far, but their defense can be very good, if not great, and that'll bolster that defense.
Hey, their defense was filthy 2 years ago.
It was.
So,
And
it's got
their
that
defense,
potential.
it's not the defense was bad last year. It's because the offense couldn't keep up, so you left the defense out there on the football field to get exposed.
So this is not the pick that we were expecting. We were expecting an offensive tool for the Jaguars because
New quarterback.
Because Nick Foles is a better quarterback than Blake Bortles.
Oh,
period.
100%.
There's no question. Nick Foles has. I think he could have what it takes to be elite. Because now he's going to have a starting job. Because you saw what he did when he came in for the Eagles 2 years ago. He came in for the Eagles and he was sharp. In that run kept them alive and then had an excellent Super Bowl. You know, so like he's got what it takes. You know.
I would say this: Josh Allen, he's productive. Obviously, that's Tennessee's guy. He has 17 sacks on the year.
Yeah.
I mean, that tells you. The guy, he gets to the pigskin. And I'm not even saying football. I'm going back to the old school days. The brother is getting to the pigskin.
He's an outstanding edge rusher, and
We're not going to a quick commercial break, though.
I think that was huge. But we going to a quick commercial. We back with more Jags talk.
In the next 2 minutes, we'll be back, ladies and gentlemen. Don't go nowhere. We in the huddle.
Stay in the huddle. Weird, yo. Are you getting the update so quick? Mine's like delayed.
NFL.com.
That's sick.
I like reading it out though. If you guys are cool with
Oh
reading
yeah,
it out.
dude, you're our guy. You already read them all out.
Okay, so you can check my radio page on Instagram. Check my radio station page Instagram. Make sure like the video stayed up there.
Yeah,
I hold it in the lead.
I was about to go in about the Jags
Having
D.
fun, guys.
Yeah, me too.
You like it, bro?
Me too.
Hey, they got Marcel Darius at D tackle. Let's see who else we got here.
No, it's fun being on the air. Like I'm telling you, my first show, man, I was nervous for like 30 seconds, and I was just like, let me just start.
Dude,
off.
once you get into the flow, you're good, man.
No pain.
Dope. But yeah, I got you. I'm about to check the live stream.
Also, so when we get back on, I'm about to say the Lions were offered a trade. They declined the trade, so they're going to pick eighth.
You see it?
Yeah.
How's it going?
hair. You gotta fix the hair. No, it'll be good. It's
Sound
working.
good?
Yeah, it's on.
It's not too bad, man.
You can hear it?
Yeah.
I can hear it out here. Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, you saw everybody.
Yeah, everybody's in it. Shout out to WSUC.
Yo, we doing big things. Woo, woo.
I'd love to see it, man.
Facts. I'm having fun, bro. This is.
It's nice.
Yeah, we gotta.
Cause it's more like relaxed. Like
Yeah,
we just
I like that.
we're just talking about it.
I like the panel we got right now.
Yeah.
I like it.
Are you guys going on the air after this?
Commercial year.
Well, there's only the Levi D left.
All right, so let's go. Whatever it is.
Yeah, we can go back, right?
Yeah.
Word.
Ready to go back.
Ladies and gents.
We are back in the huddle.
Yo.
Yes,
real,
sir.
Real quick, here we are. We're on the 8th pick. The pick is in for
Oh
the
my
Lions.
lord.
Now,
Boys.
before we get our predictions for this pick, I just want to
Pick is
say
in.
that the Lions were offered to trade. I'm not sure by who, but
Oh, man.
they were offered to trade and they decided to pick. So that means they knew they
Yeah.
had their heart set on whoever they got here. So who
Let's find out who that person
Boys.
What were we
is.
thinking? Do you
To start it off,
do we guess? Do you think?
I mean,
I'm
Matt
going
Patricia-
defense.
Me too, Matt Patricia.
edge
Defensive
rush.
guy.
I think tight end position could be an option.
Oh,
for the Lions.
Hawkinson?
Yeah, Hawkinson is
Oh.
up. Hawkinson is up, and he's a two-tool.
That's
He's
a good
That won't
point.
surprise me.
He's
They
got
have
some tools,
Ebron
you know.
though.
You know
They
what?
do have Ebron.
You have Ebron, and
I'm
that's
gonna
very true.
agree with you.
You going
TJ
offense?
I'm going
You know,
offense.
Hawkinson can be
Because he's still available. I didn't know.
I'm taking
you know,
Montez Sweet.
You know, Hawkinson.
You mean Sweat?
Sweat?
Sweet.
Sweat?
I think it's Sweat. Yeah,
Sweet
Montez-
Sweat.
I don't even know.
Sweet
Montez
Sweat.
Sweat. Yeah.
Sweat.
Hey,
Sweet.
he's 6'6", 252 pounds.
Yeah.
I'm taking this man for my defense.
It won't surprise me.
That's a quick guy. You know, that's a big dude, and he's gonna come at you quick.
I won't be
He's got the combo of speed and length.
So we going Hawkinson, Sweat.
I like Hawkinson.
Me too, I like
For the
Hawkinson.
Lions.
I'm sweating right now, waiting for this pick.
Sweat
Yeah.
the sweat.
Here it is,
It's
Lil.
gonna be good. We'll see in just a second. I think it's gonna be big for the Lions. You kind of see what direction they want to go in with this pick. You know, like if they want to bolster that defense this season.
Oh yeah,
or if they want to go
they
back
have
on-
to. Like you just said with Patricia, he's a defensive guy.
He's a defensive
They
juggernaut.
got to build that defense like it once was with New England.
Exactly.
You know, you want to give.
But you want to get Matt Stafford some
Yeah.
weapons.
I was about to say, like Matt Stafford is a good quarterback.
He's a good quarterback. You know,
He's been doubted for years.
he's a good quarterback. He could throw for 4,000 yards easily.
Yeah.
It's just he
Him and
needs the
Golden
weapons.
Tate,
Exactly.
No,
But
He
he had
needs to
Calvin
stay healthy.
Johnson.
That's another thing, his health issue. But if he can stay healthy and you know
Mhm.
build around Stafford, you could make some noise.
Oh, yeah.
You certainly could. He's not too old, is he? You know, he's pretty young, right? So like he's got some
Yeah.
years left.
And they went to the playoffs
He's
before. They
low-
went to the
low
wild
30s,
card round when
maybe.
they lost to the Cowboys a couple years ago. So
Yeah, so
Yeah.
they're in there.
And
Yeah.
just a quick thing for Central New York and everybody live stream listening. Rob is our guy for the live looking at who picks who.
But yeah, plug your
He's
show
reading
in,
them
bro.
all.
Go ahead and plug your show.
My show is going to be live tomorrow. You can check it out on the WSUC live stream. It's going to be Rob's radio showcase tomorrow, 4 to 6. If you want to check that out tomorrow. But for right now, we have the 8th overall
Here it is,
pick
Rob.
in the NFL draft.
What is it?
And the Lions select T.J. Hawkinson. from
Oh,
Iowa.
baby.
Okay. I like that
Oh,
pick.
baby.
So listen.
I like that
So
pick.
they went for the tight end.
I like that
And
pick.
you know, so what's his name?
The
There's
top
the other
guy.
tight end besides
Noah
Ebron.
Font. Fan?
No, the other guy on the
Oh,
Lions.
you're talking about on the Lions.
Wasn't there another guy?
I am
It's
not
slipping my
sure.
mind. Slipping my mind.
Somebody.
I
wanna pull
But
it up?
I would say this, right?
I'm not sure with the other guy, but I don't know if he's playing. But now you got Hawkinson and Ebron, right?
I gotta pull it up.
And you look at Ebron, and Ebron is a huge red zone threat. Absolutely,
Yeah.
he's a red zone monster.
His blocking
You know,
skills.
I'm not gonna lie right now.
His blocking skills is unbelievable.
Lil, I'm pretty upset because I'm a Green Bay Packers fan and I had Hawkinson through and through. I had Green Bay getting him, even though it was a
You
stretch.
didn't have to think he was gonna drop that far down.
No,
You really thought
no.
he was
I
gonna
thought
drop
he was
that
going to get
far?
to 12.
Listen,
I really thought.
So you thought he was going to get to? Oh, okay. I didn't know the
For
Packers
Green
had
Bay, yeah.
the 12th pick.
We have the 12th and the 30th that we got from the Saints.
I still
But-
didn't
Oh,
think
okay,
he was
okay.
gonna- I still
No,
didn't
listen,
think
I
he
mean,
was
I
gonna-
had optimism
Listen, man, dropping to 12
But-
isn't that much of a stretch. Like
for a tight end too.
listen,
'Cause there's-
every team in the draft can always
There's better
bolster their
players.
defense. You can always have a better defense.
Exactly.
It doesn't end with every team. You can always have a better defense, right? Like you can always draft a younger player,
Yeah.
I
somebody
just
faster,
think,
stronger.
I just thought with Nick Foles, they was either going to get him or the Lions. But I thought one of those teams would have got him, and that's why I thought it was going to be a stretch.
You look at Nick Foles and Matt Stafford; they're your middle of the road quarterbacks. You know what I'm saying? They're not superstars, but they're gonna be consistent. You know what I mean? So getting them weapons to work with, they can definitely be consistent, solid producers for your team now, and that's really what you need with those types of teams to get them to the next level.
For
And-
sure.
And the tight end is Jerome Cunningham, I believe, for the Lions.
But there's,
Oh, Cunningham.
I swear there was. Oh no, Ebron's on the Colts.
Yeah, Ebron is on the Colts.
Hey, guys.
Yeah, yeah.
That's why I'm bugging out because
I apologize. The Lions drafted Ebron, and then they
Yeah.
later
Oh,
traded him.
right.
That was my fault.
Oh, that's my bad. That's why I couldn't. Jack Doyle's the other guy in the Colts.
Doyle.
So so the Colts
Yeah,
don't need
that's
a
the
tight
other
end.
guy.
That's why I was confused. The Lions definitely need a tight end. The Lions absolutely need.
So
a
that
tight
was
end.
a great pick.
That was
That
an
was-
ex. That's why.
I
You saw me my hands go up. There was a reason why.
Hey,
It was an excellent pick.
He had the Mackey Award for the nation's top tight end. So this guy, I'm telling you
Bro,
right now, he's
this-
going to be a force.
this
250
guy is-
pounds,
Elite.
6'5".
His blocking skills, he can block.
Yeah.
Which
And
helps your
that's
offensive
big
line.
too because you
Very
want
big.
you want to run a play with just wide receivers. You want to have that guy on your blocking. He becomes an offensive lineman, and that helps stop the edge rusher. You know what I mean? That's
With
huge.
And
that
he's a big
too,
tight end.
and it also
And
puts
he's a good catcher. Like
it
he's
puts
versatile.
it puts out there the threat of him on the field. You don't know if he's blocking or if he's going out for a route.
It's
Yeah.
6'5", physical dude, hard to
Yeah.
bring down.
Right.
Very
Block
fast
tackle.
for a tight end.
Similar to
He was very fast.
Similar to a Gronk or someone like that. That's
And-
the build you're looking for. With the
And
tight end.
tight ends who are that dangerous after the catch, hard to bring down, can block, or always a quarterback's best
Yeah.
friend.
Mhm.
How many of us have them?
And
Okay.
it's interesting to see Noah Fant in this draft too because
Yes.
he's quick.
Two
That's
top
the-
tight ends from Iowa.
Right.
To be
And
honest with
that's
you,
rare.
And it's big because you look at Noah Fant. He's going to go lower in the draft. Personally,
Yeah.
for me, just because he's
the Packers, I believe that might be the guy.
I wouldn't mind getting
he-
Fant.
He should make it to 12. I think the Bengals are going to take a QB. Broncos might take a QB because the Broncos are the ones with Flacco, correct?
I think the Broncos will get Rashawn Gary or Devin Bush.
You think so? So you
I think they
you
need
think
to. They're going to bulk up their linebacker spot.
So you want them to get that defense rolling with Von Miller
Yeah.
and Nick Chubb and get them
Mhm.
really get the ball rolling.
But hey, going off what you just said, John Elway, former Hall of Fame quarterback, or is a Hall of Fame quarterback, but former QB for the Broncos. He's the GM. He's a big quarterback guy.
all right.
You guys think Haskins?
So who's on the clock? The Buffalo.
Gentlemen, the Bills are
The Bills?
The pick is in for the Bills.
Pick is
Oh,
in.
Lord.
Now, for me, it's Andre Dillard or Jawan Taylor. It is a.
It has to be
offer.
Juwan Taylor.
It has to. For me, it has
That's
to.
what
be,
I had. I had Jawan
Yeah.
originally.
It
at
doesn't
number 9.
matter which one of them it is. For me, it
Mhm.
matters that they pick an offensive tackle here. They're both. They're
Mhm.
both
Their offensive line
valued
is
about
terrible.
the same. They
To me, they
need an O lineman bad. But
definitely do.
if
Oh, the Bills selected.
the Bills have selected defensive lineman Ed Oliver with the 9th overall pick from the draft.
Houston.
I can't argue with that.
That's a curveball.
I would love to see them try to patch the offensive line,
Hey.
but I can't argue with that.
What I said earlier, Kyle Williams retired. They need to replace him, and I forget the other guy's name off the top of my head, but they also lost, I'll give it to you right now, Jerry Hughes. He's got one more year left on his contract. So they needed this. And I think Brandon Beane, the GM, was right in getting probably the next best edge rusher in the draft. And Ed Oliver.
Yeah, I can't argue
Yeah.
with that. I probably would have went with Jawan
He's
Taylor,
good.
but
Yeah.
Ed Oliver's your defensive tackle. He's a solid pick. You know,
Mhm.
the pick just went through now. You got the Broncos on the clock next.
Yes, sir.
I think defense is always a must, especially for teams that are trying to rebuild because the two keys for me in a team to try and get to a playoff run is defense and a good line. And you look at the Jaguars 2 years ago; they made the playoffs with a below-average quarterback in Blake Bortles and a super good defense. Their defense was stellar 2 years ago,
Mhm.
and their offensive line was not half bad either. So that's how you get a team to the playoffs. And starting with the defense and taking maybe because their offense is not the Bills. The Bills could make things happen with Josh Allen. He's a playmaker. So they're not in an awful spot offensively.
Yeah.
Maybe they should have bulked the offensive line, like you're saying, because
I
you
think
need more blocking for LaShawn McCoy as well. Because we all saw he's a versatile running back when given the opportunity to perform so. And he really has not had the opportunity with
That's
that
what
line.
I'm saying. I would have went Jawan Taylor. That's exactly why I would have went Jawan Taylor. But they
Greg Little.
They seem to have their guy, and that's not a bad pick.
And listen now. So now you got the two offensive linemen that could have both gone top 10. Jawan Taylor and Andre Dillard and Jawan Taylor, right? So both of them could have gone top 10.
And Jonah Williams, don't forget him from Bama.
Yeah,
Right, so
He's a big guy,
I
too.
got him on my list.
So, right
Jonah
there.
Williams.
Let's see where I have Jonah Williams listed here. I have Jonah Williams.
He's actually ranked better than Dillard according to CBS.
Jonah Williams I have going to the Packers at 12. So Jonah Williams is right up there with
I can
Dillard
see
and
that.
Jawan Taylor, right? So
Our line's a little banged up.
hey, listen, man. These are 3 premium offensive tackles, right? So that's what you're looking at here.
Hey,
Yeah.
real quick,
And it's falling
I
down.
want
to these
to
guys.
go back to the
Yeah.
Raiders. 3 picks. I wouldn't be surprised if they got one of these guys.
They
gotta
could-
bulk the line
no,
as
it
well.
absolutely could happen. And like,
Very-
but
definitely.
we can also see them go 3 picks in a row. You could have 3 teams just go, oh, we're all taking a line here. We're not messing around.
Yeah.
So it could go straight down to their pick, and if they get one of them, absolutely take it.
We look
It's
at
not gonna
Denver.
go-
We look at Denver because they're on the clock right now.
Yeah.
6 minutes left to go.
Yeah.
Unless they pick it a little early.
Yeah.
Do they go quarterback? Dwayne Haskins is still available.
For me, Dwayne Haskins is up at 10. I'm taking him.
You taking him, right? Over Joe Flacco?
He's not going to play over Joe Flacco this year. I think you take him to
Yeah,
the bowl.
They're going to have the vet
Look-
teach
look-
him a few
Hey,
things.
think about the Chiefs, man. They took Pat Mahomes to play the year
Behind Alex Smith.
Alex Smith.
Exactly.
And Alex Smith showed him how to be an NFL. Obviously, he has the talent. He's an incredible player. But he played Week 17. They're like, you know what? We're gonna give him a shot. And look at that league MVP. So I think that formula, it looks like it works. So it's not going to always work to an MVP level, right? But like it should work to the point that you get a solid QB out of it.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
I would say I expect Dwayne Haskins to go within the next 2
I'm
weeks.
taking Haskins right
You got
now.
Cincinnati at 11.
No. If
And you got
Haskins
Denver.
does not
Guys.
go now, he's gone at 11.
Yes.
I think I'm going with Haskins. Because, like I said, John Elway is a quarterback guy. He seems to love quarterbacks.
Yeah.
And, hey, Joe Flacco's on his way out soon, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So they need
He's
a
he
young
passed his
talent.
prime.
No,
Joe
Joe
Flacco's
Flacco-
past his
Hey,
prime.
the Giants
Flacco.
passed up on Haskins and got Daniel Jones. That's going to bite him.
Yeah,
I think
still don't
Denver's gonna
understand
take
that. I
him.
still don't understand.
No,
that.
they don't need to pick a QB now, right?
I
so
mean,
if you
just-
pick your QB,
Exactly.
Just
fine.
think about it. I mean, I know we supposed to figure.
They
we
made a
supposed to
bad
focus-
selection out of the 4, though.
I know we're supposed to focus on Denver right now, but just think about it. The Giants, the whole talk was Dwayne Haskins. Dwayne Haskins or non-quarterback. Dwayne Haskins or non-quarterback.
Mhm.
And you sit here and in front of the American people and you go Daniel Jones. What kind of foolishness, disarray is that?
It's just it's disgusting. I'm disgusted with
Yo.
Gettleman and the whole Giants organization.
I got an uncle who's a massive Giants fan.
Yeah.
When I used to go to my grandmother's house during the weekend, I used to hear all the screaming when the Giants used to do dumb stuff. I can just imagine him right now of what he said at his house right now. I can just imagine.
Yeah,
I wish I was there.
Lost his mind, more or less. I would
Going back
imagine.
to the Broncos, is this pick is in, right? Correct?
It's not in
No,
yet.
it's not in.
It's not in yet?
Not in. There's
So,
still-
hey,
there's still
Elway's
time.
mean,
doing his thinking right now.
I won't be surprised if it's a quarterback. Case Keenum, obviously, not there no more. He's on
Mhm.
the Redskins. He didn't perform good at all.
Yeah.
Fall short of expectations on Denver. Joe Flacco is not a guy that can get you to the promised land anymore. Yes, we know he won 1 Super Bowl ring, but he hasn't done nothing after that Super Bowl ring. He's fallen off. Yes, we know about his strong arm, but he's not going to get you there. So I won't be surprised if they do look at a quarterback. Dwayne Haskins is falling into their lap right now.
Honestly, another big thing they need, though, is defense. Obviously, it wins championships, and I think that even though they have Miller and Chubb, they need another linebacker, like I was saying. So I wouldn't be surprised if they got Devin Bush.
And
from
think
Michigan.
about it, to help Von Miller out too, to
Exactly.
bring up that defense, because they do need some stuff on defense now.
Exactly.
The defense
Listen, guys,
falling off.
we got the pick in for the Broncos. Who do we got for the Broncos here, gentlemen?
All right, so
We'll-
I'm
we'll-
split between a linebacker or Elway and his tendencies to love quarterbacks.
Listen, man.
What are you guys
think,
going
I
with?
think if you want to make a defense elite, you go for a linebacker, but I think they're going to take Haskins. Because if you don't take Haskins, he will go to the Bengals 130% of the time.
I think they might. I think they might go on defense, probably like Devin Bush or something.
I'm going Devin Bush.
Devin Bush, right?
Michigan.
Me too. Me and you on Devin
I
Bush.
think it's Haskins for the Broncos. We'll see shortly.
There it is.
It-
Hey, 4.43 at the combine. Bush is a force.
Yeah, hold on. The Steelers is on the clock.
Whoa.
Steelers.
Whoa,
Was there a trade?
whoa.
Oh, I have not.
They traded the pick.
They traded the pick.
to
The Steelers is on the clock.
They traded the pick, ladies and
The
gentlemen.
Steelers is on the clock right now.
We're trying to
I did not
get
see this.
trying to get a
Wow.
quick update on this trade.
Wow. Who could the
And
Steelers
that's
possibly
insane.
pick for one? Then what could
The
what
Steelers
do they have in
looking for
mind?
they got to look defense here. No.
Oh, here it is. The Steelers traded up and they took Devin Bush.
Oh,
Okay.
They just drafted Devin
oh,
Bush.
that's big. That's big for the Steelers.
That was huge. We got it right with the player.
We got it right with the player.
But hey, the Steelers swooped in.
They saw an opportunity.
That's crazy.
And they got Devin Bush. Wow.
I'm trying to see what the trade
Wow.
entailed.
Wow.
What would they give up for that? You know, I don't know why the Broncos would do that.
Oh man. Wow.
They better have gotten some good value.
I was wondering if we was going to see a trade today, but
Yeah.
they got Devin Bush.
Hey, it was bound to happen.
Listen, this guy Devin Bush to me, I don't think he's given the credit that he deserves. This
He's an
guy to
outstanding
me
athlete.
is phenomenal. All right, linebacker from Michigan, ran a 4.42. Speed, the speed from side to side, can make plays, he can get all over the football field. Leadership, we all know he was a leader on Michigan. Very smart, and guess what? He can be fast and cover well too. So you got a guy that is almost like how you like it, and how do you want it? Do you want me to cover? Do you want me to tackle? Let me know. I can do it all. I'm Mr. Dr. Octopus, okay? That's basically what they
Hey,
got.
Lil, being that they lost, blanking out of his name right now, Steelers linebacker, he hurt his neck, paralyzed.
Oh, Shazier.
Ryan Shazier.
Shazier.
They needed to replace a guy like that. I mean, some say he's unreplaceable because he was outstanding, but
Yeah.
hey, Devin Bush, 4.5 sacks, 66 tackles in his last year. And like I said, his sideline to sideline speed is phenomenal. So
Yeah.
overall that's a good pick for the Steelers and a good trade.
Listen, so the Broncos traded down. So now the Bengals have the two quarterbacks left in the draft. Whoever they want now.
Yes.
And they can have.
They're
have-
flexible right now. They can
take whoever they
compare
want.
apples to apples now. That's basically
And
what they are.
listen, Locke and Haskins are both good players, right?
Yeah.
You can't
They
argue
really
that. They're both solid QBs.
Mhm.
I always was a big fan of Locke. It's all of a sudden now that it got close to the draft, Locke got all the hype. But I've been had the hype on Locke. I thought he was a quality quarterback out of Missouri. Know how to make the right throws. His mechanics is nice.
Yeah.
You know, he's accurate. I've always been a fan of Locke. It's just that now all of a sudden people's getting on board. So, you know, just like a lot of stuff,
I mean,
I always call first. you
Locke
know?
is outstanding, Lil. Locke, going by the numbers, Locke was pretty solid in college. Like 3,000 plus yards in his past 3 seasons. I think 2017 he had 42 touchdowns. So and only like 7 interceptions.
I think that
So hey,
there's no doubt in my mind Cincinnati's going quarterback here.
No, absolutely.
They're on the
I
clock.
Think,
They
I
have
think,
two
I think Haskins,
quarterbacks
I think
to choose
Haskins is the move.
Yeah, me too.
And I think whoever they don't take, the Dolphins will take.
hey, you
I
know,
think
I
that's how
also
it goes.
feel they could get Jawan Taylor. They can get an offensive lineman.
I'm going to go back to the Giants pick for a second. I'm a Giants guy here. I want to go back to their pick. I respect them for taking QB at number 6 because it very well could be gone. Does you guys feel
Sure.
that like taking a QB at 6 makes sense?
Yeah.
I don't agree with the QB they took,
Exactly.
but taking a QB at 6 with the Dolphins and Redskins to follow the Bengals here, all 3 of those QBs could have been gone.
No, it's 100% reasonable
Of
that
course.
they took a quarterback.
We knew it. I mean,
Right.
Eli Manning
Exactly.
is on his way out the door.
They needed to get a quarterback.
Taking a QB at 6
But here's the
is
thing:
fine.
is he the franchise quarterback? Is he the guy that's going to be the
Is
guy?
He's the guy that
Listen.
you want.
This is not a team. The
So-
Giants. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Now, is this the guy that you want at the helm to success of Eli?
Listen,
Is-
That's what I'm
Right.
saying.
Listen, man. This is not a question you can answer without seeing him play in the NFL. So, my idea, my thing with the Giants, I don't expect the Giants to make a playoff run this year. I have
Oh, of
no.
course. I don't expect it for the next couple of seasons.
Right,
When
so
they
I
traded
don't expect-
OBJ, they started over.
Yes, absolutely. They started over. So you look at the team now and you're like, okay, so we're starting over now. What do we do here? And what you're going to do is you're really going to have to give him that year under Eli, and then give him a couple games at the end of the season.
Mhm.
Give him week 16, week 17, maybe even week 15, right? Because Eli doesn't have to play every game.
Mhm.
So if you go to that point, you give him that game, and then you see how he does in the NFL spotlight. So that's what we're gonna have to see.
And boys, real quick, I got an update on the trade. So the Steelers traded the first round, their 20th pick, second round 53rd pick, and a 2023rd to the Broncos.
That's
That was a bit of a reach.
Yeah.
Listen. Devin Bush.
Boys.
Listen, Devin Bush is.
That's a lot.
Devin Bush is a good player from college, right? So he could turn out to be a beast.
Yes, I do.
and
I see that.
It could be worth it, but trading first, a second, and a third the next year. Listen, man, it's a lot. So we do have the.
I like
the
this guy.
Listen,
pick is
man,
in.
We have the
Hold on.
pick in,
Hold on.
and the 11th pick in the NFL draft for the Bengals is offensive lineman Jonah Williams.
Hey, so I was right with the offensive lineman aspect.
So
I said
Hello.
Jawan Taylor.
I got a question.
Wow.
Do people realize Dwayne Haskins is still available? Do people realize that Drew Lock is still
if
available?
somebody's
I don't know.
did they forget? That
Like
these-
they-
because now
What's
I
going
think
on?
I think Dwayne Haskins would be up at 17.
Yeah.
There's
I mean, it's a
all right,
chance
well,
for
there's-
he could be
there's a
Brady's
shot.
successor at 32. With Ray how it's
All
going.
right, listen,
Hey,
if
getting
Dwayne Haskins-
Jonah Williams was no mistake, though. They definitely needed to help their line out a little bit.
No, I mean, and and if that's the case, they have what's his name, Joe Flacco,
Mhm.
and if they're drafting an offensive tackle here, offensive lineman, like they trust Joe Flacco. It's an offensive guard, excuse me. So they drafted a guard.
And they needed that because they already have
Right.
two good tackles in Cordy Glenn and Bobby Hart.
Right.
So it was a good fit.
So now you have your guard, and now you look at that team. Now you're like, okay, do we trust Joe Flacco? And I guess you do trust him for at least a year or two, and then maybe you look for a quarterback in a later round, or you look for a quarterback next year. So that's kind of what you have to look at for them. And
Yeah.
Wow.
so you still got Dwayne Haskins and Drew Lock available.
Yes.
Those are the last two QBs in the draft here.
And my team, the Green Bay Packers, is on the clock.
All right, this is all
This is
you
big.
can see.
This is big.
This is all you
Yeah.
can
So,
see. This is your team.
so now that we lost the option to get T.J. Hawkinson, our team definitely needs a tight end because Jimmy Graham, yes, we signed him back, but that man is like a dirty washcloth. He's washed up. So I think we need to replace him. And we need more O-line, like you were saying before. So, hey, going with one of the best.
Wait, is Jawan Taylor still there?
Yes, that's what I was going to say.
Do people realize Jawan Taylor's still
Taylor
there?
and Andre Dillard
Andre
are
Dillard's
two big picks.
Rashawn Gary's
These
still up
guys
there.
are
Rashawn
falling
Gary's still up too.
into their lives.
Exactly. So for me, guys, right now we need an inside linebacker. So I would not be mad at all with Rashad Gary from Michigan.
Listen, Rashawn Gary could be huge for the Packers here. The fact that he's
That's
up at
big.
12 is kind of crazy, man. He was projected. He could have gone like 4th in the draft. He could have gone to the Raiders.
So you know what, guys?
Surprising that they took Farrell
Mhm.
for how early that they did, because he is a stretch at best.
Hey, you know what, guys? Right now, real quick, I'm gonna make the hot take. The Green Bay Packers, instead of going with an inside linebacker or a tight end or a lineman, we're going to go with Hollywood Brown. We're going with Marquise Brown right now. Rodgers needs help. He needs help. We have Devontae Adams and Geronimo Allison and Marquez Marquez Valdez-Scantling. These are no-name guys. They're young guys. Geronimo Allison's a great wide receiver.
All right, Devontae Adams.
No, obviously Adams is our star. He's a standout receiver. I didn't mean to include him with the bunch.
Yeah.
But Scantling, and we also have a Kwame St. Brown from Notre Dame that we got last year. I need Marquise Brown on my team. This man's got speed, and speed kills in this league.
Man can play the game. Yeah, you just.
And with Aaron Rodgers,
Speed kills.
who has a strong arm, and with
Exactly.
Marcus Brown that can burn you by the time you blink, I can see a connection right
Aaron
there.
Rodgers is arguably the best quarterback in the game right now. So,
Correct.
you know, he's if he's not number one, he's top three with Brady and Breeze. You know, and that's just like.
I could dig it. I could dig that hot take right there. You know, can you dig it? I could dig it. A
Yeah,
little
I
bit.
could dig it. I could dig it too. I like it.
That's
I
my
like
pick,
it.
boys.
I like that. I
want
like that
Brown.
hot take.
What do you guys think they're gonna get?
I
Listen,
think
if it's
I think it's fun. No fun.
I think it's fun.
You think it's
Yeah.
fun?
I think
Yeah,
so.
more fun.
So Jimmy, what's the deal with Jimmy Graham?
Jimmy Graham, we re-signed him. Terrible move. I was very upset.
How many years? What was the?
I think it might have been a year or two, maybe three. Maybe three.
So,
I'm about to look that up right now. But
Yeah,
I would
Jimmy
not be
Graham-
mad with Fount either because he's insanely talented at the tight end
He can
position.
catch.
Very fast
He's the best
for a tight
catcher
end.
out of the two between him and Hawkins.
Yeah,
He's a better catcher.
the better pass catcher tight end.
Hawkinson is a higher priority because of his blocking ability, and
Exactly.
that's why he went 8th overall. So that's why he's not down here for the Packers to pick up.
But
And like I said, Jimmy Graham, that could be big because if we get a big guy like Fount, you know, him and Jimmy Graham would do great blocking for Aaron Rodgers.
Thanks.
And obviously,
For sure.
Graham's on the lower end or the, you know, ending portion of his career, in my opinion, unless he revamps himself this season. But I would not be mad with Fent at all. And after this pick comes in, we're going to go to a commercial break.
Yeah.
But we just want to see
We're gonna
who the
see-
Packers will
see who
take.
These Packers
Who's
pick
the
up
pick?
here, you know.
Green Bay Packers.
That's what we're gonna go.
I mean,
the pick is in, boys.
pick is in.
pick is in.
Let's see what it is. Pick is in. Pom-poms.
There we go.
Come on, Green Bay. Don't
Can I get a
disappoint me.
P? Can I get
Don't
an A?
disappoint
Can I
me.
get a C? Can I get a K? Can I get an E? Can I get an R? Can I get an S? Let's see who's next.
Green Bay, we
We
need
know how to lead
something. We need something big, Green
Hey,
Bay.
your updates are coming in faster than mine are now. That's kind of crazy.
My son Kenny C
I'm
making
on
a
a-
comeback with the updates.
I'm on an Instagram account. Gives
All right,
you
yeah, we got the pick.
top
we got
updates.
picking. So we're going. You're going Marquise Brown. That's your hot
Mhm.
take.
That's my guy.
And
I'm
we
going
got
Font.
No Font.
I would not
respect
be disappointed with either.
You
I
know
love them
what?
both.
Now, how could you be?
I
Tight
love
end.
both of those picks.
All right, gentlemen. The pick is in.
Oh,
And
what is it?
With the 12th overall pick in the NFL draft, the Packers take Michigan State defensive lineman Rashawn Gary.
I
with
I
the
like
12th
it.
overall pick.
I like it.
How you like it, Kenny C? You like it?
I like
big.
it.
That's
We
big.
need another pass rusher. Mike Daniels, we might not have him re-sign. We just lost Muhammad Wilkerson. We need more pass rushing on this team. I like that pick. I like it.
That's this is big, man. I think Rashawn Gary dropping to them is definitely big for them.
I'm about to make a phone call. Who's next on the pick? Who's next on the clock?
We got the Dolphins next on the clock.
The
Quarterback
Dolphins are next.
by far.
It's gotta be Haskins.
No
It's
doubt.
gotta be Haskins.
If there's not a quarterback being taken by the Dolphins, the show is over. That's it.
Giants could take 3 quarterbacks with this draft. They'll have one at second round to pick.
Oh,
You know what I'm
my
saying?
gosh.
That's what it's looking like at this
Oh,
point.
they could probably imagine they do that. Imagine they get 2 quarterbacks, which I don't know.
No,
if I
they
would
would.
do
They're
that.
not. I'm just playing. But like the fact that
Boys.
Haskins is up at 17, I'm gonna lose my mind.
I gotta make a phone call. The Dolphins, yo, you do know you still got Jawan Taylor. The rest of the
Yeah,
teams.
He's
Yeah,
talking to the
that-
GM right now.
I'm
Yeah,
talking
get
to the
that GM on
GMs.
the phone.
You still got Jawan Taylor left. You still got who else? You still got Dwayne Haskins left. You got Noah Font left. All right, can you please, all right, watch the draft like we were watching it because you got these guys waiting. All right, I'm just reminding you. Okay, I had to because it's unbelievable how these guys perform.
Somebody had to make that call, man. I appreciate you doing that.
You
You know what?
I gotta take it for the team. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
You had to
I
get through to
respect
Chris
that.
Greer, the
Absolutely.
GM of the Dolphins. You had to tell him, take the quarterback. You don't have Ryan Tannehill. You need that. But boys, we should go to a quick commercial break, and then we will announce the pick of the Miami Dolphins. You're listening to WSUC.
In the huddle.
Yo, let's go. I'm hyped. I like Rashawn Gary.
That's a beast pick, man.
That's solid,
Yo,
yo.
well, so much for watching the draft, you know.
Yeah, what the hell?
Yeah, you know, my thing was unplugged in this whole time. My laptop died, so. That's
Bro,
a tragedy.
two. Ladies
Central
and
New
gents,
York.
we are back.
Here we go, and we have the 13th overall pick in the draft. The Dolphins are taking defensive lineman Christian Wilkins.
Wow.
Yo, this is unbelievable.
Christian Wilkins.
Dwayne Haskins and Jawan Taylor, or what are they doing?
Yo,
They-
I don't know what's going on here. Drew Lock as well has not been picked. I mean, this is kind of ridiculous at this point because the Dolphins of all teams definitely needed a quarterback to replace Tannehill.
Yo,
Exactly.
listen, man. Ryan Fitzpatrick is not a franchise quarterback.
It's
man.
not at
he's,
all.
He's gonna be good for a season or two, maybe, but he's inconsistent at best. You know what I mean? Like he's not gonna be coming in and doing his thing. He's gonna be like, oh, here we go again with Fitzpatrick, 6 picks today. You know, like
Exactly.
that's what you're looking
May
at.
have a
man.
300-yard game, and the next game he throws 6 picks. You know,
Yeah, right.
And you know what? With the Dolphins, I said it earlier that there were reports that they're going to wait a year to draft a quarterback, and I guess that's what they're doing because
Listen, man.
they made no moves for one.
They're putting a lot of faith into the Fitzmagic basket here, and you know a defensive lineman is never a bad choice. You know, like I said before, defense and offensive line wins Super Bowl. It wins the Super Bowl. So
Oh, yeah.
So you know Christian Wilkins, defensive tackle, is definitely not
Defense
a bad.
is
It's not a
huge.
bad pick. You could definitely see it being positive for them and something that they're going to need moving
Mm-hmm.
forward. So it's not a bad pick by any means.
And I'm not even sure. Do they still have Cameron Wake,
I
defensive end?
I think so.
Well,
I
believe
think
one
they
thing,
do.
one thing is for
Yeah.
sure. Atlanta is on the clock. Obviously, Matt Ryan is a guy. I mean, clearly. There was a lot of holes on the defense in Atlanta. That offense was dynamic, but yet they still didn't make the playoffs, and a reason of that was because of the lack of defense that this team
Yeah.
had. So I think they draft defense here
yeah.
With the
with the 14th pick.
next pick.
Yup, they're on the clock. So Atlanta, like I said,
I mean, the Falcons also need cornerbacks, so Greedy Williams
Oh, yeah,
maybe
that's
is a possibility.
That's a fact, man. Greedy Williams being up at 14 is maybe not something people were ready for. Like he might not have been supposed. Like where did I have him going? I need to look see where I had Greedy Williams going.
I think I had him later, but
I think I had Greedy Williams going. No, I actually had him going to the Falcons at 14.
oh wow.
So I think if anybody's going to take Greedy Williams, it's going to be the Falcons. They need that secondary back because their defense could be good if they can shore up that secondary and just make things happen. You know.
And
one thing I would say about the Christian Wilkins move, the defensive tackle out of Clemson, that's a guy that can create pressure. Experience, play on that, big defensive line of Clemson can make an immediate impact, in my opinion.
oh yeah.
Yeah, I think so too.
But honestly,
Should help.
the Falcons, they definitely need to start bulking that secondary up, and they could also use some D linemen as well. Overall, they need to bulk up their defense as a whole, I would say. But
Yeah,
if
absolutely.
I'm the Falcons, I'm not mad if I take Greedy Williams. I think that's a solid pick.
I think Greedy Williams is the best corner in the draft. I
Yeah.
don't think that's up for debate, really.
Yeah, I mean, close second is Byron Murphy from Washington. He's definitely a close second, but he's not nearly.
I have Byron Murphy going.
He's close.
I have I had Byron Murphy going 20th to the Steelers or having them trade up for a better player. So they ended up trading up their 20th pick. So Byron Murphy's going to be up for somebody else to take in most cases here. So the pick is in for the Falcons. We will
All right,
see.
Pom-Poms is back, boy.
We will see
The
shortly
pick is in for the Atlanta
what the
Falcons.
Falcons got going on here. Yeah. This is a big one. We see Williams here. And then maybe the Redskins will finally take a quarterback. That would really be something.
Hey,
we all going with
They
Greedy
need
Williams?
the backup.
You all going with Greedy Williams?
I'll go with Greedy.
Me too.
I think it's
I'm
a
saying
free.
the
I'm hungry and I'm
Falcons need
greedy
a ball.
right now, and we're going with Greedy.
Listen, we're listening straight up
The Falcons need it.
Well, listen, 3 for 3, Greedy Williams here. I'm feeling good about Greedy Williams for the Falcons. I think their team was close a couple years ago. Didn't they?
Against the Patriots.
Yeah, they were close, man.
They should have won that Super Bowl. They choked.
They had it.
That was terrible.
They had it in the palm of their hands, and the Patriots just win every big game. It seems like, except unless they play the Eagles. But I didn't want the Eagles to win that game either. So the only big game Patriots have lost recently is to the Eagles. It seems like. So that's just somebody's got to take the Patriots down.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
One of these days, it may not be now, but one of these days it's gonna happen.
No, absolutely. You gotta have some faith. Somebody will beat the Patriots. Tom Brady can't be the best every single year. He can't be better than Pat Mahomes at 43 or 44. I don't believe it. So we'll hope for the best. Somebody can dethrone Tom Brady one of these years.
But you look at the Saints. I mean, getting a cornerback will be ideal. I mean, going up against Drew Brees that can tear you apart night and day.
Exactly.
Also,
you gotta be able to lock up Michael Thomas.
Even Cam Newton and Christian McCaffrey and all those cats over there.
Gentlemen, the pick is in for number 14, and the Falcons have selected Chris Lindstrom, a guard from Boston College.
What in the world?
Okay.
And
I don't know what's going on with these teams. There's better linemen that you could have taken.
I never heard of this guy.
I never heard of this guy.
No one has taken Jawan Taylor.
That's what I'm saying.
What is going on?
What is going on?
Yo, I just scrolled down.
Ridiculous.
I didn't have this guy going in the first round. They must have seen something we didn't.
Yeah.
The Falcons fans in the crowd are about to be like, huh?
Andre Dillard, even Cody Ford, a great offensive lineman that was blocking for Kyler Murray.
One of the best ones.
What is going on?
Listen, man. The Redskins got.
He must have gotten to something.
Listen,
he must be.
Maybe he's a better fit for them, but
listen, he's projected second round at earliest, bro. Like,
wow,
that's crazy to me.
Some of these teams are not really being smart with the pick.
The Redskins have Dwayne Haskins. He's fallen into their
right
laps.
into their lap at 15. They didn't even have to move up.
They didn't have to do anything.
There was talk about them.
It was given to them.
It was talks about them moving up. These guys don't even have to move up no more. It just
there was
fell right
talks
in
for
their
them
lap.
to trade to number 3 to get Haskins, and nobody's gotten Haskins. This is ridiculous.
No,
that's crazy.
They played the
sort
way
of like Josh Rosen last year. You remember Josh Rosen fell, and Dwayne Haskins.
This Redskins pick should take less than a minute. Honestly, it should be lock in Haskins, be done with it.
Exactly.
And the Giants have.
I mean, they'd be stupid not to, honestly.
Listen, man, Devin.
The Giants are 17. They're coming up.
I mean, looking at it right now, the Giants could have drafted a player at 6.
Which one of these?
A defensive player at 6. Looking at it right now. Think about it.
They should have.
They should have drafted a player. Exactly. The Giants made a bad move.
This draft has been kind of rough for the Giants now. It looks pretty bad to me. I don't like it.
I'm kind of eager to see who the Tennessee Titans take as well, because I know it's a stretch because they're pick 19, so we're talking about them early. But I could definitely see the Titans taking one of those top offensive linemen for Mariota, or even one of the best wide receivers in Marquise Brown.
Yeah, listen, man. Mariota is not a half-bad quarterback, man. He knows his stuff.
Mariota needs some weapons.
He's solid,
to
and
ball.
he needs help.
He needs weapons.
He put the team on his back through injury last season, and everybody doubts that, man. But he's a great quarterback.
Sometimes he can be a little inconsistent, but when he is consistent, he doesn't have the help or he's injured. He's very injury prone, and that's a problem that he has to fix.
Boys, the pick is in.
The pick is in.
The pick has been chosen.
Pom-poms.
Oh, here it is. The big news.
All right, here we
Dwayne
go.
Haskins.
With the 15th overall pick in the draft, the Redskins select
Dwayne Haskins.
Here it is, baby.
From Ohio State.
The Ohio State.
Buckeyes.
That's huge.
That's
what they need.
About time, ladies and gentlemen.
That was a big pick.
About time.
Quick
my laptop is slow. My laptop is really delayed.
The Redskins just came into town and said, look, if everybody's gonna drop the second best QB in the draft to us at 15, we're gonna take him. And,
50 touchdowns and like 3,000 something yards. The 14 teams before them were stupid not to get him.
That's what I'm saying.
Dude,
when you look at Haskins, Haskins is the best player in the draft. Had an excellent pro day. Strong arm, can make all the necessary throws down the field. I mean, his pro day, like I said, was good. He had excellent games against Michigan when they put up 62, Northwestern in the Big Ten championship game, and against Washington in the Rose Bowl. Those are the three of the last games, which are three of the hardest games to play, and he just put up magnificent numbers in those three games, showing you that he is not scared of the moment. Now, the only downside I would say of Haskins is his lack of experience. And I wonder if that's the reason why he fell, because people are questioning his lack of experience, because he did not play a lot of games in Ohio State. So did that cause him to drop?
I like the way you put that, and him only having 2 years of experience at the college level definitely does have some implications in his ability to transition right into the NFL. So that's definitely a fair criticism. And the other thing you have to look at if you want to talk about criticisms of Haskins is his combine, his 40 was 5.04, one of the slowest 40-yard dashes of the quarterbacks at the combine. So he's not a very mobile quarterback, which for me makes him an even better fit for the Giants, because Eli is not a mobile quarterback. That kills me, because the Giants literally have one of the most immobile quarterbacks in the league right now, and somebody who's going to sit and be in the pocket. Eli can teach you how to make those pocket throws, because he's made those plays in the past.
And going off what you just said about Haskins being the better pick, I just got an update since we obviously are not able to watch it due to streaming issues. It actually said that Haskins laughed at the Giants pick, and he looked rather upset that they didn't take him, which is, it very, how can I put this, like,
I mean, it shows that, they made a bad call.
It was ridiculous.
That's just basically what
Haskins
it is.
wanted to go to the Giants.
I mean, that
He's
seemed
a great
to be
fit for the Giants, and they didn't take him. Terrible move by the Giants.
Exactly.
I don't.
And now he's with their rival in the division.
Yeah, and guess what? He gets to torch that defense
Haskins
twice
is
a
definitely
year.
a better spot.
All right,
Okay.
and he's going to be thinking about that when he plays on the Giants and he starts.
That's
He's
going-
going to be
that's
like,
going
all
rough.
right, he's going to replay that in his mind that the Giants passed him on 6. And guess what? He's going to throw 6 touchdowns on them. Possibly.
Hey, I mean, first we got to with the Redskins. They got to sort out their quarterback scenario, because you just drafted this guy. You have Alex Smith, who's pretty banged up, but his health is questionable.
He's not going to play this full season. He's out for another year.
So then Case Keenum, you got to look at Case
Don't
Keenum. He had a
believe-
great
I don't
season
believe
with
in-
Denver.
Don't believe in no. I
Keenum
don't-
had a great season
no,
2 years ago,
2
3 years ago
2 years.
with Denver. He hasn't been good since.
No,
So this is a good pickup.
He had a good
This is
season
a-
with the Vikings. When
The
he went to
Vikings,
Denver,
yes,
he was
excuse me.
terrible.
That was the team that he was solid with.
Yeah.
But, and they brought him to the playoffs. But that's not the case with the Redskins, because they're a much...
You got to think, he had a lot of
more
weapons on
banged
the
up
Vikings. I don't see the Redskins having those weapons as how he had when he was on the Vikings. You know what I'm saying? So I don't see how Case Keenum can actually elevate that team. I think Dwayne Haskins has a good shot at competing.
Yeah, I mean...
This is rough for the Giants, man. I think it's real questionable for them not to have Dwayne Haskins on their team right now. I think it's an awful mistake. The Panthers are up next.
Oh yeah, and by the way, now that we're in a small booth, there is a request line that you can call to get in the huddle.
yeah, get in
Let
the
us
huddle.
know your thoughts on the picks, especially the Giants taking Daniel Jones at quarterback. 607-753-4819. Once again, 607-753-4819. Get in the huddle. We are covering the NFL draft, and
Yeah, we'd love to hear your thoughts on what we got going on here. What madness we have in this draft right now.
it's a lot.
It's been crazy, and it's definitely been shocking.
And
'Cause
listen,
most of these picks, I looked at you guys and I was like, what is going on?
I'm so confused.
Why
man.
are they
Like, what-
picking
what-
these
what-
players that
what-
are not as good as the other players available?
Like, what do we got going on here, man? I have the Panthers taking Brian Burns in the 16th pick here. He's a defensive end
Great-
or outside linebacker.
Great edge rusher.
Yeah, a really good edge rusher, and just bolster that defense. You got Luke Kuechly on that defense, and Luke Kuechly is a beast. Don't get me wrong.
yeah.
Don't get me wrong. He's a beast, but he can always have help. So that'd be great for them to pick up Brian Burns and kind of solidify their defense a bit. I think.
Any chance of getting a tight end for Cam Newton?
Getting a tight end. Who's their tight end right now?
Noah Fant.
Oh, so who do they have
For the
right?
Panthers, they have Greg Olsen.
Greg Olsen.
yeah,
so
I guess.
Greg
He's a
Olsen.
machine, but
But
Yeah.
He's getting a
two
little
tight end
old.
system, no?
He's old.
That
He
would be
was-
solid.
That's what I'm saying.
Greg Olsen was hurt a
Greg
little
would be
bit.
Olsen,
solid.
he was hurt. He's getting older.
Yeah.
Two tight end,
And
system.
Greg
Great
Olsen.
Christian
Greg
McCaffrey
Olsen
as
could be a
your wide
great
receiver.
mentor too.
Yeah.
Could be a great mentor. So I'd see
Hey,
Brian Burns or Noah Fant easily.
Going off your guy, Brian Burns, I literally had him going, let's see here. I had him going 19th to Tennessee. But, hey, it would be a great pick
I mean,
if
as you watch
Listen,
these
he's-
they got
highlights,
him, if the Panthers got him now.
Listen,
Because
he's one of the premier players left in this draft. You know.
he is.
Yeah.
As a freshman, this man had 24 tackles, 9.5 sacks, and blocked a punt. This is all in the 13 games that he played, and it literally only got better from there. With his final season, he had, let's see here, 52 tackles, 10 sacks, 3 forced fumbled, and a fumble recovery.
not to go off course real quick.
So, outstanding player from Florida State.
Not to go off course real quick, but as you watch Dwayne Haskins highlights, like I am right now, this guy is
I'm starting to tear up a little bit.
you know,
To be
this
honest,
guy
you
is
know,
so.
it's
I
tough.
mean, just imagine this. You watching this, knowing the Giants just.
But
get-
he's dodging sacks. He's avoiding pressure. Like, he's not quick, but like he's able to avoid
he's-
pressure.
exactly. Just enough
He's
to
got
get-
enough
Hey,
mobility to
any
be
guy
sure.
that has 4,131 yards in a season is good for me.
Bro,
Yeah, man, the
I don't
Giants-
know what the deal is with the Giants. They're messing up big time.
Man, that's crazy.
This man's on the Redskins. The Redskins got a steal with Dwayne Haskins. Like a
Facts.
They
steal.
really did. The fact that he fell
That far.
Yeah, just
that
like,
far in the
man,
draft.
dude, it's crazy.
We
man.
thought Drew Lock was gonna be the one to fall that far. Only him, even though he is falling that far. But we thought he was gonna be the only one that was gonna be available at 15.
Listen, I don't even know who
And
else.
along with Daniel
the
Jones.
Broncos. The Broncos traded their pick, so the Broncos might have Drew Lock available at 20. Wouldn't that be something they traded? They got 2 picks to take a QB they were going to take anyway. Imagine.
Yeah.
That'd be incredible. So listen.
look-
The pick is in for the Panthers,
Okay.
He was in.
gentlemen.
is
So
in.
this is
Noah
big.
Pick
Fant.
is in.
I
boy.
like Brian Burns.
I like
for the
Brian
Panthers,
Burns
man.
too. I won't be
Hey,
surprised.
honestly,
This is
I agree with that. Give Kuechly some help on that defensive line.
Listen, man,
Because
you
their
know,
offense is decent.
Listen,
Hey, real
listen.
quick, they lost Devin Funches, the wide receiver, so I wouldn't be surprised if they went with a wide receiver here.
Yeah,
That could be big.
Yeah, it could be crazy, man. You just gotta listen, dude. It all comes down to this. Like, if they take Brian Burns here, so if they don't take Burns, if they take Noah Fant here, I think the Giants have to snatch up Brian Burns immediately. Like, he's one of the best players left in this draft, and the Giants need a defensive player bad. Tomorrow and Saturday they can worry about O-line, but I really, really want to see the Giants pick up a nice defensive player here.
Hey,
And they're
17th pick, they need to do, or
they need
17th, right?
redemption. They need
need
redemption.
it.
This they give up Odell Beckham for this pick. This is the pick you're talking about. You're not talking about a 3rd round pick.
Yeah, you're
for
talking about
Odell.
this pick. Right
This
here.
is the pick you're worried about for Odell Beckham. So this is what you want to see. Like, you want to see the Giants pick up
I think
a big player.
I think we all in cahoots with this pick for
Listen.
Carolina.
And for the 16th pick in the draft,
Here
the
it is.
Panthers do select Brian Burns, edge
Hey,
rusher from
there it
Florida
is.
State
Okay,
University.
smart.
big picks
Smart.
for
That
them.
is huge
Very
for
huge.
the
Hey,
Panthers.
Julius Peppers retired. They got
Yeah.
Bruce Irvin, but that was a small Band-Aid on their defense. And
Yeah.
they got probably the best available
Yeah,
Yeah.
the best one that could fall to them.
in
So
terms of a
that's
DN. That was
Yeah.
solid.
Yeah, it's a solid. It's a good pick to help fortify that defense for the Panthers. And now we look to the Giants yet again.
Commercial.
So now
We'll take a quick
We'll
commercial.
take a quick commercial
before we
break,
talk
and
about
then
the
we'll
Giants.
come
Yeah,
back
we'll
and
come
we'll
back.
have our guy Robert over here, who's a Giants fan who was not happy along with the other of us with the first pick. We're gonna dissect it in a minute. We in a huddle. I need a couple commercials.
Dude, I gotta go get a drink real quick.
for me, this is a stressful one. You know,
Tell us about it, Rob.
man.
We need to hear who you think they're gonna get.
Listen, they took arguably the worst QB in the draft in the first round in Daniel Jones. So this is a redemption pick for the Giants here. They better figure something out here because, man, I'm hurting. I'm hurting.
In my opinion, I know I keep saying his name, but if I'm the Giants, I lost Odell Beckham. I might go for a wide receiver.
Listen,
That could be a
Marquise
huge
Brown?
thing.
listen, I like Marquise Brown
Marquise
and I
Brown.
like DK
Brown.
Metcalf too. DK
DK Metcalf as
Yeah.
well.
DK Metcalf is not a stretch for 17. I don't think he's a stretch at all. If they
Real
got
quick.
DK
And they need
Metcalf,
some size.
he could be a superstar.
Real
They
quick.
need some
I
size
like
with
that
wide
pick.
receiver.
I like that pick. I like that thought. Maybe, you got rid of Odell Beckham. Maybe your
Mm-hmm.
guy is Marquise Brown or DJ Metcalf.
Metcalf,
Yeah. Listen, man. We talked about wide receivers a little bit like early on when we were talking about the draft. Like not today really, but like a couple months ago, like it was thought about maybe a wide receiver could be the move for the Giants, and it's still a possibility.
What about that offensive line though?
If that's that's the question.
What about the offensive line?
The thing is, if you take a premium wide receiver here, because Metcalf or Brown are considered premium. I would consider them premium wide receivers, possibly top tier picks here. And if I see either of them here, you've got 10 picks to fill in the gaps with defense and offensive line. So I don't hate it if they go straight for it here. They go straight for the refill
The
on,
pick is in.
on OBJ.
Hey, I'm telling
Giants
you,
pick is in.
I would not be surprised if they go with a wide receiver to replace Odell.
Listen, wide receiver
Oh, here it
replacement
is.
will not be
The
bad.
pick is in.
It is in.
The pick, the Giants with the 17th overall pick in the draft select Clemson defensive lineman Dexter Lawrence.
Wow.
Okay.
So he was
So,
one of the
okay.
next best ones.
Okay.
So listen, that's a defensive lineman.
Yeah.
And I like the defensive player here.
Yeah, me too.
And listen, he was actually he's listed as he's one of the best players left in the draft there.
No, didn't get to play the national championship game.
Yeah.
I didn't like his scouting combine. I think he came out flat.
Who, Lawrence?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
For a guy that has had what he had to go through with the national championship in the Final Four, not being able to play because of quote unquote failed drug tests, to not have a great combine, but he has work to do, and I do like this pick because I do believe that hopefully he's motivated. You know what I'm saying? Not the best combine, but I still believe guys like that is hard to combine.
Listen, yeah, the Giants really need a better defense. They traded away. This says they traded away. They dealt Snacks and Vernon. Vernon went to the Browns with OBJ, and they also right now they have their other pick is their other guy is their defensive guy is Janoris Jenkins. That's what they got. They got Janoris Jenkins, and now they got Lawrence here. So
Hey, Jerry Tillery also is another solid player that they could have went with, but
yeah, for sure. There's a lot of solid players left in the draft. I do like the move they made for the defensive lineman. I think Snacks is a hard guy to replace.
yeah.
He's got some big shoes to fill for sure.
Wiggle wobs.
He is a big part of that defense. And now,
Hey, I think that's a solid pick for the Giants because, Leo, you did say he didn't play a lot with Clemson in his last season, but he's 6'4", 342 pounds.
Big guy.
And he ran a 5.05 40.
And he's nice.
So come on, now, that man can move.
Production-wise, he definitely was Clemson's heart and soul.
Oh yeah.
So yeah.
I mean, you're looking at a 5.05 40 from a big dude from
Yeah.
Men's.
And he actually has the athleticism to play in a 3-4 or 4-3 front. So whichever scheme the Giants choose to use for this season, he can adapt. That shows he can adapt to any change that they make. And looking at his tape, he definitely has the size and the power and the length to be a top force for the Giants defensive line. And maybe he could sack Haskins a couple times. When they play the Redskins.
You sure hope so, man. Like if you're like me, you want the Giants to be right. I hope they're right about Daniel Jones. I hope they're correct. They're like, if we went with the right pick, we got our guy. This is the guy we wanted. I think that's incorrect, and I think for right now I got a real bad taste in my mouth from that 6th pick. But Crazier things have happened. You know,
So what
and
the?
you know, think about it. Think about it. For a second. Baker Mayfield wasn't projected to be the first pick last year.
Yeah.
The Browns took a leap of faith and they picked him up, and he's going to be their franchise quarterback. No
I
doubt.
just don't think this guy's no Baker
No,
Mayfield at all.
he doesn't seem like a Baker Mayfield to
But
me.
what do you think
The Vikings.
the Vikings now that they're on the clock? What should the Vikings do?
I'm coming up
Kirk-
front and I'm saying it. I think they need to get a better center and they need to get Garrett Bradbury from North Carolina State. They got to bulk the line for Kirk Cousins.
I mean,
Yeah, that's who I,
I
have
really
down.
do think
I
they
have
need a
Bradbury
line.
down. I have
Yeah.
Bradbury
They
down
need
as
a
my pick
lineman,
for them.
and
Me too.
if you don't get Bradbury, you get Jawan Taylor or Dillard, and you move some players around that are at
I
tackle.
can't believe Javon Taylor is still on the clock.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, you can move one of your better tackles, slide them right over to center too. Like teach somebody. Like,
And
I
hey,
mean,
it's
you gotta
possible.
realize too. Another thing is with Kirk Cousins definitely you want to make it as easy as possible because his brother did fall short of expectations last year. I got on the show and I literally flamed this guy. I mean, getting paid all that money to not even make a playoff appearance is just despicable, and they just got a lot of work to do. As far as building around him, and he has to play better too. He has to be. You're that guy that got that mega deal. You have to be Captain Kirk and not just the person that they want to throw off the ship.
Yeah. All right. The pick is in for the Vikings. So this is big. I'm going
Okay.
Bradbury 100%. I think it's
Bradbury, yeah.
I think it's easily go for a center here. I think you got to do it.
The pick
Either
is
that
in.
or, like I said, you pick Taylor because no one's picked him.
Yeah, he's still up. Like you still got the two best offensive tackles left in the draft that have been left up this long. Offensive tackle is a tough position to find good talent in. So it's definitely a big deal to get those big linemen in there.
Boys, the pick is in, and we were right.
The pick
We were
the
right.
pick is in.
Yep.
It is the center Garrett Bradbury.
Excellent pick.
Out of
with the
North
18th
Carolina.
pick out of North
Excellent
Carolina.
pick. I like
So
the pick.
this is
Well,
huge.
Rob, we nailed that on the
Yeah.
head.
No, that
That's
was
a solid pick.
that was a pretty straightforward pick. I think it's the best option for the Vikings for sure. No doubt their best pick. And I have a friend of mine is a big Vikings fan, so after we have the Giants game on, it's if the Vikings are on in our zone, my friend's sweet, that game's on. So I've been watching the Vikings, and I had Kirk Cousins and Adam Thielen along with Dalvin Cook on my fantasy football team. So I was invested in those Vikings games, man, and
Hey.
some of them were a little bit rough to watch.
You
not gonna
give
lie.
that big center, you put that big center in there, and Cook's gonna light it up. If he can stay healthy, he's
Dalvin-
lighting it
Oh
up.
yeah.
Dalvin
oh
Cook,
yeah. Dalvin
health-
Cook. He has a lot of
Big.
potential.
Stress
He has
healthy
a.
for me.
Yeah, he has
No,
to
that's
be
very
healthy.
true.
He has
If
to
you-
stay healthy.
If you
But
can
That's
write
very
down
true.
healthy and bold, underline italic,
He
get
can.
that in there.
If he can't stay healthy, this guy's a problem. He's a problem. But Tennessee's now on the clock.
So who they taking? They taking the wide receiver that I was talking about, Hollywood?
I think. I think
You
they
think they
should.
take a wide
I
out?
think they should.
I listen.
I think they should.
Listen. I got him taking Montez Sweat.
I mean,
You
you do?
I had him take him Sweat here.
I won't
Wow.
be surprised. The
No,
way how
that
the
could be
draft has
something.
been, with a lot of defensive plays being picked up, the majority throughout this whole draft, I won't be surprised if they don't pick. If they do pick Montez Sweat because he's
According-
another good one.
but according
But
to
I like
the-
Marquise Brown. Marquise Brown.
Marquise Brown is big. Yeah.
Get a
According to
weapon
the-
for
So
Mariota.
who's they got Corey Davis, right? Is there
Yeah,
number one?
Corey Davis,
Corey
and-
Davis
and
is
they
not
also
bad.
have,
He's
I like
solid.
Corey
He's
Davis.
solid.
Yeah.
at tight end they have
But
Delaney Walker.
You want to get a
He's a
nu-
great option.
You want to get a
If he
nice,
stays healthy.
Oh,
polished
Out
wide
for the
receiver
season.
for Marcus Mariota, in my opinion.
Hey,
Listen,
and
I
that's
like
it.
Delaney
ESPN
Walker.
has that as the best fit is getting Brown. So
Listen,
according to the app,
So who y'all going with?
I like Sweat for him. I think Buffalo
So he's
that
going
defense. will-
defense.
Yeah, I like the defensive player here. I mean, some mock drafts had Sweat in the first top 10 picks. Like he's a solid player. He definitely could be. He could be a big piece for one of these teams. You definitely gotta take a second and take stock of how well this guy can play.
I mean, we still got 6 minutes till the pick comes through, and I mean, I like that pick with them getting Sweat, Sweet, whatever you want to call
Sweat,
it.
yeah, I'm not sure on the
Sweet.
pronunciation. It seems
But-
like Sweat to me. Yeah.
I feel like they definitely can use him because while they do have Wesley Woodyard and Jalen Brown at linebacker, I feel like they could use a better edge rush over Daquan Jones.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Or even, Matt Dickerson, guys that are like fairly new and not that good. So
I mean,
I could definitely see that as a good fit, but I think Mariota needs another weapon.
Montez Sweat, 11.5 sacks last season, ran a 4.41
Yeah.
at the combine. Very, very impressive.
I think he had a 35-inch reach as well.
Exactly.
Length.
And he's going to be able to get to the
He's
ball and make
wild.
plays.
That's
He's gonna
scary
be able to,
from an edge rusher.
That's
You
crazy.
don't want to be a QB on the receiving end of that
Yeah,
guy.
he's
Oh,
going to be
no.
able to get to the ball and make a lot of plays. So I
And
wouldn't be
his combo
surprised.
of speed and his length, like you get in there quick, and you're also your arms extended. You're already at the guy practically. So like that combo of speed and length is lethal, and I think the Titans could definitely use that. But in my opinion, Leo, I think I'm going with an offensive player because I think Mariota needs some help with his receiving core.
Me too.
Walker's coming off a big injury,
I'm going with Marquise Brown for this.
and
for this
yeah,
pick.
they need a wide receiver.
I like
I'm going Brown, or I'm going Metcalf, maybe.
the draft is in Tennessee. Get these fans hyped.
Nashville, baby.
Listen, man.
Marquise
Metcalf,
Brown, Hollywood Brown is enough to make
listen,
these fans go
listen,
crazy
man.
over
Listen,
here.
This is how I would look at. If you're gonna take a wide receiver here, this is how I would look at. Marquise Brown is the better player, but DK Metcalf is the athlete. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not saying that they're not both athletes. Obviously they are.
Oh yeah.
But you look at pure,
his combine alone.
You look at pure raw athletic
was
talent
crazy.
is DK Metcalf. And if you can groom DK Metcalf to be someone like an AB, which I mean, we haven't even talked about AB. The Raiders got AB. They basically stole AB from the Steelers.
Oh,
they
yeah. Like my dad said, they got
him
robbed.
for a third. They got
Ridiculous.
him for a third and a
That
fifth
was
round
crazy.
pick.
The
That's
Steelers
insane.
got robbed with no gun. All right, it was
It
just
was a
that
knife.
simple.
Yeah, he had a finger
He came
gun.
with-
He
he
had a
came with a
finger
knife
gun
instead of a
No,
gun.
he
It
just-
wasn't even a knife. He got robbed. Really.
It was a water gun.
It was a water gun, basically.
Yeah, right. He's just.
I mean,
well,
It's
yeah.
a little super soaker action.
You freeze. Like it's terrible.
The pick is in for the Titans,
All
man.
right,
It
Pom
is in.
Poms, Pom Pom
I
City.
see.
What-
I'm rolling.
So he's rolling with Sweat.
I'm rolling with Sweat for sure. Montez Sweat. I think he's the move here.
Me and Kenny C, we rolling with the Hollywood Brown.
And shout out to my boy Mike from back home.
Listen,
'Cause he's a big Titans
if
fan.
If it's not Sweat for me, I think it's Metcalf. To be fair, and if Metcalf continues to fall in this draft, I think he might be a pick for the Patriots, man.
I was thinking about
think
that.
the Patriots
But
might
we need
look for him.
weapons. We need weapons.
Yeah.
I hope
mean,
that Marquise Brown and Metcalf fall.
in terms of talented wide receivers, Metcalf and Brown obviously go neck and neck because they're both outstanding receivers.
Oh yes.
So,
Yes.
as a Titans fan, which my friend Mike is from back home, he talks about them all the time. I think that he would love to see Hollywood. He told me he wanted to see Hollywood Brown with the Titans, and I think they're going to do it. So we'll have to see.
We will
Who
see
is
shortly.
right?
We'll have to see who's going to
Unless
get
they
picked.
come with a curveball and we both wrong, we'll see. 607-753-4819 is the request line to call. Once again, 607-753-4819 is the request line. Call up, get in the huddle, get in the draft.
Yeah, we'd love to hear your input. Anything you got to say about
100%.
that? We always love to get another opinion here on the panel. So we would
Oh,
love
yeah.
to hear your thoughts. So feel free to call in that request line.
And it also, it while we patiently wait for these picks to be announced, it also gives us more stuff to talk about. So keep fueling the fire and call in. Because
Yeah.
WSUC 90.5 FM would love to hear
Yeah, we would
the Central
absolutely.
New Yorkers.
We would absolutely love to hear from you. Yeah, so these Titans, man, these first round picks are big, man, because it's boom or bust. I feel like for a lot of first round picks, because some of these guys don't translate. They can't handle the NFL. Like the higher level of players in the NFL is just not gonna cut it for them. They might falter when they get to that stage.
And at the end of this draft, we definitely have to discuss who won the night.
Boys, the pick is in, and I can tell you it's not a wide receiver. Here it is.
All right, let me read this out for you. The pick with the 19th overall pick in the 2019 NFL Draft, the Titans are taking defensive tackle Jeffrey Simmons with the 19th pick.
Wow.
So
What is going
wait, so
on,
hold on a
boys?
second. So
From Mississippi State, they're not going to take Sweet from Mississippi State, but they're going to take Jeffrey Simmons, a D tackle.
Wow.
that's
Okay.
I mean, hey, maybe they're confident with Wesley Woodyard at linebacker.
Simmons had one of the best
I don't
available
know.
grades left in the draft. I hadn't seen him go in this at this point yet, but that's the pick they wanted to make, and I respect it. It's a defensive player. It's not Sweat, but it's another player from another player.
Drew Lock is still available.
So you look at the team that
Whoa.
is up next.
Jawan Taylor is
Boys.
still available.
What is this?
Uh-oh.
With the
going
Titans,
on?
with the Titans, just the 19th pick.
Yeah.
Who was the next pick?
Next
Denver.
pick is Denver.
The Denver Broncos have already picked, and look who they got.
The Broncos, with the 20th overall pick in the 2019 NFL Draft, select Noah Fant.
Noah Fant, the second
is-
star-studded
wow.
tight end
Okay.
from Iowa, has been selected, and
Okay.
I like that move.
I like that move too.
So they knew what
That's
they
a good
wanted.
pick.
Well, you gotta see. Right now, it seems like they sticking with Flacco.
Oh, they knew what they wanted.
Flacco loves his tight ends. So,
Wait a minute, how did they get that pick? Didn't they pick earlier?
yeah, remember they dropped
No,
down?
they
trade down?
traded with the Steelers.
Remember
That
they traded
was the Steelers
yes,
pick, yeah.
They traded
you're right,
down.
you're right.
So-
So look,
they got
listen.
flip-flopped.
Font was
Yeah,
up
I
at
like-
10,
I like
and,
that
and
pick.
you know they won that trade big time because I think they wanted him at 10.
Yeah.
But you know the Steelers are like, we want Bush
So you
badly.
trade down,
so
get an
we're
extra
gonna
pick,
trade up
yeah.
for Bush, and
I like
Wow.
the pick.
So
No
either way,
offense, like I
they
said,
got a
he's
second.
rated
and
as a
third.
top 10 defensive tackle.
No,
So I think
no.
that's a good pick for the
No offense.
Listen,
for the Broncos.
No offense.
Or excuse me, sorry, I was
tight
talking
end.
about the
He's a tight
Titans
end.
picks.
Yeah, he's a tight end. No offense to me. Like I said, it was arguable who you wanted between T.J. Hockenson and Noah Fant. It's based on skill sets, based on, obviously
absolutely,
T.J.
yeah.
Hockenson
Either way,
is a
they're
better
probably
blocker.
the 1 and 2 tight ends.
Yeah, basically.
Right,
And,
yeah,
top
no,
two.
no question, they're top 2.
It's almost like when you look at the Patriots, when they had Aaron Hernandez and they had Gronkowski, a lot of people failed to realize that it was talk that Aaron Hernandez might have been better than Gronk when Aaron Hernandez was playing before all of that was going on.
He was
very
He
productive.
was a phenomenal player.
So, it's to me, it's like that. It's like basically, who do you want? How do you want it? Do you want ice cream? Do you want vanilla? Or do you want chocolate? Do you want strawberry? Do you want the Sherman? That's basically what it is.
That's how it goes, man. And listen, no Fant, big, fast player on Fant. Yeah, you look at Fant. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's quick. He's got good hands. He's a great tight end as far as a receiver goes at that position. And you look at someone like Hawkinson, and he's got excellent blocking skills. So it's like you said before, different skill sets for what you want in your team, and you're taking Fant as a purely route running weapon. You're not taking Fant as a blocker, as a pass blocker.
yeah, because he's a speed tight end, and
yes, absolutely.
he's the guy that's going to go out and get you those deep ball passes. So
Yeah, I would equate him.
whoever
to
they go with the quarterback scenario is going to have a fun time with Fant.
Yeah, I think you look at Vernon Davis. I think Vernon Davis he's pretty quick. Pretty quick tight end. He's been in the
He's
league.
a veteran.
He's
so.
been in the league for a while. So I would compare him to Fant in the fact that they're both kind of quick at that position, which is
Yeah.
not something you see a lot of. You
You see more stocky tight
middle,
ends.
yeah, you see like middle of the road speed,
Like a Gronk type.
You look at like an Eric Ebron, you look at a Gronk. Those guys aren't fast, but they're big and they've got great catching mechanics, and they're not going to get bodied 1v1. If they're head to head with somebody, they're not getting bodied. They're big dudes. They're not getting stopped. Like you saw Gronk's catch in the Super Bowl, that man caught a catch with 3 guys on him, and it wasn't even close. They can't take that away from him. He's 6'6". There's nobody taking that away from him out of the air. It's not happening. So you like to see Noah Fant get picked up here at the 20th overall pick.
Yeah, I like that pick for Denver. And after this next pick, Seattle, I believe, is on the clock. We will go to a commercial break real quick.
Yes, sir. You are in the huddle.
You're in the huddle.
Welcome back.
We in the huddle.
Ladies and back.
In the huddle.
We are here in the huddle. You're listening to 90.5.
Oh, yeah.
WSUC, the Dragon.
607-753-4819 is the request line. Call it up. Get in the huddle. We are covering the NFL draft right now. We have been for a couple hours now.
And we are awaiting the 21st pick.
Which is the Seattle Seahawks.
Listen, man.
Russell Wilson just got
On the
paid.
clock.
I mean, how you not going to pay Russell Wilson? That's all I'm saying.
Yeah,
That's all I gotta
exactly.
say.
And me and Kenny C had a little debate that time because Kenny
So
C
this
was saying, how are they going to pay other key positions on the football field, and we saw with the trade of what is it? The trade that they just did.
We got an update. We got an update. The Packers are trading up to Seattle's spot at 21.
Oh, let's go.
The Packers are traded up.
I'm
breaking.
excited for that. Let's go.
Who could it possibly
We got that.
be? Can he see?
We got that update from
Hey,
Adam
Taylor?
Schefter on Twitter. We got that update for me.
Hey,
So-
we didn't.
so we got it.
We didn't get that wide receiver yet.
So
or
listen,
a tight
listen,
end.
So
Marquise Brown.
listen. The Packers could
AJ
be
Macliffe.
the Packers could be looking here.
At a wide receiver.
They traded up. They traded their 30th pick was from the Saints.
Oh wow.
So they traded the Saints pick up to the Seahawks 21st pick. I don't know what they gave up
Yeah,
for
I
this,
want to see the details.
but if we'll see the details soon enough.
That's crazy.
But
I'm excited.
This is a big deal here because now the Packers can look for.
You know what?
Packers could easily look for a wide receiver here.
Dude,
because
they have
as you
to.
said
I feel
earlier,
like they have to.
you said it yourself, man. That they're after Devontae Adams, the depth chart at wide receiver is a little bit sketch.
Yeah, it's a little shaky.
So
I mean,
it's very shaky.
Geronimo Allison is the next top
You
target
have
on the team. At
Aaron
6'4",
Rodgers.
6'5".
You have Aaron Rodgers, who's one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL, if not the best quarterback in the NFL,
Yeah.
and he has to have weapons. I mean, yes,
That's what I'm saying.
I would say Aaron Rodgers, as a guy as talented as he was, they didn't always make the best decisions last season. I saw some, things that I never seen from Aaron
It was
Rodgers.
an off year.
But at the same time, when he does have weapons, just imagine what Aaron Rodgers can do. Get your quarterback
I'm saying.
some weapons.
And
Be quarterback friendly for your man.
I was
for your-
really
for your
hoping that
guy.
we were going to get Antonio Brown, but obviously they made no
And
moves for that.
Yeah, I thought so
We
too.
talked about that on the show.
Yeah.
Listen, if you're not going for AB, listen, man. They have the mock draft I've been looking at, the one I've been referencing. They have N'Keal Harry going over Marquise Brown and over the Metcalf,
Harry.
and then they have Metcalf going second as a wide receiver, and the third wide receiver being Hollywood Brown.
Hey, Harry
You
is
guys
a
been talking-
solid receiver. He
absolutely
performed
is.
at the combine.
My thing is, if you can't get
But
Antonio Brown, get
They
the brother.
listen,
Get the brother.
listen,
Get the
listen,
brother
listen. They
Hollywood.
have, but listen though. They have Harry going at 21, right? But they have him going to the Seahawks. So the pick is for the
You never
Seahawks. So,
know.
but the Packers need a wide receiver as much as the Seahawks do, because the Seahawks they got Doug Baldwin, who's
And
a solid,
Lockett, too.
and
Solid.
Lockett finds a way
He's a
open
solid.
once in a while. He'll just catch a bomb for 60 yards, no problem once in a while.
Hey, and guys,
But,
the pick is in.
The pick is in.
I would not be mad with A.J. Brown from Ole Miss as well. He's another solid
The
receiver.
pom-poms ready.
But
No,
he's the
AJ
pom-poms.
Brown is also another solid receiver.
My
Absolutely.
boys are making moves right now.
Listen, man. There are 4 wide receivers available here, and we do have the pick in. So we will see shortly who the Green Bay Packers are going to be picking up here with this 21st overall pick. This is a big deal. I think getting a wide receiver at that number 2 slot for the Packers is going to be big. If you can get Metcalf could be a number 1 wide receiver in his own right, and so could any of these other guys. So if you can draft a number 1 wide receiver out of the first round to pair with Devontae Adams, you've got a situation almost like what the Rams have with Brandon Cooks and Robert Woods. Those two. That's not even talking about Cooper Kupp, who was out for most of the year.
Yeah,
that
was very valuable.
That
for
wide
one.
receiver
That was one
situation
of
was.
Goff's favorite targets was Cooper Kupp.
That was
Yes.
definitely a detrimental loss to their offense.
And before we get the number 21 pick, the Eagles have traded up to the Ravens slot at 22.
wow.
So we got another trade
Wow.
up here. So we got a lot
Okay.
of
And if you
shuffling
guys don't
going
mind,
on.
I will make the
lot of
announcement for
shuffling.
my team.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
Do what you got to
Here it
do.
is. With the number 21st pick in the 2019 NFL Draft, the Green Bay Packers are selecting Maryland safety Darnell Savage. So, a curveball thrown at me and all of us in the Huddle booth.
Darnell Savage.
We got a safety that
21 Savage.
a safety that was not supposed to go on this CBS draft board.
Out of Maryland.
He was ranked to go. Here it is. 62nd.
Wow.
So there was
Wait.
6
So-
safeties ahead of him.
So what you're
I
telling
would have gotten Nasir Adderley personally.
So listen. So what you're saying is it's a bit of a stretch.
It is-
what
it
you're
is a
telling me.
stretch.
That
It
seems
is
like
a
that's what
stretch.
you're saying to me.
I'm a little disappointed with that pick.
That's what it is.
While I do feel we needed a mirror safety to Amos, who we just got from the
So
Bears.
my question for you is.
I didn't like it.
Do you know what picks the Packers have in the second round? I'm curious.
And I'm not. I thought I just got the update, but I'm pretty sure Green Bay has. Let's see.
So, for the record, the Seahawks have 2 picks back-to-back at 29 and 30 coming up.
I have a little hot take.
I'm kind of angry at
The
that.
Patriots, right? You know, that's my team. So I'm kind of looking ahead a little bit. I mean, we all know about, tight end, which kind of was, taken. I think there is one more tight end available. Nikhil Harry, I believe.
Nikhil, no, he's
Harry?
he's a wide receiver.
Wide receiver.
There's another tight end that's available. I gotta get this guy name.
Oh, from Alabama?
I believe so.
I think
No,
it's.
it could be.
I got you right now with that.
Yeah, we'll
Tight
put
end.
that pull him up real quick.
The next tight end is Irv Smith Jr.
Yes,
from Alabama.
There we go. I wonder if
Yeah.
New England is going to take that. Green Bay could take that too. I mean, tight end.
True.
Yes, he's not the top 2, but he does make plays. I mean, that's a tight end that you can fill that void.
Mhm.
So I wonder. Watch out for Irv Smith Jr. Watch out for New England, possibly. You got wide receiver Marquise Brown and DJ Metcalf still there. Also, Drew Lock, who's still there, because be Tom Brady's successor, the way how he's falling. So
this is actually big right here. This is big because the Eagles traded up 3 slots. So there's a guy they want bad right now.
Yeah.
Because trading up 3 spots doesn't seem crazy, but that means there's one player you're after.
Yeah.
I don't expect this to take long for the Eagles. I expect them to pull up here and pick.
Yeah, they have to know. I mean,
an excellent.
You don't
come
move
out.
up not knowing who you want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're telling me the Ravens are on the clock now?
No, the Eagles are on the clock. Eagles
fly.
traded.
Eagles fly.
The Ravens traded it.
The Eagles traded from 25 to 22. So we'll have to see what else they gave up. We still don't know what the Packers gave up to get 21. So for me, the Packers traded up 9 spots to draft somebody who's supposed to be projected 62nd. So that seems a little bit.
It's your thoughts, Kenny.
Judging by what I'm seeing here, I didn't really know too much about the guy, but I just saw a few highlights. He looks solid, and one analyst said he's not going to judge the pick till we see the terms of the trade, which is very true. But honestly, I see Green Bay's defense being significantly better.
Well, yeah, they took Rashawn Gary earlier, right? So
Exactly.
they have Rashawn Gary and Darnell Savage. So, that defense definitely will take a step up. And, I like Aaron Jones.
This guy is actually a very athletic safety, apparently.
Okay.
And we needed a free safety, so.
Listen, when I look at the Packers, I like Aaron Jones a lot. That running back.
Yeah, the running
No,
the
he's
running
a
back
beast.
duo.
No, he won me fantasy football.
Yeah.
Can't lie.
Him and Jamal Williams are a solid duo.
He came in and carried me through the fantasy football championships. Can't lie. And then I picked up his backup when he got hurt at the end there. So, Aaron Jones will be great for the Packers, I have no doubt. And then you do have Devontae Adams. So Aaron Jones and Devontae Adams, those two guys are pretty solid weapons. And Devontae Adams, again, is a top 5 wide receiver in the league.
Oh, yeah.
No question in that.
Devontae Adams?
Oh, yeah.
Top 5?
Easily top 5.
Nah, I think top 7.
I would put top 10.
I'll put top 10.
I think
I can name you 5 right now who's better than
All right, let's hear it, Lil.
We have
in the huddle.
Antonio Brown. We have Julio Jones. We have Odell Beckham Jr. We still got A.J. Green. Now, don't get his quarterback mixed up with him. Because his
DeAndre
quarterback
Hopkins.
is not DeAndre Hopkins. That's 5.
You can't let
Okay.
him.
So
Five
here's I agree with you. DeAndre Hopkins is easily my top 1 and top 2 for me. He's an outstanding. He's incredible.
Freak athlete.
Right.
DeAndre Hopkins,
and
Brown,
so for me, my
OBJ,
top 2 are
Julio.
Julio and
I
DeAndre
think A.J.
Hopkins
Green
are
is
my
better
top
than,
2.
I think A.J. Green. It's just that Andy Dalton hasn't been consistent. He hasn't been throwing A.J.
And
Green
another
the
thing,
ball like that.
the turf toe has plagued A.J. Green.
But I believe this dude is a
Listen.
better wide receiver. I mean, this dude could be up there with the rest of them.
We'll see. The pick is in for the Eagles. We'll see who they wanted to trade
here
up.
it is.
Hey, we got it.
We finally got one of those linemen.
And pick 22 in the 2019 NFL Draft, the Eagles have selected offensive lineman Andre Dillard.
There it is.
Which I think is huge.
One of those top
I think
3
it's huge.
linemen.
Facts.
It was
And listen,
Jonah Williams.
listen.
It was
Is this dude still undrafted
Dillard.
yet?
Jawan
Jawan
Taylor.
Jawan
Yes,
Taylor's
he still is. So 2 of the top 3 have been picked,
Wow.
but Jawan is still out there, and he was actually
So-
ranked to be the best.
Listen, man,
So that's a little crazy.
This is actually huge, man. The fact that he made it this far in the draft is kind of upsetting. Just the fact that any other team that wanted him could have had him. He fell to 22, right? So
I mean, that's kind of reasonable for an offensive lineman.
I can understand it, but
Because there was a lot of solid defensive players.
oh, for sure. We got just thinking about the Eagles line though. That's what got them to that Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? Like that line was crazy. Like Carson Wentz was tearing it up the first half before he got hurt, and then Nick Foles stepped in with the best offensive line in football and was able to just take care of business.
And now it's only getting better. I mean, you think about Andre Dillard in the last 20 years. There's only 3 Wazoo players that have gone in the first round, and he's the 4th one now. So that tells you that he's special. Foot speed, length, he got all that.
Yeah, agile. You got a nice agile offensive tackler.
Boys, just real quick, I have an update on that trade between Green Bay and Seattle. And Seattle, they got pick 30 from Green Bay, and then in round 4, they got the 114th pick and the 118th pick. So Green Bay basically gave up 2 4th-rounders and the 30
For Darnell Savage.
to get to the 21st for Darnell Savage. So player-wise, bit of a stretch. He is a very athletic and talented safety.
Yeah.
Maybe I would have utilized that since you jumped all those spots, about 9 spots, to maybe get a better player available.
So it's a 3-for-1 trade.
I don't know.
It's a 3-for-1 trade there. Because you're going to get a player anyway, right? So, like, you really, really wanted Darnell Savage. A great name, by the way. Darnell Savage. Fantastic name.
Great on a jersey.
Absolutely. No, you just imagine pulling up to the place in the Savage jersey. Seems sick to me. But, like, they see something in him that other teams haven't seen, or maybe they did see it, and that's why they traded up for him. Like, they see something in him, and if that's what they're banking on, then good for we'll hopefully it pans out for the Packers.
And Houston is on the clock. To talk about Houston a little bit, obviously got bounced first round of the playoffs. Deshaun Watson, it took him a little bit of time to get back to form after the injury, but when he did, he showed us why we believed in him before he went down with the injury. They got a couple of issues. You look at wide receiver, you have DeAndre Hopkins.
For me, this team, my thoughts with this team is, your QB is one of the best in the league. Deshaun Watson is an excellent QB, top of his game. DeAndre Hopkins could be considered the best wide receiver in the league.
Definitely in talks of that.
there was a stat, he had 117 passes that were catchable, and he caught every single one of them that were thrown to him. Like if they were catchable,
really,
he caught
He's
them.
really that good.
Hey,
he is that good, right? So that's what. And you got Lamar Miller. So what I'm getting to is your offense is good and your defense is good. You got J.J. Watt, Jadavion
Hey, you
Clowney.
look at that, though.
But your offensive line is the biggest problem for that team.
Scratch what I was about to say.
Taylor,
That's 100%.
Jawan Taylor
because-
possibly.
That is
because-
100%.
Because
true.
Deshaun Watson,
He had
Jawan
no
Taylor.
time in that pocket.
Jawan Taylor, possibly.
Yeah.
no,
that's
because they didn't expect to get Jawan
from
Taylor.
Ole Miss.
Exactly.
Or
Jawan
Greg
Taylor,
Little from Ole Miss. They could get
Jawan
too.
Taylor has to be the pick, and the fact that they won 11 games with the worst offensive line of football, like Deshaun
That's
Watson,
true.
8 sacks, like he was just eating like cookies after dinner or something like that, man. Like crazy stuff, like just eating sacks over and over and over, man.
Hey, and
That's
Rob, I didn't
crazy.
even think about the fact that they needed a line.
No, their line,
they
their
need a
line
line.
is
Every
trash.
team needs
They
a
need a
line,
line.
but they need a line. I mean, at the end of the day,
It's
100%.
crazy. It's crazy.
And that's, guys, we got to take our pick. I'm going with Jawan then. You got to get the best.
No,
You
you
got to
have
get the
to.
last best top 3
yeah.
There was
linemen.
Jawan
a guard
Taylor.
left. There was a guard left up, but now that
Greg
Jawan
Little,
Taylor's
I think,
up-
was the other guard from,
Yeah, I mean,
I
Ole
believe-
Miss.
I thought Jawan Taylor was going to be in the top 10.
That's
Like I
yeah,
had
he
him.
was that talented.
I had him going 6 to the Jaguars.
I had Cody Ford
Oh,
going.
Cody Ford?
Going
Oklahoma.
to the Texans, but if
So
they
I'm
take
saying
Cody
they do
Ford,
that
it's
then.
fine.
That's
But
solid.
Cody Ford or Jawan Taylor, one
Yeah.
of the two. You
Well,
gotta take an offensive lineman here. Have to do it
No, they have to. Like,
because their
it's
team
a must.
was close. It was close.
Yeah.
But you need an offense. Like you can't go far in the playoffs without an offensive line for
yeah,
sure.
So Cody Ford and Jawan
Listen.
Taylor definitely should be one of the options.
Listen, man.
They
That
gotta get one
defense
of them.
that defense is
Okay.
scary. Defense is scary too, man.
The pick is in.
Texas pick is in.
So the pick is in. We're waiting the update.
Dude,
right
that
now.
defense is scary, man. I wouldn't ever want to see J.J. Watt coming around the corner.
Watt
of
and
me.
Clowney?
No, dude. Oh, boy.
Crazy.
Whew.
Watt took a little step back
man.
last year, I would say,
Yeah.
from the J.J. Watt that we know of. But I
Yeah.
do believe, obviously part of the injury, but I do believe next year, watch out.
100%. Their defense
No,
definitely to be solid.
J.J. Watt had a nice comeback year last year for sure.
Oh yeah,
But
he
like
went
Deshaun
off.
Watson, they just put the stat up. He got sacked 62 times. Like for heaven's sakes.
So it's got to be the
heaven's sakes,
line. They
dude, just-
have to
just
get a lineman.
Put up a wall for him.
That's
he'll
ridiculous.
he'll do his job. Don't worry about him. He can play the game. I have no worry. Like
Yeah,
I'm gonna draft
Deshaun-
him in fantasy football. He's a
The-
beast.
Deshaun Watson,
It's gonna happen.
he's talented. He just
Oh,
needs
for
to have
sure.
that offensive line. He's right up there. He's good. He's a good quarterback. So we'll see.
We will see shortly.
Still awaiting this
We're
pick.
still waiting. This
is big.
It should be easily be Jawan Taylor. If it's not
It's
Jawan
gotta
Taylor,
be.
I'll be
I'll be shocked.
And
I'll be real.
the
If
next
it's not a
pick to-
lineman, I'll be shocked.
The next
It should
pick to
be.
talk about is big because that's one of the Raiders' 3.
Yeah,
I want to see what
Yeah.
they do with that.
but let's
That's
see
big.
what happens
Okay.
with this
Okay.
pick.
Okay. So with the 23rd overall pick in the draft,
That's in.
the Houston Texans select Titus Howard from Alabama State as a tackle, offensive tackle.
Okay, so
Okay.
So
Feeling
Not
the
too
feeling
bad.
the
they
need.
took
Not
they
too
took-
bad. You feeling the need that we
I
discussed.
mean they got the lineman.
So Titus Howard,
What's it? His name
He-
is Titus Howard.
Titus Howard.
This man is ranked 91st.
So listen,
That was
he
a stretch.
he's a guy who's recently been moving up draft boards. That's the
Wow.
that's the spin on him. He's moved up a little bit.
Oh wow.
You know,
He's from Alabama
Texans
State.
Texans picked up a tackle.
Yeah, I don't know.
He's
how I
from
feel about
Bama.
that.
That was kind of an iffy pick.
Listen, 91st overall tackle when Jawan Taylor is on the
Yeah.
board.
That's what I'm saying.
That's a
I mean-
big
That's what I'm saying.
stretch
I
mean, this
to me.
guy's-
I mean, you got that's what I'm saying. Jawan Taylor, who was projected, in my opinion, top 10 pick, is on the board, and you go with a guy out of Alabama State. You must be smoking
not even
ganja.
not even the
You know?
Alabama.
Come on,
Alabama
Wait.
State. I mean, he is-
Alabama State,
he
not
is
even
6'5",
Alabama, ladies and gentlemen.
6'5", 322. But let's take a look at how he did in the combine because I want to. See, I don't really know too much about this guy, and I want to see if he was actually worth.
Yeah, he's 6'5".
Listen,
worth the pick.
let's be honest with the Central New Yorkers. We only prepared for the first round.
That's
We're
what
prospects
that's
for
what
the
I'm
first
saying.
round. We didn't think round 2,
Yeah.
top round 2, 3 type of guys were gonna come up in
100%.
here. So of course we ain't know nothing about the guy because we prepared
Hey,
for the first round.
This
about
big fella ran a 5.05.40.
And this man is
So for-
6'5", 322.
322
He's
pounds.
he's a beast of a player.
He's
He-
moving
he
like
is a
that.
monster.
I mean, come on now. And look,
No,
it says
for
right
sure.
here, he redshirted as a tight end for the Hornets, his high school, I believe. Or no, for the Hornets in 2014 in college. And then he went into right tackle. And now he is
Like, he's massive. He's a massive
a
individual.
draft pick.
Yeah, he's first rounder. That's
Oh, and look at this. This guy is a multi-talented athlete. Former high school quarterback with a high-end athletic ability.
yeah,
So this man was a former quarterback. So you gotta expect his athleticism to shine with the offensive line, and
Yeah.
obviously he knows, being a former quarterback, he knows how Deshaun Watson's gonna work, and he knows he's got to do his job to block him. So overall, looking at how he turned out in the combat, maybe not the number 1 top left prospect to draft, but
Still, with
sounds
Jawan
like
Taylor
it
being
wasn't
there,
bad.
with Jawan, I don't even. Honestly, with Jawan Taylor being there, a top 10 pick, I just won't pass
True.
him. I don't even care if this this guy he probably could be productive. No, you have somebody that will be productive.
like Jawan Taylor was supposed to go like 7th.
Yeah.
He's supposed to go 7th. Like it's like not even a.
No, I was only making a case for in terms of Texans fans because that was a solid. It was like a
They drafted the correct
Exactly,
position.
the correct
The
position.
right position, maybe not.
But maybe
the
they
right
shoulda got
player.
Taylor.
Yeah.
Now we look
mean, come
forward
on.
to.
No, now the Raiders picked Taylor.
We look
No,
forward
the
to
Raiders.
to the
Raiders
Raiders.
picked
Oh, the Raiders,
Raiders
got
picking.
no. You know what? Hey, they lost Amari Cooper. They need a wide receiver, my man.
Well, they did get AB.
Well, they have AB,
Well,
but,
AB
but
can't
I
do
think
it
they
all.
need a secondary
AB
receiver.
can't get the
So-
imagine the
Hey,
brothers.
Imagine the
Hollywood
brothers.
Brown.
Hot take. Imagine the brothers.
Central New
It
Yorkers.
could happen, man. It could happen.
Imagine the brothers, the two Browns on the same team.
Hollywood Brown and Antonio.
That's a hot take, but I'm rolling with that
That's a
hot
hot
take.
Marquise AB.
Marquise
I like
AB,
that.
the two Browns.
Who
Who knows?
Wow.
But I agree with you
Bash
as well,
Bros.
Rob. They could bulk their lineup a little
Yeah,
bit.
they
All right,
offensive
listen,
line.
listen,
Jawan Taylor's still
dude.
available.
Hey,
Listen,
Jack and
I'm
Sullivan,
a preach it.
I
I'm a
could
preach
have
it.
This is interesting, though.
I'm a preach it till I got gray hair, man. Offensive lines win championships, man. O lines and
100%.
strong
100%.
defense.
Look at Eli's line
You
in
build
07.
your team.
Look at Eli's line in 07.
You're supposed to build your team. You're supposed to build your team through the offensive line.
Incredible
Like
line.
You're
crazy.
supposed to
Yeah.
build your team through the offensive line. Then you get your quarterback.
Listen, man.
Exactly.
Eli Manning was Super Bowl MVP when he had that line for him. You know what I'm saying? Like he put in that work. Eli did. So like any QB that is worth their stuff, man, with a line can make it happen like no other. Crazy stuff, man. So we will see how the Raiders.
I'm looking at
wanna go
Jawan
here.
Taylor, my first choice, but I won't be surprised if we get a family reunion.
According to ESPN, it says that Jawan is the best available for the Raiders to get.
Yeah,
But
I
judging
think-
by their highlighted needs, it says they need a DN. But I don't know how many DNs there are.
Defensive ends.
Yeah.
Montez Sweat is an edge rusher, still available.
Yeah, he's still
there.
available.
Yeah,
That
he's
could be a big pick.
Like
That
he's
could
still
be a
up.
big
Like,
pick.
and
that
earlier
he
on,
was there.
in draft talks, he was listed as a top 10 pick. So,
Yeah, he
like,
was.
he's a power
I had him
player.
in the top 10 at
Yeah.
first.
Mm-hmm.
So, there's a lot of top 10 players that have fallen.
Yeah, we'll have to see.
I don't. I'm glad that these wide receivers ain't being picked up yet because I do think Tom Brady needs more weapons.
No, for sure, man. Like,
And
you just
it's
gotta-
possible that they could go for Irvine Smith Jr.
Mm-hmm.
at tight end.
Yeah, man. I just you really hope that you can. Hopefully it all comes together for the Raiders. I would like to see the Raiders give the Chiefs a run for the money. I honestly, that would be cool. The Raiders pick is in. The pick
It's
is in for the
Pick
Raiders.
is in.
And guys-
For me, I think it's Sweat or Jawan Taylor. It shouldn't be anybody else. Should
Yeah.
not. At this point, those two
Or
guys
the
have been
Brown.
up
Or
way
the
too long.
Brown at number 3.
I would respect the pick, the wide receiver pick also, because they have a pick 3 picks later, and one of those two might still be up. So
Yeah.
anything can happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
And-
they could definitely go offensive line, then probably something
Big
else.
thing here,
True.
the Colts are at 26th in the draft, and if the Colts see Montez Sweat, they should draft him without
Without a
hesitation,
single doubt.
because their defense sucks, man. It's bad.
Yes.
Like there's no other way to they could.
I won't say that. I
So
think
they
their
got
defense came along last year.
Two players.
Their defense came
Two
along.
players. They got Darius Slate, right? Darius Slate is elite.
Their defense to me came along last year.
So you got-
because even when you got to remember, especially when they played the Texans, you saw how they played defensively against the Texans. Spontaneous, and the Texans had more known players as far as being known, like the Honey Bear they had and all that. But the Colts had a better defense.
There's 3 guys.
So,
So Darius Leonard, Darius
improving.
Leonard,
They could add somebody though. They could add somebody to that defense and make it even better. I won't be surprised
Is Darius-
if they do that.
Darius Leonard on the Colts or the Lions?
I believe he's on the Lions.
Lions, okay.
Yeah.
So
That's the
for the
safety
Colts,
or the cornerback?
Colts for me, I like Sheard. I like Sheard. He's solid edge rusher.
I like
forget.
the offensive line too to protect Andrew Luck.
Yeah,
I mean, the quarterback-
they definitely have a good
Boys,
O-line,
here's
for
the
sure.
pick.
You have the pick up for me.
Wow. Look at this.
All right, and
We got a switch up.
The Oakland Raiders with the 24th overall pick are selecting running back Josh Jacobs from
Wow.
Alabama.
The first
Wow.
running back drafted and the highest
Wow.
ranked running back
Well, listen.
has been selected.
Wow, okay.
That's crazy.
So that's.
But hey, they needed a running back.
I actually had them taking Josh Jacobs at 24.
They
to
needed
be
a running
fair,
back.
I had him
man.
at 24.
I'm telling you, that wasn't.
I did actually
That
have him at
wasn't too
24.
shabby.
I had on my mock draft. I had him
Okay.
at 24. So
I
that's.
mean, Marshawn Lynch just retired.
Oh, we didn't
you
even
have
touch on
AB.
that. We didn't even touch on that.
Marshawn Lynch
Hey.
just retired, so you gotta fill that void. That's a void they needed. I
Yeah.
mean, congratulations to me. The Raiders is winning this night.
Well, the Raiders have 3 picks, so it's,
Hey,
the Raiders is winning
could,
this night.
you could
Their
argue
first
that it's
pick was,
easy for
was
them.
Quinnen,
to win
wasn't it?
They did take.
Was it Quinnen?
Yeah,
Or the
they
Jets got Quinnen.
They took Clellan.
Clellan. McClellan Farrell.
They took Farrell. Yeah. So
Farrell.
that's like it could if depending on Farrell like we can set.
Not bad.
See, this is how
I
it's going
think
to go.
Raiders is winning this trade, so they're winning this night so far.
Listen,
So
here's
far.
how I look at the draft right now.
I mean, they have more picks than everybody.
You can speculate
But they're
all
being
you
smart
want.
with it. They're being smart with it.
I absolutely agree they're being smart.
That was a solid pick.
Yes.
So,
Jalen Richard is their starting running back with Isaiah Crowell. Isaiah Crowell is the secondary.
Yeah,
He
that's
needed
what I'm
the
saying.
running back.
You needed a running back. Marshall Lynch
Jacobs,
just retired. They
100%.
had
a good
to get him.
pick. I like it.
Excellent pick.
If I'm a
100%.
Raiders
Because
fan,
look,
I'm
I'm not
hyped
going
up.
only based on the best players. I'm going based on when I say who won the draft
The
night, based
needs.
on needs.
Exactly.
They right now. I like what the Raiders
You
is doing
fulfill the
tonight.
need, and
Listen.
that's big.
They finally getting stuff right because we already know last year was terrible. Getting away Khalil Mack, getting away. I mean, they did stuff so opposite. I thought John Gruden should have been fired after 1 year, but we're getting Antonio Brown, which was the first step. The way how they doing so far with the draft night, the Raiders is improving. They're making the right necessary moves now, and I'm starting to buy what they are selling.
I like that. And here's my thing. We're gonna speculate after the draft who won the draft, right? Like you always will. Like any draft for any sport, you think about it like who won the draft, who made the best picks. You don't know until you see who's on that playoff, or who's in the playoffs, who's clinching a wild card,
Or even which picks ended up performing.
Yeah,
right?
performing,
Like what teams came together,
Yeah,
right? Like
exactly.
what picks helped the teams the most? Because Saquon Barkley, as an example, like probably the perfect example of it, he went crazy.
Yeah.
He just did everything he could, and his back, I'm surprised it's not broken from carrying that team to 5 wins. Like he
was wild.
literally. So, but he couldn't take the team to postseason because the team wasn't ready. They didn't have the O line.
It
They didn't
couldn't
have the
been an
passing game.
individual effort. It had
Right,
to be a team effort.
he did everything he could, and
Yeah.
he's going to be great. So he turned up though. So he turned up in the biggest way possible.
Exactly.
So when you look at someone like Saquon, all you have to do to satisfy is for that pick to have been worth it is build a team around him. Like, how can we play this game where Saquon can do his thing and not have to do it all himself? That's
And
basically
hey,
how it has to be.
Going back to what Lil said about, looking at winners at the end of this draft, for me, the biggest thing is the Raiders' 27th pick. Their final third
Yes.
pick in this first round.
To me, if they
That's
ace that
huge.
pick, to me they won the night.
They get
No doubt about it.
Jawan Taylor
If
with
they
that
get
pick, and they won the
Jawan
night.
Taylor or a wide receiver to
Yeah,
go complementary
exactly.
with Antonio Brown, either one of the two.
One of a solid
even a solid
offensive lineman
defensive-
or a wide receiver.
Yeah, if they can do that,
Because they got Farrell on the D line, and now they got, Jacobs in the backfield to help out Derek Carr.
exactly.
It's coming together.
Yeah, it's
And
coming
that
together.
pick, for me, like I said, determines it.
So where do Baltimore go from over here? Obviously, we know about Lamar Jackson, the success that he's had. Obviously, they give him the keys to the car.
Absolutely. No doubt.
There's no doubt about that. I don't think there's no question. But they lost a couple people. Running back. Let's see.
For Baltimore?
Yes.
They had Gus Edwards at the end of the year.
And who is Gus Edwards?
Yeah,
I never heard of him. Like who?
So
who is
So
it's-
running back, right?
So
I mean, it's
so
not-
the thing
but
is,
it's not
so,
really
But
looking
it's not a
optimistic.
running, but it's not a running back
Yeah.
type of draft.
So here's the thing with Gus Edwards. From what I've seen from him, he's not at all receiving back. So he's not versatile. He can pound out 100 yards a game, no problem. But
So
he's
a
got
ground pound
no
back.
he's got no receiving ability. So their running back position, they need a running back who can run the ball like 10 times a game.
I mean,
Because like the other 10, 15 times a game you're going to run the ball is going to be Lamar
'cause
Jackson,
Lamar
right?
The next best back is the other Alabama back, in Damian Harris.
Right.
So-
and where's he projected?
He was projected 64th, so that's like a second
we saw
round or
somebody from
third
projected
round.
92 go up. So, hey.
That's interesting
Yeah.
to see. They won't
I mean-
draft a running back here. I don't see
No,
it.
Yeah, me either.
I don't
The
think they will.
Ravens,
Neither.
the Ravens are projected. No, they were supposed to take Clelin Ferrell at 22, but now they're 25. The 25th pick was supposed to be Dexter Lawrence, but that was the
Hey, maybe
Giants
they get
pick,
Montez
right?
Sweet.
Honestly,
Maybe they
it
get
looks
Sweet.
it looks like Sweet to me probably.
Yeah. To go with that
See that.
defense, they got Eric Reed over there.
Yeah.
You know, to have like this, because guess what? You want the
Who
defense.
did the Falcons take?
Eric Weddle.
Yeah.
Who did the Falcons take?
The Falcons took a
They didn't take Greedy Williams.
edge rusher, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so. They didn't take Greedy Williams.
No, it was.
So Greedy Williams is still
I'll
the
tell you
top.
right now.
The top corner in the draft is still up. So actually, the Colts have two options at corner. The Colts wanted a cornerback. Like, they're projected to take DeAndre Baker, but the best corner
could
in the
get
draft,
Greedy.
they should get Greedy here.
I mean,
That's actually funny. They should get Greedy. I like that.
Yeah, they should get
His name's mad funny. I like it.
the Falcons. I'm trying to find
The
who
Ravens
they
picks is in Central New York. I'm
It's
gonna
in.
read this one.
Okay,
You want to
got
read it? You want to read the Ravens out? All right, I heard you.
The Ravens pick is in.
This is
still
pick number
trying to find
25.
the
We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 picks to go. Gentlemen, 7 picks to go. The Colts are on the clock. We will have the Ravens pick for you in just a moment. Again, if you want to call in and give us your thoughts, the request line 607-753-4819. Again, that's 607-753-4819.
Oh.
Call into the huddle. Give us your thoughts.
The Falcons got the guard Chris Lindstrom from Boston
Oh,
College.
right, that random guy, that random guy.
Yeah.
You know how it goes. This guy I never heard of course.
But with
Right.
the next pick, I'm eager to
Is
see.
it
I'm
possibly? Is it possible?
really eager to see who the Ravens
Marquise Brown. Is it possible Marquise Brown is another weapon for Lamar Jackson? Is it possible?
That would be solid. And here it is, Leo.
Okay.
You want to
All right,
read this?
Leo, this is all you, man. This is pick number 25. We got real Leo reading this one out.
All
for
right.
you.
All right.
Oh,
With
man,
the
Leo.
25th pick of the NFL draft, I just said it. Marquise
Hey!
Brown, wide receiver, is Lamar Jackson's new toy.
And
I
there
love
it is.
I love it.
The new weapon,
Ooh,
I love
the
it.
fastest guy out of the
Love
wide
it.
receivers,
ooh, I like that.
arguably
like
the
that.
most talented, and he's now a Raven.
Listen, that's a fiery pick.
Wow.
That's a
Yes.
fiery pick for.
I like
I really like that.
I like that pick
That's
too.
solid.
Now Lamar Jackson got something to work with here because the Ravens
Facts.
have a gap at wide receiver. There's no Devontae Adams. There's no OBJ on this team. They got our Marquise Brown now. They're gonna build this man. This man is gonna be a
Yes.
beast on this
Yeah.
team. I believe it, no doubt
Wow.
in my mind.
Marquise Brown, Hollywood Brown to the Ravens. Now, I honestly never saw that coming. I thought
Yeah.
maybe the Raiders would snag him or Green Bay would make a move. That's
It
crazy.
is. It is AB's cousin. That's great. That's
It
great.
is?
Yeah, I think it is.
Wow.
I think it might actually be. his
Lil,
cousin.
could you
It might
imagine if
actually
the
be his
cousins
cousin.
played together?
What?
He said that Marquise is AB's cousin.
Yeah, I know that. I thought it was
That's
his brother.
crazy.
That's what I meant about the brothers.
Oh,
No,
I thought you were just saying 'cause they both had the
cousins.
name
They're
Brown.
getting cousins out here. That's crazy.
Oh, wow.
Yo, this is
So
big,
the next
big,
pick is
big
the
man.
Colts, right? The Indianapolis.
Yes.
Oh, listen, man. If they don't take Greedy Williams here, they're bugging.
Let's,
That's
you
all I
guys
got.
want to take
I got
a
nothing.
short break before we
Yeah, we
go
can
into
take
the
a
Colts?
Yeah, we could take a break here. We
So-
will.
You're listening to The Huddle
We'll be
with
back,
the real Lil Kenny C and Rob today.
and we'll be back with the Colts on the clock.
No.
You heard it here.
We in the huddle.
Kenny C, Lil, and Rob tonight
We
bringing the
out here.
NFL Draft live to you.
Oh my gosh, we've been in this booth for 3 hours.
Those
3 hours.
3 hours,
long.
put in
Yo,
the
yo.
pain.
We didn't even get to eat our Chinese food.
This is a special moment for Marquise Brown. Before we get to the next pick, Marquise Brown, you see the tears, man. He's excited, man. He's ready to play. He feels blessed, man. You know, there's no other feeling. To be able to play at the highest level, you know, on an NFL team has got to be an incredible feeling. So it's a great day for him, and all the guys being drafted today. To be drafted in the first round out of all the millions of kids that play football across the country, man, it's an incredible thing.
Yeah,
So-
it's a monumental moment. Obviously, you can see he's grateful. And like I said, Hollywood Brown played with Lamar Jackson. If you from Baltimore, get your tickets right now.
Yeah.
You heard it here.
Yo, I second that. That's a whole fact. You better
Facts.
be buying them tickets, man.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a fire team.
Exactly.
So the next pick, the Colts traded down. So the Redskins traded up to 26. The Redskins we want this pick. So the Colts gave up their only first round pick to the Redskins. So they better get a good return out of it. If I'm the Colts,
And the
you're
pick is in.
not drafting Greedy Williams.
Hey,
The Redskins
if
pick
I'm the
is in.
Skins, I think I want somebody near Landon Collins. I might go with N'Keal Harry, the best safety left in this draft.
I think so.
I think that would be solid.
I think it'd be good. I think a corner would not
I
be
like
a bad
that.
move either. I would
You go
love to see
opposite Josh
Greedy.
Norman, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would love to see Greedy Williams.
And
here,
Josh
too.
Norman took a little step back
Oh,
too.
Greedy Williams would be solid.
No,
Yeah, he did. Josh, that's exactly
that's
right.
what I'm
Josh
saying.
Norman,
Took a step
a
back,
little bit
yeah.
on the decline last year. So
I have DeAndre Baker
some
going
young-
to the Colts here. So
some young talent.
That's
Yeah. If I'm the Washington Redskins, I'm thinking defense here.
I would respect the defensive pick here.
And the biggest thing for N'Keal Harry at safety was that he was consistent all 3 years that he played for the, let's see here, I believe it was Ole Miss. Don't quote me on that. No, Arizona State. He was very consistent. And it says here in high school he was a top 20 overall recruit. He had 25 touchdowns in 2 years. I think he was playing at a different position at that time, but
You got to think here. The Redskins could pick up they could, in theory, pick up a player here to help out their new man, Dwayne Haskins. Here.
I was thinking that.
So it could happen.
Possible.
I like to
because
see a
who
corner
is
here.
their wide receivers? You know that's
Like, I don't
For who?
for the Redskins.
oh, the wide receiver. They lost Jameson Crowder.
yeah.
So hey,
but who else?
I would
they
take-
have? Like,
I would
don't
take
know.
Metcalf.
Metcalf.
They don't-
Metcalf,
really
Metcalf
have too
could
many.
be Metcalf could be the move here.
Yeah.
You see,
Metcalf.
Marquise Brown's gone. Maybe we go Metcalf.
Yeah.
That would be big.
Wide receiver
yeah.
or on the defense to me?
I think wide receiver, corner, or safety. Here's where
Yeah.
you go. One of the three. I don't think there's anything else you really go.
Definitely corner.
Montez Sweat would be a curveball for me. We will see what the Redskins decide to go with here in just a minute. If you want to call in,
I can't wait till the England's pick.
While we're waiting for this pick to come in, we've got the request line
The
again.
pick is in.
607-753-4819.
4819.
Ladies
let
and
us-
gents, here it is.
Oh,
And
read that one too.
with pick 26, the
Oh,
Redskins
baby.
take Montez Sweat
Oh, baby.
You said it was going to be a curveball. What's your
Mississippi
thoughts?
State.
from Mississippi State.
Wow.
That's a big one.
Yeah.
That's huge. And, you know,
Wow.
and that was the curveball, you know. Like, if you're going to go defense, he was projected top 10 by a lot of teams.
He was
Wow.
projected top 10. And
That's
fell
a
to number
huge
26.
pick.
I like that pick.
That's a
because-
huge pick.
Because, in theory, they could have just swiped him right from the Raiders, who have the next pick.
Exactly.
That could be why they
So,
traded up to take.
in
That
my
might have been their
opinion-
plan.
In my opinion, right there, in terms of all the trades that happened in this draft, that was the best trade. That's a hot take, but that was the best trade that was made in this draft because they traded. What do you call it? Trade up or down?
Yeah,
How
what
does
did
it
they
work
trade?
with that?
Do you have the post there?
Yeah,
See what they traded for.
I'll find that trade.
I
but
think
hey,
I think it was on the post what they traded.
oh, it was.
Yeah, I think
You
so.
snagged Montez Sweat from every other remaining team when that man should have been gone already.
He should have been gone.
And you know, you think about it, Montez Sweat. You look at the Seahawks. They got 2 picks back to back. They would have loved Montez Sweat.
Oh wow! So they gave up this year's second and next year's second round picks.
So 2 second-round picks for Montez
Wow.
Sweat. If he turns out to be
Not
the
too
player,
bad.
if he's the player he's supposed to be, it's going to be a beast. He's going to be a
Yeah.
beast.
He's going to be a beast. And then he probably, like I said, 11.5 sacks last season. He had an excellent combine. Ran a 4.41.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, he shows you he's fast and athletic.
Well, yeah, he's going to be a monster. He's not.
He's been compared to a legit human slinky. The way he slides around
I
the
never heard of
offensive
that.
lineman.
Human slinky.
Yeah.
I never heard of that in my life.
Yeah, neither have I. When I saw that on his draft card, human slinky they called him.
I don't
Just
know.
because of his ability to wind around.
If you could put out the Webster's
offensive
dictionary
lineman.
right here in the huddle, that would be good.
This is so.
Basically,
Gentlemen, we got 6 picks left in
Wow.
the draft.
Oakland is next.
We
Like I
got
said,
Oakland.
this is big.
Oakland
Leo.
have been
This is
having the
big.
best night to me so far. They got the
Hey.
number 27 pick. Who are y'all going
Has
with?
anyone ever heard of a guy named Jawan Taylor?
Yeah, I
Like,
wonder.
I
I wonder.
what-
I
what?
wonder.
That's
I
That's a new
wonder.
hold on. That's a new name to me. Can
That's
you,
a
can
new
you,
name,
can you tell
right?
me about him? Because
Yeah.
I swear we were supposed to hear his name hours ago.
Hours
We were.
ago. Like 3
And
hours ago, probably.
and in
Like
my
2.5
opinion,
hours ago.
I
We need
swear,
to hear
man.
his
I
name
swear.
now. We have to hear his name
Yo,
now.
We need to see this man pull
the
up.
Raiders need him.
Hello.
No, any
Jawan Taylor.
I'm telling you,
anybody needs him.
there's only 5 more picks left. So hey, Oakland, take that guy that's gonna
Hey, yo, you
block
want to
his
get on,
butt
you wanna
off
get
a
on the
car.
phone with him? You
I'm
want
about
to
to
Alright,
get on
yo,
his
get on
phone
the
right here.
get on the
Call
call.
up
Yeah.
Gruden.
Yeah,
Yo,
we
John
got
Gruden, I need you to do me a favor. I need you to take a guy named Jamon Taylor. You probably never heard of him. A lot of the 26 teams are funny you never heard of him. So you know what? You need to take Jamon Taylor, all right? That would be your guy to help that offensive line, okay? Because I'm guessing I got to tell you right now because a lot of teams ain't heard of him, all right? So
Seems like
make the
nobody's
pick,
heard of this
all right?
man.
Make the pick, all right? Take Jamon Taylor, please.
It's about time that he gets picked.
I'm glad we got Leo on the phone out here because some of these GMs, man, they just need a little wake up call,
Facts, you need that call.
They're getting a little sleepy. It's like 11:15.
Yeah,
man.
it's a little
they're
late.
falling asleep. Maybe a little coffee. Wake them up. Make sure they're making the right calls out here. That's all we're looking at. That's what we look for. So after the Raiders, we got Chargers, 2 Seattle picks, and then Rams,
And New
Patriots.
England.
Right. So that's what we are looking at. So we got a lot of picks.
So who are we going here with Oakland, Jawan Taylor?
If they don't take Jawan Taylor,
gotta
they
take Taylor.
are
I mean,
bugging. No other way to put it, man.
crazy.
Bugging.
Bugging. There's no other way to put it, man. That's all it is.
It's crazy how these cats is bugging and we don't even got the bug spray. These guys is unbelievable.
Bugging in a way I don't think I've ever seen, man. This is kind of crazy.
Facts.
It be that way sometimes, though. Sometimes they're just bugging out. The pick is in for the Raiders. The pick is in.
Pick is in, ladies and gents.
We are
Okay,
moments away. Moments away. You got a pom pom.
Yeah, here it is.
Facts,
Here it
got
is.
the pom-pom.
Snag that. We gotta get that going on. You
My
already
son
know.
got the blue. We
Get
pom
it rowdy over here. Because
pick is in.
Oakland's pick, potentially the biggest pick, determines if they
I'ma
took
read
this
this
draft in the first round.
I'm gonna read this.
Yeah,
thing.
we're gonna get real Leo reading this one out.
Facts.
All right, Leo. I'm updating this Instagram account that seems to be beating even Ian Rappaport.
Facts.
I don't know what's going on.
This is the third pick.
We can slide to the right so we get in the camera. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna move the camera.
This could decide. This could
So you
decide
can
whether or
see
not
it.
the Raiders win the night here.
That's
This
true.
could be huge.
Yeah,
This could be
exactly.
huge,
Very
man.
true.
I'm right up there with you.
This is important, man.
If they get this right, to me, it's all but seals it that they won the night.
Now, for the Raiders, they got Josh Jacobs at 24. They wanted Josh Jacobs at 24. They did that. They got
Filled that running back
done.
void.
Right.
Yeah.
So, take a step back. If they draft Jawan Taylor here, that's a huge win.
It is.
It
Because
is.
you
But
need
not- but
a
that-
offensive line to
Line.
block,
Right.
block for your running back.
Exactly.
Right, exactly. So getting Jawan Taylor at 27 is a steal. But you take a step back and you think Clelin Ferrell. You took him at number 4. He is the wild card in this draft. The
No,
other
he
the
is.
other two should pan out just the way you wanted them to. And here we are at 27. You read that one out, Jaleel. We got
Here it
we
is.
got the pick for you.
Okay, we have the Oakland Raiders at number 27, selecting Jonathan Abraham out of Mississippi State, which
Wow.
is a safety.
Safety.
They draft a safety out of
Wow.
Mississippi State, Jonathan Abram.
So they didn't even get N'Keal Harry, who I was talking about. Wow, that's crazy.
That's
Let me take a look at where he ranked on this
yeah.
according to
I'm
CBS's
curious
board.
to see where he ranks. I feel like he's
I-
70 something.
What's this man's name?
Jonathan Abram.
Oh, he's not. He's 43rd.
So
he's not- it's not too bad.
Not too
he was
bad.
He's
projected
3
early
off from the
second.
number 1, which was Nasir Adderley.
All right, so 30. So he's an early second rounder at worst. He's like top 10 second round kind of guy. So that's an interesting. It's an interesting pick. It bolsters that defense some more, so it helps work with Clelin Ferrell.
And I made an error, by the way. I don't know why I kept saying N'Keal Harry, because he's not a safety.
No, N'Keal Harry is a wide.
He's a wide receiver. I don't know why I
yeah.
kept saying that.
It's all good. You chilling. You chilling. We make
It's
the
like
corrections.
Josh Rosen before.
Yeah, we got the corrections as we go.
Josh Rosen,
we got
Josh
no
Allen.
worries out here. No worries. And man, we got the Chargers up next at 28. Man, I think it'd be interesting to see.
How y'all like
What
this
did they go
Jonathan
with
Abraham?
here?
So
What
the
did they go
Chargers.
with?
So I like Phillip Rivers.
Yeah.
I like
we all
Melvin.
like
Oh,
Phillip Rivers.
listen, man.
We all
Melvin,
like-
Melvin Gordon is a beast.
All
no,
right,
no
running
question.
back, they good. Wide
Hey, so
receiver,
maybe
they
you
good.
go ahead and you get another guy to block for Melvin Gordon.
Oh, listen, man. The Chargers might not have expected to see Jawan Taylor.
Yo, do I have to make the call again? I mean, my God.
Somebody
But,
find out who the
all right,
Chargers
listen,
GM is.
here's where I'm at with it.
Did they
Listen,
kidnap his brother? I mean,
we're
what's
gonna
going on?
assume that they were listening in on your phone call with the
Yeah.
Raiders, and if not, you're gonna call the Seahawks GM in, and
Yeah.
like, that's what we're gonna have to do
That's
because
what we're gonna do.
they never heard of this guy, man. I don't know. They just said we ain't never heard of
Juwan who? Like on Soulja Boy, the Soulja Boy meme. Juwan. That's basically what it is.
I seen that. I feel
Juwan.
Oh, that man with all the question marks popping around
Yup.
up around his
Judging
head.
by
What?
the Chargers' offensive line was ranked, I believe, third to last.
Okay.
Okay, so
Juwan Taylor.
listen, man. If
So
there's
they got-
anyone who needs an offensive lineman here,
Look at this. Their left guard, Dan Feeney, allowed
There is
8
somebody
sacks.
named
Their right
Juwan
tackle,
Taylor.
Sam Tevy, gave up
Please
8
draft
sacks.
this guy.
Two of their offensive linemen gave up 16 sacks total.
that's unlucky.
That's
dude.
ridiculous.
That's
you
just-
gotta get
What do you
Jawan.
even say, man?
You don't get Jawan.
Who
Liz
they
Coleman,
play against in
GM.
that? Who they play against in that division? Who's in that division? They play against the
Um,
Chargers.
They
They play
the
Chiefs,
The
Raiders.
Raiders, and
And the final team is Seattle, isn't it? No.
no. It's
No.
Chiefs. Chargers in the division. Broncos.
Broncos.
Yes, sir.
So you play against Von Miller.
Denver.
So you play against Von Miller, D Ford, and Justin Houston last year. So those three guys are pretty good pass rushers. Now you could make the argument that those guys are pretty good. The
Yeah.
Chiefs
So-
don't have D Ford or Justin Houston anymore though.
Yeah,
So,
so
you know,
you bulk the line even more.
Yeah.
yeah, you bulk up that line, and you only have to
they'll
deal
be
with Von
solid.
Miller. Really, is the real threat in that.
Exactly.
But hey,
Um,
the Chiefs now.
I mean,
have,
you got to deal with Colin Farrell now.
the
We'll
Chiefs
see
have
what-
Frank too.
Oh, the Chiefs got Frank Clark. That's
Yeah,
right. So
so-
that Frank Clark is
He'll still be there.
he
Wreaking havoc.
hopped conferences. Still in the West, but hopped
But hey,
conferences. Yeah.
going back to what we were saying about the Raiders, so maybe now that they got the safety, I can't really say that because of that now they ran away with being the best in the first round. I mean,
No, and you know,
It's not a
'cause
runaway.
like you said, their first
not a
pick
runaway.
is a coin toss, because this guy can either come out and be a dominant force like he was with Clemson, or he could come out and not come out.
Well,
not
one thing's
perform.
for sure, the Giants definitely didn't win tonight.
Oh, and then we could look at biggest
I didn't even
losers.
want-
I
dude.
think the Giants were the biggest loser in this draft.
listen, man. Listen.
They made
Here's
Letting
the-
their
Let
arch
let
enemy,
me-
the Redskins, get
let me
Haskins.
let me just talk about the Giants for a minute. We still got a couple minutes for the Chargers here, so I just want to go in depth a little bit on the Giants picks. You got Daniel Jones at number 6, which I think arguably could be the worst pick in the draft. Now, I say that, but you got to keep in mind that the Packers drafted. The Packers drafted Darnell Savage, who's projected like 60 something, which is late second round.
Yeah.
And the Falcons drafted a guy who's projected second round too at number 14. So a couple guys. There's a few guys in there that aren't necessarily. You look at Titus Howard; those guys, they're not necessarily top tier players. Not considered to be top tier draft picks. So you take a step back and you look and you're like, okay, so the Giants took Daniel Jones, whatever. That's kind of. You hope that he pans out, because if he turns out to be an above average quarterback, then I think he was fine. But if Dwayne Haskins comes out and has an MVP season,
Yeah,
I'm
I
gonna
really think Dwayne Haskins
be
is gonna
real
be-
bummed. I'm gonna be watching the Redskins beat
I
up
mean,
on the
that's if
Giants.
he even gets the start, you know.
No, he might not start.
Eventually,
He might
yeah.
not
He's
start.
got to learn a little bit. from Case.
Eventually. I don't know if it's going to be this year, but he's eventually.
No, yeah,
gonna
he
be.
definitely.
All right, we have
The
a
pick is in.
The pick is in.
The
for
Chargers pick is
I'm
in.
gonna read this one out.
Hopefully
when we
they
got it.
heard of somebody named Juwan
Is the
Taylor.
pom poms
Listen,
waving?
man, you've got the talent. You've got the wide receivers. You've got the running back. You've
They
got
got to
the
take
QB.
Jawan.
You take the O-line and just give those guys as much time as they need. Because Phillip Rivers can sling it with anyone, man. He's got the talent. He's got the game sense.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not worried about him at all.
And hey, Cody Ford is still there, so.
So Cody Ford is picked
Jawan or
too.
Cody Ford?
Drew Lock is still there.
Yeah.
Yeah, Drew Lock is still there.
Drew Lock
He
is
is.
still up, but
But I don't think they're gonna take
Tom
her.
Brady's
Maybe-
successor.
Maybe
I'm
to
telling
fill
you.
for.
dude, if Drew
Tom
Lock,
the
Brady's
Patriots will get him?
successor.
Patriots could.
Patriots got a lot of options. Like I said, they got Irvine Smith Jr., tight end,
Yeah,
Phil
the tight
for
end.
Gronkowski,
They could use that.
wide receiver, add to Tom Brady's help.
Yeah.
DJ Metcalf, and Drew Lock, Tom Brady's successor.
Simple.
That
Those
could
three
be a
guys.
big pickup if they get him.
This is what we got though. It's gonna be a crazy one. I think it has to be an offensive lineman here. I don't think.
Oh, here it is.
We got it. Let me
You
read
are
this
right. Oh no, you're wrong.
Oh,
Look at this.
All right, here we go. The Chargers with the 28th overall pick
Wow.
in the NFL draft select defensive tackle Jerry Tillery.
Wow. He's actually ranked one of the best defensive tackles.
Okay.
And I only know that because I'm a Notre Dame fan.
Okay.
So Tillery was
So from Notre Dame.
Tillery was solid with Notre Dame, and overall,
Seattle.
I don't
would
think
be
that's a-
shocked.
I don't think that's a bad pick.
I mean, I've been shocked all night, but I'll be even more shocked if they don't get Jawan Taylor to help out Russell Wilson in that offensive line.
I don't know how many times
I-
we got to say this man's name.
All right, man. I think listen. So
This
the
is
Seahawks
ridiculous.
got 2 chances. They got 2 chances to pick Jawan Taylor.
Yes.
That's all they got to do. They should take Metcalf and Jawan Taylor here. I think that would be a giant
Seahawks
is-
draft.
yeah.
By the way, Jerry Tillery was the second best available. Christian Wilkins, did he get drafted yet?
Yes.
So yeah, he is the best left.
Yeah, Wilkins
According
was
to
drafted
this
at
list.
13.
He was
Wilkins
Yeah,
was
so
13.
Jerry Tillery was
So,
the best available.
Seattle,
so that
to
was
me,
a solid pick.
Is in excellent
Solid
position
pick.
right now. And they can steal this night from where I had the Raiders up. They can steal this night by simply getting these 2 guys, Jawan Taylor, DJ Metcalf.
DK.
I'll give them the 9.
Picking up DK and picking up Jawan.
And who they pick? Who was their earlier pick again?
Who's that?
Who was their earlier pick again?
Who's that?
They made a trade, right?
They traded
Oh, they
down.
traded down.
They traded down.
Yeah.
So
All right, so if they
had-
trade down and get these 2 guys,
Listen, man.
Well, they can
this
only
is
get one,
free.
right?
No, they have 2 picks.
yeah,
29
they
they
have
and
two
30.
picks left?
and
Yeah,
the
they
30.
have
Oh,
29
they
and
can
30.
steal the
They
draft.
can steal the draft.
Gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Gentlemen.
Seattle
Yo,
Seahawks can steal the draft by making these 2 picks right and getting them right. Like I said, Jawan Taylor
Listen,
and Metcalf.
listen, all I gotta say is, man, the Seahawks got 2 crazy picks here. They could take Jawan Taylor and Metcalf and take Metcalf away from the Patriots. Because personally, I'm not a fan of the Patriots. I'd rather not see Metcalf play for the Patriots.
Ragging on
I
wheels,
hate to break it.
I hope
Lil-
they don't take it. Please
Lil-
don't
Lil-
let Tom
Lil-
Brady get Metcalf.
Listen, man, I don't want to see Tom. Listen, man, I want to see somebody take down Tom Brady because I feel like his road's been pretty straightforward. Like he lost to the Eagles, but other than that, like he's been killing it, man. Like he's really been the gatekeeper of the AFC.
Listen,
You know, like you can't even argue that. You know,
The
like-
Falcons choked.
Seattle better get
Yeah,
it right.
Falcons.
I mean, come
Falcons choked. Only the Giants and the Eagles, man. Only 2
That was
teams.
ridiculous.
The Giants in 08 and 2012, man. That's all it is.
Seattle had perfect opportunity.
Oh, yeah, that
at
was just gonna say
29
that.
and 30 to get this right
Yeah.
and steal the night.
They can steal the
They
night.
can steal the night.
These
Right
are
here.
these are easily the two top because
I mean-
they have a wide receiver problem.
Yeah,
And
they
Seattle
do.
got this
They do.
pick through the trade of Frank Clark.
I'll be shocked.
So,
I'll be
They
shocked.
could just send in both
But
picks
then
together,
again,
have DK and
after
Jawan
the-
Taylor come up and just,
after
and
the
just
night we have-
get that nice bro hug up there.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
After the night we have, nothing will shock me anymore because it's been a shocking night already.
So,
imagine
nothing's gonna shock
Green
me.
Bay
Well, how-
traded the 30th. So who has the 30th now?
Seattle has both.
Oh, they
Seattle,
have,
yeah.
they have
That's
back
who
to
they
They have
back.
back to
Yeah,
back.
yeah, yeah.
Oh wow.
I mean,
So-
they're good. Back to
but-
back.
Hey,
How are Seattle's corners?
I mean, did Drake walk
Wait,
up in the building?
who are
Back to
who are,
back.
Se- who are Seattle's corners?
I got you right now.
Yeah, because
Oh yeah,
Greedy
wasn't
Williams.
picked.
Greedy's still up, man. Like we're in business, man. They could take Greedy.
I mean, hey, the Seattle also lost Earl Thomas III, their
Yes.
safety.
yeah,
Hey,
Earl Thomas is a great player.
Yeah, they lost Earl Thomas. That's an excellent pickup.
Yeah,
And remember who they just traded to the Chiefs. They
Clark.
have some positions on the defensive field.
they gotta
So I
fill
don't
that
think
up.
it's as dry cut as what we just said. With
Let me-
It looks nice, but
They need-
their
they need to
offense
fix
isn't
Hey,
the biggest
they
problem.
could do
they
something.
have to fix
They
defense.
could do
now.
something big and get 2 back-to-back picks.
They
with
have to fix defense.
defense.
They have to because
They
like we
could
just
solidify
alluded
the
to.
defense. Yeah.
They lost Earl Thomas and they just made
Yeah.
a trade, trading one of their corners.
They could.
They have to
Who
fix
did
it.
you say was the top safety?
I believe it was.
I'm curious to see.
Let me check right now. The top safety remaining was. Thing gets a little slow on me.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. We chilling.
It's Gucci
Just gonna read
though.
out that request line real quick. We got 607-753-4819.
Hold up, the show's almost over.
Yeah, we
Nasir
almost have.
Adderley from Delaware is the top safety left.
Yeah, so
And then you have Taylor Rapp from Washington. So hey.
Taylor Rapp. Taylor Rapp's the name I heard.
Yeah.
He's not bad too. He's projected early second.
Mm-hmm.
So you know,
And in terms of the Seattle cornerbacks, They
The
got
website is
Jeremy
NFL.com.
Boykins.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Who else do we got? Trey Flowers. He's decent.
Okay.
He's a decent cornerback.
Oh yeah.
That's
out of
Shaquille
Oklahoma
Griffin.
State,
They
right?
drafted him a few years
Jay
ago.
Flowers out of Oklahoma State.
Yeah.
I like that pick.
And they got Shaquille Griffin. He's not bad. I think they drafted him a few years ago.
Yeah. Well,
So they
excuse me.
look like they need another guy. King. I never.
It
heard
has
of some
their
of these
top
guys.
their top 3 picks on here are Juwan Taylor, DK Metcalf, and Greedy Williams. Are
Exactly.
the 3 guys we're talking about.
they're gonna get
those
one
are the
of them.
best available. Best
They gotta
available
get
of those
one of
3.
them.
They should get 2 out of 3
Don't
of
take
those.
DJ Metcalf away from my Patriots, please.
Dude, because the Rams don't need a wide receiver. The Rams have Robert Woods, they have Brandon
Yeah.
Cooks, they have Cooper Kupp,
Oh,
Josh
Cooper,
Reynolds.
yeah,
They
yeah.
got all kinds of wide receiver
They
depth.
definitely,
Hey,
they
not
definitely
taking-
won't
Honestly,
be taking.
Will, I'm going with Locke. I think you
For
were
who?
right about the successor thing.
For Tom Brady?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think New
yeah.
England's Kraft
Yeah.
and Belichick probably have something up their sleeve.
Yeah.
If there's any shot in the world that Juwan Taylor falls to the Rams, which he shouldn't, in theory, he should not. He should be a higher priority for the Seahawks.
Yeah.
If he falls to the Rams have him as somebody who can take over for Whitworth when he retires in 2 years. Because Whitworth is one of the best, if not the best, left tackle in the
Yeah,
league. He's
veteran left tackle.
incredible at his position. So you look at somebody to fill in for him because he's 37. He's
And he
not
can
going to
learn too from.
Oh, you can learn
him.
so much from a player like Whitworth. You can block. He'll learn how to play the game the way that Whitworth plays it, and if he's able to do that, they'll be a beast.
And that's the same logic with Locke. If Locke is a understudy to Tom Brady,
Oh boy.
he's gonna learn a lot
Oh
about
yeah,
the league.
he will.
Oh, but,
So that would be
he
big.
might have a couple of years under Tom Brady too. Like,
Yeah.
because Tom Brady wants to keep playing forever. Like I don't know about this man.
I'll say Tom Brady play about a good 2 or 3 more years at best.
Here's
Yeah.
what I'm saying.
I
If
feel
the
like
Patriots, God forbid, I'm sorry, Lil, get another ring, he's gone. He's done. He's saying, all right, I got my 7. I'm out.
7 is tough
I feel
to
like
crack.
he'll
It's a tough number to crack for somebody.
I feel like if
I
he gets
feel like-
that last ring, he'll be out.
I
Like,
The
agree.
Chiefs,
I agree.
Chiefs
I think
are
so.
not in a position to win a ring next year. I don't think. I hate to say that because I
Really?
like.
They were
I-
close.
So I don't know because
Nah, they
I
were
don't.
close.
No, I don't see.
I think if they would have won, if they would have beat the Patriots, they
Here's
would have
the
won.
thing: if the Chiefs
Well-
lose Tyreek Hill,
they.
then that changes.
If
You
the
they
gotta
game.
lose-
stop beating up on children, man.
They lost
Yeah,
Hunt
it's-
too.
it's-
They
it's-
lost
it's-
Kareem Hunt.
It's common sense, man. The Seahawks are taking an
They
hour
took
and
it
a
the
half.
whole
Hey,
time. I was
nobody-
just about to say that.
We
They
out
took
here
it
at
the whole
11:30.
time.
Guys, nobody looked at the fact that the Chiefs don't have they have Spencer Ware at running back.
No, they got Damian Williams. They re-signed Damian Williams.
Oh, they did?
Yeah,
I mean,
Damian
he's
Williams not
decent.
bad. No, he was fine. He was
He
fine.
was good.
They
Yeah,
extended
I
him.
don't know
They
too much
extended
about
him.
him, but
Yeah,
Extended
he
him.
came in, did a little something.
Yeah, so you know how it goes, man. I want to see
Seattle's taking up all this time. They probably they got so many options.
Seattle.
I mean, how
Seattle
could you
got
not?
20 seconds. Oh, the pick is in.
You got 3 quality guys and you got 2 picks.
Which
Yeah,
is
they
kind of
have to
you
think
feel
about-
bad. You feel bad about that.
they really
You
have to
wanna
think
take
about
all
what
3
they
of them.
do because they have the back-to-back picks, so they want to get, like Leo said, the best.
They
of the
probably
best.
have decided both picks. I would
With those
imagine
two.
both of them come in real quick.
Oh, see, I like that. That's
if
very
they
true.
don't come in back to back, I'm gonna be real upset because it's 11:34, man. We got
Yeah, they got him.
This
they
is a
gotta
long
make
show
these
we got
picks.
tonight.
Facts.
We got 2 time slots filled up tonight.
Facts.
We
We
gotta
really
go.
did.
Yeah,
And hey, while
it's been a
everybody's
blast.
out there partying on a
The
Thursday
pick-
night,
The pick is in.
we're in here putting in work with the NFL.
Exactly.
draft.
While everybody at the
Yeah.
ball, getting licked, wobbling all over the place, don't know where the hell they going. We out here going to the end of the show.
Yes,
I mean,
sir.
the pick is in.
All it
Seattle.
all it is. I want to see it. I'm gonna read out Seattle pick number 1. I'd like to read out the Rams pick as well.
So
I'll
I'll
do the Patriots there because
Ah,
that's
yeah.
my team.
Then I'll read the second.
yeah,
Seattle.
read these seconds. Yeah, I want to read the Rams.
Yeah.
Rams were close, man. I think
The pick
Saints
is in for Seattle.
Saints were the better team, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, it's the
That's-
referees. I mean, the referees with the
That was
blind
tough.
dingbats.
Yeah.
Tough pick.
These
pick,
guys was
yeah.
the blind dingbats. I mean, that was
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
I mean, Stevie Wonder called the penalty.
Saints,
I mean,
Saints, I feel like could have beat the Patriots, man. I don't think that would have been as. I think they would have
the
handled
Saints, right? I think the Saints would have been
I
very
think.
dangerous.
I
to the
think
Patriots.
Drew Brees is
I
more
think
better
Seattle's
equipped
taking
to
their
handle
sweet
that.
time.
I think
they're
Saints would've been
they're
very-
taking they're strolling around the park right now.
They're
just
taking their
rolling.
sleeping beauty time, man. I mean, this
They
dude
take-
Pete
they took
Carroll
a-
probably
they took
taking
a
a nap.
whole.
This is
Yeah, I was about to say
ridiculous.
they took a whole nap
Facts.
for that 7 minutes, bro. What the heck? What in the world?
Oh man.
Yo, let's pick a player. Seahawks.
Please.
All right, who we going
Please.
with? 29th pick.
Uh,
It's hard to say because it go either way. Like your number 29 could be the number
Greedy
30.
Williams, man. Greedy
Greedy
Williams.
Williams, I like that too.
I'm thinking
Oh,
Byron
okay.
Jones, the other cornerback out of Washington.
I think Greedy's better. If you think you're going corner, you're going Greedy.
I'm taking
Yeah.
Byron, man.
Gotta get greedy, man.
You
Gotta
gotta
get
get
I'm
greedy
calling
for
it.
greedy.
Gotta do
Because
it.
hey,
Gotta
when
do it,
teams
bro.
had the chance to get the better player, they didn't. I don't know why Green Bay
Home
would
of the
get
12,
lesser
home of the
safety.
cops.
Yo,
Then
can
Nasir
we-
Adderley.
Can we peep this pick? Can
Wow,
we
what
peep?
is-
my God.
What is going on with Seattle? They have something up their sleeve.
They're taking an hour to pick one player out of two.
Are they trying
So
to trade
hopefully-
down or something? Like
No, they're not trading. They got the pick. It's
they got
Seattle
the pickers
pick.
in.
Seattle pick.
They gotta do something, man. Come on, I'm trying to go home, Seattle. Come on, come on.
Wow, a lot of anxiety to
Facts.
see what they do with these
And
picks.
Seattle is one of those good teams that can make noise and compete with anybody in the playoffs.
Oh yeah.
So
Hey,
last
believe
year,
me, I know my fair share as a Green Bay fan.
to me,
When we
they had a
played them.
chance of beating the Cowboys, and they continued to run the football the whole entire game, and the running game was
Oh,
not
that was just
there.
terrible
The
gameplay.
Cowboys has an excellent defensive line. It shut the running game down, and they didn't allow Russell Wilson to do his thing that game. And I thought that's the reason why they went home.
And hey, they might get another wide receiver, just based off the fact that you said that.
Yeah.
Maybe they didn't have enough talent to throw
Yeah.
the ball.
I won't be surprised if DJ Metcalf will be, the pick. We'll see, but these cats is taking forever. We're going to be here in another 2 hours with the same thing. Seahawks at
It's gonna
29.
be sometime, ladies and gentlemen. Just bear with us here. We can't. We unfortunately have no real influence.
With
over
Chris-
this.
I don't know
Crest-
how.
Creston
I don't
is
know
right
how there's
there,
not a limit
607.
on this.
Oh, the pick.
Like-
They sent the pick in with like 15 seconds left. So
What is going on?
They're taking.
The
They're
pick
taking
has
their
quote unquote
sweet
been
time.
in for the past 10, 15
Sweet,
minutes.
sweet time.
I don't know.
Doo-doo.
Seattle better make some noise with these picks if they're taking this long.
Facts.
It shouldn't be that difficult. I mean, I guess if you're trying to pick 2 out of 3 here, but man, this is taking a while. If they pick both right back to back, I'll forgive them. But
Yeah.
for right now, I'm kind
Yeah.
of tight, man. Not gonna lie. Not gonna lie to you. It's kind of how it goes.
Yep.
Woof. There's a long.
Someone tweeted if the Seahawks take the full 20 minutes, I'm lighting myself on fire.
Oh boy.
Any
We're
day
waiting.
now.
Currently waiting for the picks.
Seattle, how long you gonna take? I'm trying to go home and cook some steak cause I am hungry and I wanna eat. But I can't even leave my seat cause I'm waiting for you for the pick to come in. Let me go home to my friend. And we still await.
Whoa. We got
just
big
happened?
thing. Big things happening. Big things happening.
Whoa.
Pick,
What
thir-
just
pick
happened?
30 was traded to the New York Giants.
No way!
Pick 30
No.
traded to the New York
Wow.
Giants.
No
This is
way. No
this
wonder
is-
why it was
this is
taking long.
crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, so but they still have the 29th pick. They have to pick a player.
Wow.
Pick a
The Giants
pick a
have
player.
the number 30th pick.
So the Giants can
DK
take,
Metcalf.
Did he go?
I'm saying the Giants could get him.
Yeah,
Or
to
they
fulfill
lost
OBJ.
Odell.
Dude, if they get
Maybe they
Metcalf,
made a move.
if they get
They trying to
Metcalf,
snatch
Oh, that would
one of them.
avenge the Daniel Jones move. I feel
No,
like that
I
would.
feel
No.
I feel like it would
No.
avenge it.
Well, listen,
No.
man. Listen,
To
man.
some
All
extent.
gotta
I
say-
think it
all
would
gotta say-
avenge the OBJ move, not the
True.
Daniel Jones
Listen,
move.
all
That's
I
true.
gotta say about it. Daniel Jones.
Legend.
Daniel Jones has to be able
Wow.
to throw the ball.
Exactly.
DK Metcalf. He has to
Exactly.
be able to throw the ball.
This is getting me annoyed
You know
now. I
what's
want to
crazy?
see what
I
happens.
wanna know
Dwayne
who we got,
Haskins
because
and
this is
DJ
huge.
Metcalf. What kind of combination that would have been?
You're gonna have to pick the. You're gonna have to read the Rams pick because I got to read the Giants pick, man.
Oh, yeah.
I'm about to go crazy.
You gotta,
the Giants.
you gotta read the
Giants got a chance at redemption, man. We only got 20 minutes left.
We gotta pull. Is there any way I can pull up a live stream?
Any day now, Seattle. I mean, these cats is taking right years.
Still patiently awaiting.
So,
Patiently
what
awaiting.
was your answer to Final Jeopardy?
I mean, word. I mean, these
Speaking
cats.
of Jeopardy, that man has over $1 million in winnings. I forgot his name.
I
He's
forgot
on a
his name,
roll,
too.
30 some. I think it was like 13
It says Giants are on the
episodes
clock.
is
so-
over $1 million.
I mean, the Seahawks got us talking about Jeopardy right now.
What is going on in the huddle?
This it? Where that? All right.
What-
Listen,
draft?
the huddle,
Yeah,
Lil,
I got you.
Will, the huddle is a place where we get in the huddle and we make plays, but we execute the play. We don't stay in the huddle the entire time.
Facts.
It's time for Seattle to make their pick.
What y'all think about Joe Biden? You know,
This man brought up politics.
Yo,
I
so-
mean, it's at
yo.
that point right now. What you think about Joe Biden?
Yo, listen, man. I don't mind. He's not a bad dude, but I don't think I want to see him as president. That's how I feel.
I don't know. I like Joe Biden.
He's
I just
not-
like him. I don't know if he would be a good president.
He's
though.
not
I
a
just
bad
like
dude.
him.
He's a likable guy. You know, that's fair. But
He's a
there's
likable guy.
guys with better policies. There's some men and women out there with some better policies.
Who do you
that I
like better in this
I-
race?
Personally, I'm an Elizabeth Warren fan. I got to be honest with you. She's out there. She's putting out her policies. She's showing people what she's going to do, and she's laying it out. She's not just spouting off like vague answers. She's giving specific answers on how she's going to change things, and I like it. And we finally have the
my
pick
Lord.
Yes, sir.
from the Seahawks.
What is it?
And they take defensive end L.J. Collier from Texas Christian University. Defensive end. Oh my Lord!
You mean to tell
and the
me?
pick is in for the Giants, by the way. Pick
You
is
mean
in.
to
They took
tell
a
me?
defensive end.
Pick is in for the
Y'all
Giants.
took all that
Pick is
time
in for the
and
New
didn't
York
take none of.
Didn't take any of the three.
Wow.
I thought
And Seattle has suddenly become one of the top 2 busts of the draft.
Yeah.
What in the
What
Texas?
is
Yeah.
that?
Yo,
I don't know
anybody?
what that
What
is.
was the name of that man?
Yo, what? Anybody heard of L.J. Collier before?
Yeah, he
'Cause
is
I'm
actually
not-
the 73rd
never heard
ranked
of
player from TCU.
That's a third round player.
6'2",
Right? Third round
283
player?
pounds. Yeah.
Early third round
Actually,
player.
no. Technically,
A
1,
late
2,
second
3,
round.
4. There's only 3 more picks ahead of him that didn't get picked in terms of defensive linemen.
Okay,
Everyone
so-
else got
Yeah,
picked. So
So I mean, in
You
theory,
mean
he
to tell
could be
me
second
you
round.
wait? You
Not
had us
terrible.
waiting that long for that? Please.
So,
I was waiting for breaking news.
So we got New York Giants pick 30. If they're gonna pick a player here, you want to pick a star.
Offensive line.
If you
offensive line, they still got
Jawan
offensive
Taylor,
line.
Jawan Taylor is
Gotta
up.
get him.
You got to
Jawan
Saquon
Taylor
Barkley.
is there.
You got
I'm not
Saquon
gonna
Barkley
stress
as your
this
running
anymore,
back.
man.
Jawan Taylor is no doubt.
I'm done. I'm done.
Jawan
stressing this.
Taylor.
Jawan Taylor's there. If you don't take Jawan Taylor, it has to be DK Metcalf. Okay, so with the 30th overall pick in the draft, the Giants select DeAndre Baker, cornerback from Georgia.
Okay.
University.
Okay.
So I like the corner. I like
Okay.
the corner
Cornerback.
pickup because
Okay.
now you got some help for Janoris Jenkins to kind of solidify that secondary, and you kind of help out. Drew Bill Peppers. Your secondary looks a bit better now. I like how the Giants
True.
secondary is kind of
DeAndre
shaping up.
Baker, he was the
And-
3rd ranked.
And here we go. The
Third
Rams
ranked
traded
cornerback.
the 31st overall pick to Atlanta. I think Atlanta's
Oh.
picking up Greedy Williams here 100%.
Wait,
There's
wait.
no-
Who traded
Wow.
the pick to
The
Atlanta?
Rams just traded their pick to Atlanta.
Yeah,
so
I can
now
see that. The
Atlanta
Rams,
has
they
the
didn't
pick.
really have that much issues anyway.
They didn't really even need a pick,
Yeah.
yeah. But who do you guys think the Falcons are getting now?
I think they go Greedy
think they're
Williams. Greedy
getting the
Williams
Yeah,
is still
Greedy
there.
Williams, they need defense.
Greedy
defense
Williams is
all the
They
way.
have
still
to take
there.
a cornerback, in my
You
opinion.
cannot tell me they're gonna get a wide receiver when they
Yeah.
already got Julio.
In my opinion, you
and
got it.
They already got
I
the
think
guy
DeAndre
Calvin Ridley and Muhammad Sanu. There's not gonna be no wide
We
receiver.
only got
You
15
gotta
minutes
get
left. I
him.
hope these guys pick their stuff before we get booted off the area. That's what I'm
Facts.
saying. That's what I'm saying. I don't want to get kicked. It could happen. We got to put the news bag on at some point. You know what I'm
Facts.
saying? That's how
Hey,
it
and
goes.
this Patriots pick, better be quick.
Yo, I'm worried about.
Yo.
I'm trying to see with this Patriots, man.
Yo,
I
the
wanna know what
Patriots
we
got Metcalf. They got AJ
But it says
Brown.
Rams on the clock, but they traded the pick.
Yeah. There we go. They just traded.
Oh
See,
yeah.
You see. We
All
out
right,
here.
so they traded the pick to the Falcons.
We out here. Oh, pick is in. Pick is in for the Falcons.
Okay, they
Here it
moving
is.
fast. Like I like it.
It better be greedy. They better get greedy here. Somebody got to get greedy. It's 31. Somebody got to get greedy.
They got to either get him or Nasir Adderley, the top safety. If they're not getting one of the two,
Man, their secondary gets torched, man.
I don't know what's going on.
They need to buff this secondary somehow, some way. Find a
Tom
way.
Brady's successor might be picked in a few picks, y'all.
hey, Drew
Next
Lock.
pick. It'll be the next pick. It's the next.
I'd be wow. Okay. Tom Brady's successor. I won't be surprised. Call me the professor.
Baker. Wow.
So the Rams get the 45th and 79th overall pick, which is the Falcons' second and third round pick, and the Falcons get the end of the first round pick and I believe a 5th or 6th round pick.
Nah, the Giants really, I still can't get over that. To me, they made one of the worst drafts. in history.
That's the QB they wanted, man.
I mean,
but
Daniel Jones.
DeAndre Baker and Dexter Lawrence is a good pick. The other two picks aren't bad. I can't complain about 2 defensive players.
They 2 picks is not bad, but Daniel Jones. If they would have got Haskins along with these 2 picks, to me they would have won the draft.
That would have been an easy win. Easy win. I would have loved to see Haskins, but
To me they would have won the draft. But because they took Jones, they didn't win the draft to me. They lost it.
We'll come back to it next year, man. I mean, who won the draft? I would say the Browns won the draft. The Browns won the draft last year.
Yeah.
The Browns don't have a draft this year, but you know, but they got plenty of players.
For the love of God, can we just see this Falcons pick? Come on now.
For whoever you worship, for the love of whoever you worship. But God,
we're out here listening to WSUC 90.5 FM, The Dragon. This is the
For
Huddle.
the love of the Dragon, can we please?
Follow WSUC FM on Instagram and Twitter. We need support Central New Yorkers. If you're still awake,
might as well
if you're driving to McDonald's late night and you listening to us, whatever you're doing, hopefully we brought you a great action-packed show because this draft is definitely fun.
It was a lot of research.
A lot of work we put into this.
A lot of work. This was a long episode, but it was worth it.
And we appreciate everybody listening, like taking the time out of your day to listen to our takes on the panel. And again, we got the last few minutes here of the draft. We got the request line if you want to give us your input on the end of the draft. 607-753-4819. Again, that's 607-753-4819. Go right ahead, man.
Think about it. The Giants missed 6 of the last 7 seasons since winning the Super Bowl.
In the playoffs.
In the playoffs.
Yeah, they need to make something happen, man. They're not going to get playoffs. All right, we got the pick. The Falcons with the 31st overall pick in the draft select Caleb McGarry from Washington. I believe Washington.
I'm going to do
State.
the Patriots pick.
He's a tackle. He's an offensive tackle.
Oh, so they bulked their line. So you got the young man from Boston College. They got a guard.
People still didn't hear of Jawan Taylor yet.
Hey.
So
the Falcons bulked their line.
He's gonna go first in the second round.
Jawan Taylor's the second round.
The cards are gonna be like, Jawan Taylor's up for us.
Yeah, Jawan. I mean, that's a logical right there.
Pick.
That's crazy.
All right,
wow.
All right, we got the Patriots.
We got the Patriots with the last pick. You know, I want to get into this. This is my team right here. They obviously fresh off a Super Bowl win. I do believe that they have a lot of needs. Rob Gronkowski retired. Or you're going to go Irvine Smith Jr. from Alabama, tight end. The third best tight end in this draft. Or you're going to fill that void. Wide receivers. We don't know. Josh Gordon has these substances calling him every day. I mean, every time Josh Gordon try to get ahead of steam, you have these drugs that come into this guy's mind. Like, come to me, Josh. Come to me, Josh. Smoke me, drink me, tease me, please me. I mean, all of these demons is talking to this brother's soul. He seemed to can't get it together. So, wide receiver, we got a voice to fill it. Brandon Cooks, I still regret to this day that we didn't bring him back. So we got wide receiver voice. We got tight end voice. And then Tom Brady's successor. Because we all know, even though Tom Brady is as great as he is, even though Tom Brady is the GOAT that look more than the GOAT, then the GOAT is a GOAT, he's still, Father Time is still Father Time. So he needs a successor. All right, somebody that's going to pick up the keys to the car. Because at the end of the day, if you can't drive the car is done. It's over. Finito. Check the cooling. It's over. So, who would the Patriots pick? You also got players that they lost on the offensive line, too. Low-key, that retired, that got traded. Yeah. I think it was Trent Brown.
The pick is in.
And the pick is in.
Wait a minute. Oh,
no,
my fault. That was a late
false alarm.
Delay post by this guy.
I just want to touch on the Falcons pick real quick. Caleb McGarry is 6'7". He's huge.
Whoa.
He's huge, man. He's
gonna bulk their line is gonna be lethal.
Yeah.
He's a big dude.
That's nice.
He's a scary guy to try and get through. So I like that for the Falcons. Yeah. Their line much better now. And their running back is what's his name?
I did a Patriots pick.
Devontae Freeman, right?
Yeah.
So their offense looking fire, and
obviously, and they still got the wide receivers. Oh my gosh! And Calvin Ridley.
Mohamed Sanu too. Yeah. I like it.
After the Patriots pick, we're gonna each give up, takes on who had the best night and who had the worst night.
We're gonna give a quick. We're gonna get a quick rundown. We're gonna get out of here.
All agree on the worst night.
Seattle.
I was gonna go with Big Blue, but
I
like the Giants' last 2 picks. But
I think the Giants got 2 out of 3 right. Yeah. That's on me. I'll go more in depth on that later because I'm the Giants.
I think Seattle, man.
I'm going with the Redskins. 'Cause they got Dwayne Haskins.
Dwayne Haskins is nice.
They got Dwayne Haskins and they got Montez Sweet on the defense.
Oh, you talking about the best? You talking about the best night?
We
Yeah,
can
the
kind
best
of.
night.
Oh,
Best
okay.
night.
I thought you were talking about worse.
Oh,
night.
We can talk about it right now while we're waiting for this pick, so we can get out
I
of
mean,
here.
yeah, we might as well. Honestly, boys, I might.
Let me see these.
I might go with
Dwayne
might go
Haskins.
with the Redskins.
Give me your best and your worst. I want to hear your best and your worst pick.
So
Yeah,
you know,
I like Washington. I like.
I
that.
think the Redskins are my favorite because one, not only did they trade forward to get Haskins,
No, they didn't.
or they didn't trade forward, but they
They got to get.
waited it out.
They got a
they
gift.
waited
They
it
got a
out,
gift.
and they ended up getting Haskins. So that was the biggest pick for me because as a Redskins fan, you're nothing but happy to see that pick because your quarterback scenario is very iffy. And then you go out and you get Montez Sweet, who somehow falls, or Sweat, who somehow falls to 26.
So you trade up to
Yeah.
get
So
26. I think
he's
that's
a
easily
fast-
worth it.
I like that.
He's
I
a
like
fast, strong, and intense playmaking end.
Edge rusher, yeah.
And he's gonna bring the blitz all day, and he's gonna get you sacks. And that defense definitely needed another, crazy rusher since they lost Ryan Kerrigan and Brian Arakpo some years ago.
that. Yeah, to me,
So I think the
they
Redskins win
fulfilled.
it.
They fulfilled
For
their
me.
needs.
Exactly.
That's why I think they won. They
I
fulfilled
like
their
that.
needs. They needed a quarterback. They got it. They needed a playmaker on defense. Falling off. Their defense is not as lethal.
Mhm.
They got it.
Yeah.
So to me, based on needs that needed to be fulfilled, they ain't try to get cute, try to go against the grain, and try to be like, oh, okay, let's do something out of the ordinary. They went with what they had to get, and I like it. I think I agree with you. I
All
think
right,
they won.
let me get in there. I want you to get your take on the Patriots and whatnot after they pick, because I know you're a fan. So for the Giants night, Daniel Jones' 6 for me is a mistake. But you don't know until you see him play, and because you don't really watch. I don't watch college football much. Then the Patriots pick is in. We'll see in a minute what the Patriots got
Tom
going on.
Brady, the Patriots, the legacy.
Here it is.
We will
Okay,
see.
let
We'll
me
see
read it.
shortly. Yeah, we'll peep this pick, and I'll go back to my recap afterwards. So we will see. We'll see what we got going on here.
Okay, this is nerve-wracking for me.
DK Metcalf is available,
Yup.
and so is AJ Brown.
Drew Lock, Juwan Taylor.
The Harry's available. Juwan Taylor's up. A lot of players up for the Patriots to take here. More players than we thought would be up at 32 for the Patriots. So we'll see. We'll see what Bill Belichick has in mind.
Let's go, Bill Belichick, the mastermind. Sometimes, though, with the Patriots, they get a guy we never heard of, and they end up being might end up being one of the playmakers that helped win the Super Bowl.
And sometimes it's a guy on the Patriots that doesn't play well other places. Sometimes it's Bill Belichick. Sometimes it's that coaching, that scheme that really.
But with
gets
all
players to the
these
next level.
fancy names that's left, I just have to hope that they will go after one of these guys. Just do something normal for once,
Mm-hmm.
Wait, they picked it. It went to round 2. Heard you?
Man, they didn't even show us.
It skipped to round 2.
Pictures like we ain't drafting tonight.
Wow. Guys, real quick, I'm looking at CBS's draft ratings. One of these analysts has the first pick with Kyler Murray, a C-. The guy says he's intriguing. I like the way he can throw the football, but he did it in an offense with 5 guys that are going to get drafted in front of him. There's not a lot.
Okay.
We got the Patriots.
All right.
We had the Patriots
Here it
pick,
is.
and it's N'Keal Harry,
Oh.
wide receiver out of Arizona
Solid
State.
pick.
I like
Solid
it.
pick.
I like it for sure.
Because
Right.
the reason why I like that pick is because he has more proven on the field than Metcalf. Metcalf had an outstanding combine,
Yes.
but I think N'Keal Harry was a safer bet. That's a solid
Okay.
pick for the Patriots.
Okay, I can roll with that.
All right.
I
So,
can roll with
gentlemen,
that.
Real
all
quick,
right.
boys.
Yeah,
I'm
finish
just finish that last thing about Kyler Murray, which really shocked me. He says there's a lot to like, but he has bust potential written all over him. I don't like quarterbacks that are 5'10". So, from what this guy's saying, I disagree.
I don't think height's that
He's
big
judging
of a
him on the height, and he's
I'm
calling
not.
him bust. So, I don't think so.
I don't
I
believe
don't
it.
think Murray's a bust.
I'm gonna read through my recap real quick so we can get out of here, and then
Yeah.
we gotta get Leo
It's
his recap
approximately
real quick.
11:55 p.m.
Yeah, we ran a little later than we might have anticipated,
Yeah.
but
That's because of the daggone Seahawks taking up all that time.
you know how it goes though. It be that way sometimes. So,
Yep.
I think the Raiders had a fine night. The Raiders, I would say, had a manageable. I think they did a decent enough job. The couple defensive players got the running back they needed. The Packers, I hope they know what they're doing with those two picks. Rashawn Gary's obviously a solid pick.
I mean, he was iffy.
Darnell Savage is
Production-wise.
Yeah, Darnell Savage is iffy
Yeah.
because he could have been a later pick. The Giants may have redeemed themselves with their second two picks. Dexter Lawrence, one of the best defensive tackles available to them when he got down there, and DeAndre Baker is a solid corner. Apparently, he's a better corner in their eyes than Greedy Williams. So I like the pick from them, and going forward, we'll see how they do. And Daniel Jones has the height, has the build. He can scramble more than Eli. There's some positives there with Daniel Jones. I don't want to count him out as a terrible pick now.
Yeah. It's early.
I did like Haskins better as a player, and like from his stats and his numbers.
I think, bro, he's
And
a
in
pure
terms of-
passer. He's a
In
pure
terms
passer.
of the draft
Like,
positioning,
He's accurate. Like he's just a pure passer. He's the best passer. But the real quick, 'cause
it
I
wasn't
didn't really
smart
get to,
enough to get. It wasn't smart to get Jones as high as they did.
I didn't get to talk about New England, but I like this wide receiver pickup. I think it's
Definitely solid.
It's definitely solid. I mean, to give Tom Brady a weapon, N'Keal Harry. This guy had 73 receiving yards. No, 73. Yeah, receptions. 73 receptions last year. 1,888 yards. 1,000 yard season. 9 touchdowns. And 9 touchdowns. So, I mean, that shows you. He's fast. He's athletic. And I believe that he's going to go well with the Patriot way.
Yeah. So real quick before we get out of here, I just want to mention Jawan Taylor, DK Metcalf, AJ Brown. A lot of players that could have gone first round are available right for the Cardinals again, and they could easily take DK Metcalf first in the second round and shore up that offense and have that offense.
Or
be
they can
scary.
help that offensive line by
Jawan-
getting Jawan Taylor, who
Yes,
people
sir.
did not know who that was today.
Yes.
So, but to me,
Kind of crazy. Oh, there's still Cody Ford still up, Drew Lock up, Byron Murphy, Greedy Williams, and Rock Yassin. That's an interesting name. I didn't know he was still up. But
and to me with the Giants, you go after Daniel Jones, and you couldn't even go after Drew Lock. I could understand Drew Lock. You know, I could understand Drew Lock.
well, we'll see how it goes, man.
But we'll see how it goes.
We can do. I'll be doing a recap on my show tomorrow at 4:00.
Definitely tune in.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you can catch Rob's Radio Showcase at 4:00 tomorrow. I'll be live 4 to 6. I'll have the draft recap early on in the show. That'll be talking some Yankees. So be sure to tune in.
Ladies and gentlemen, this has been a NFL special draft
Woo,
show.
a long show,
From
y'all.
the Huddle, the real Lil Kenny C.
Yo,
with Rob
what
with
it
us
do?
tonight.
Yeah.
And you know what?
Great episode, boys.
I'm gonna end it off like this.
Here it is.
Normally, when we come on the air, I'd be like,
Mm-hmm.
it's time to get this show on the road. But guess what? Now, it's time to get our butts home.
That's a fact, Lil.
We out.
That's a wrap.
All right,
Have a good night, everybody.
Have a great night.